Look at that all information.
That's right, as all the intel tools for the offense come
I
through.
might be slightly late, I won't lie. I'll be so honest, I'm pretty late. I'll be so real.
Now set up with Bones. A couple of Nightblood kills, though, over at mid do have this ADG defense a little vulnerable for now, but largely speaking, that was a perfect reception for the defense. Spaz, I believe, will catch a couple of the sound cues here.
Oh, this
just comes down to the timing.
There's still a chance to try and isolate a 1v1 here. He's so aware of this position. And it's just going to be shut down. No opportunity there.
Oh, I know what I
to
need to
close that one out and get a third round on the board for them. But you can already tell, Shift, NBG, they're very aware of how ADG need to find success on defense with this composition, right? Running that double duelist with the double smoke. A lot of the push and pull plays that you're expecting out of the Yoru Waylay duelist pairing there too. That's why you see a lot of that utility, whether it's the saturate or a salvo being thrown out over towards those mains, trying to deny some of those early information peaks out of the side of ADG. Like you're saying, just
yo, what's up, Juju? What's up, Snowy?
Adjust and adapt backside.
We made it.
All of the difference in denying that late round push.
Listen, we made it in. We made it in.
Well,
let me change my ad schedule because there's no chance I'm about to run a 3-minute ad.
What Nightblood want to do?
I can just snooze it for a minute.
First on of card gets a second. That's weapon collected. So opportunity to fight back here with numbers.
I want to do an Nico because I low-key
weapon situation. But again,
which ads are so irritating, man. Oh my gosh. Dog, I actually can't believe like how just like annoying Twitch ads are. You know what I mean?
Much less than you'd like to, considering that the dimensional drift is available. Well,
what's up, my people?
I mean, this should be around in the pocket here for NBG. Time starting to tick slowly here as well. And with the re-wrap towards heaven, there's no
Alright, let's get into it, bro. I haven't watched Val in a minute, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why it feels like it's been so long.
And yeah, wow, what a response this has been in Nightblood. I get just kind of looking at how things have been going in these first 4 rounds. ADG just kind
when
of
is the last time? Wait, hold on.
Especially in the extremities of the map, and Nightblood.
It was Saturday. It's Monday, man. Yo, why does it feel like it's been forever? It's been one day.
To really just kind of shove it up through vent with lesser weapons, it kind of reduces that variability between both sides. You find a couple of the kills, you find a couple of the weapons, and it turns into a runaway. Now the eco is flipped.
Yeah, good adjustments overall.
How we feeling? How we feeling today, bro?
Of how they're expecting to ADG to call a lot of.
Did you watch the Super Bowl? No. Bro, I accidentally slept through the whole thing.
You're gonna be shifting the pace a little bit.
Like I wasn't gonna watch it anyway, but I was thinking of tapping into the halftime show, but I literally just like, bro, I don't know what happened yesterday, bro. I think I was tired. I don't know if I'm getting like proper sleep or what, bro. But like I laid down for like a second and then I slept until like 7 o'clock.
Again, still slow plays here for NBG. They're curious to see.
I literally just wanted to lay down and look at TikTok for like a minute, bro.
Practo may not know it initially, but he's watching a perfect angle here. You don't figure that Bones will peek this though. He's also kind of waiting for the same information of door pops, I shoot, hopefully kill comes through. Yeah, that's exactly the case. This has a classic out looking for what I imagine would be a pretty hefty right claw.
I woke up, I ordered some Jack in the Box.
Over toward B.
I played Deadlock and I called it a night, man.
Information gathered so far by Spaz, just kind of making sure no one's pushed up. So this will be a 5-man execute.
Oh, bro, I saw that on Twitter, bro.
Comfortable one there at that. Smokes are out.
Oh, that's crazy. Imagine
find something behind this.
Your wedding is just like, oh yeah, we get married at the Super Bowl, man.
At least informationally. But look at this. Use it with the
oh my gosh.
Trying to defend against this. It's
wait.
Gonna be a 2-man elimination spree here for ADG.
Still 3-3. Yeah, it would have to be crazy from Sacred, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Still 2v2.
No weapons.
T-Dog with this deagle, man. Listen, let me know T-Dog stuff with it. Wait, Bones down. Ooh, nah.
Especially as T-Dog shows himself.
Yeah, Bones wasn't looking.
Second follow-up from Bones. Practo shuts that down. Gets off.
Yeah, T-Dog doesn't have that magic like that.
So back-to-back lower eco rounds.
If I got married at the Super Bowl field during halftime, I would never shut up. No, they will always win. 2 truths and a lie, bro. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, I'm the one that got married at the Super.
a bit of time to
well, maybe because a lot of people watch the Super Bowl. They might just know.
Amount of damage there.
They might just know. Oh yeah, you were that person that got married at the Super Bowl.
To be online MBG, you've got that convergent pass, you've got that cosmic divide. Same thing on the side of ADG there for the waylay. On top of that dimensional drift.
This is elimination, yeah.
Little battle, possibly.
Bro, wait, hold on. Nightblood or Loki bringing it back? Cause weren't they 0-3?
That'll have Bones putting a smoke down to block the
I'm not trolling. I think both these teams were 0-3.
Force is obviously going to be respected here pretty quickly, but for the defense, they feel good about the fact that hey, we've got some obstacles that NBG would have to clear out, so we'll go ahead and just stack either site here with a 3-2 split.
Loki, the kids are gonna have some insane lore to flex? No, actually. Okay, something I want to know though. Were those actually their friends and family, or were they just getting married there and it was just like, you know, like performers or like actors there? Like, was that a real little dude just like chilling, sleep, taking a nap on the Super Bowl field?
And so the car will just back off as the divergent pass will be spent, or rather the Armageddon will be spent here. And that, whoa, hold on a second. To find a long range shot across.
See, bro, this is the problem with me, like, starting late, bro. I'm not tapped into, like, game time yet. I'm over here just what? Yo, T-Dog is actually dead. What? Wait, he got a guy. Hold on. Wait, Bomb landed up top. Bones, just hold. Bones, just hold. The mid guy can't die.
There is no chance that ADG.
Oh wait, no. I just realized. Bro, Fireball would have had to like knife out, sprint, grab the bomb, and run back. And even then, I don't think he has time. You know, 10 seconds to get from here to here. Never mind. I'm trolling.
Over towards the information.
We got one in this game. I have no clue. I genuinely have no clue. I think we're feeling a little Nightblood.
T-Dog, you've got to be thrilled about the fact that you.
But I still have no clue. I won't lie.
Just for him alone, and they're not even able to.
I guess T-Dog gets one there. Like, yeah, no, I don't know. He's just tough, I guess, bro. Age don't do nothing. Age don't do nothing to a big man like T-Dog. Bro, how old is T-Dog? I feel like I'm overrating his age.
Ult heavy investment round for Nightblood.
We are all rooting for Nightblood. Okay, we're rooting for Nightblood. Let's get it, baby.
And again, it's just this defense continues.
Monty Fireball, Spaz, come on.
Step up aggressively at mid. Finds one, teleports back to safety. T-Dog now passing the baton between the two of them. He'll find one more to keep the numbers in favor.
No, Bracto's hella low. There's no way this guy's
also kind of watching this angle, but Bones maybe goes a little bit too quick, or does he? Shows the hand, and that will be enough for the rest of the defense to collapse on this heavy fight.
Yo, y'all ain't ready. Listen, Spaz has like a minute left. Look, gets that kill.
Good job isolating one.
They think they know where he is, but they really don't.
Here. The high-low will be held.
He stops for hella long. Look at this. Y'all ain't ready for the way he plays this.
Yeah, this would have to be a very special moment from Spaz. Going to clear out the close corner. Now here's the difficult part. Has a Nova Pulse that they want to use and try to clear out this angle. Or even, yeah.
These guys are scared now, bro.
Pull them all into the gravity well, but
look, they don't know where he's at, bro.
ADG have backed off nicely and just going to play on this crossfire setup or this high-low setup with the staircase. There goes the smoke. He was prepared for it.
I think T-Dog's older than me. That's hard to. That's actually really hard to do. Hold on, let's find out.
Nightblood really kind of taken a hit in the last 2 rounds.
I think these adjustments from the defenders is something that was kind of praised.
Yeah, T-Dog's 25.
For in their last matchup up against Winthrop University, it felt like T-Dog was just.
You know, I don't know why I thought T-Dog was like 27, man.
A lot of the reads that he had on his opponents, and it's the same thing that we're seeing right now. We saw, you know, those initial couple of rounds.
He's a spry young lad. He was 20 when this game came out. No shots.
They go for
constant strays. Why are you acting like? Why are you acting like you didn't like?
Yeah, and these waylays
basically feed that one, bro.
That has to be garnered into that early conditioning that you've talked about, just due to the fact that both have shown us that yeah, we're gonna dash forward, say hey, look at us. You need to clear this, especially behind the cover of smoke, before you can commit to anything. And so far, that conversation, that narrative has shifted in favor of ADG, who have Nightblood really kind of having to play reactionary, although Spaz is kind of going on a little bit of a rogue mission here to see how much space they can clear off by themselves. And we'll see Sacred on the shoulder. Ooh. And that may be enough to determine, okay, we know the Clove is here. Do we try to bully them out and get on to B? And looks like that's going to be the case with the Cosmic Divide.
Oh, we're in front of the wall here as well. Fireball Ops gonna fall prey to that one. And they can at least hear that spike being tapped and initiated on top of that. T-Dog
Alright, let's
knows
see,
that
bro.
Center
T-Dog in
Park's
this
on
heaven
top of
smoke again.
Raptors.
Has a lot of things to watch for.
Does he still get his one on like a brain?
T-Dog gonna wait for this smoke
Nah,
to
he's
fade,
waiting for
and
his
more
guys. He's
importantly,
waiting
you
for
would
his
figure
guys and Carson.
also wait for the rest of the defense to get there. There's the drone trying to
Don't
reveal.
get spotted.
Dimensional drift on the defensive side.
That's...
Another card getting active though. We'll find one. Has an
Wait, blind didn't hit?
defensive retake. If the timing's
Oh, yeah.
then yes. Second kill comes through, but ADG fought a couple of
Oh!
Sacred off two.
Fracto,
Fracto in the
1v3
corner.
somehow.
1v3, now down to a 1v2. Tags coming
Wait.
through to the 1v1. Has the pistol
Time.
for now. 3 bullets would have to hit the head here as Sacred's going to go up and over.
No!
For Fracto, give Sacred 4, give ADG the round.
Man, a near clutch to come out there from Practo.
I feel like if Fracto tucked a
great
little harder, he might have been
retake
able to win. I'm
incoming
not gonna lie.
for Sacred.
3 seconds?
Overall,
Nah.
MBG, that felt like a round that we were expecting them to win, but the flood back through was just so good out from ADG. The spacing
bro.
was impeccable in that retake with the utility being thrown out there too, but now we're seeing the timeout to be called here from NBG. This is also the half that we have to keep in mind.
Oh,
We're
how does
expecting
Sacred
a
get
little
meter,
bit
man? Like,
more
damn.
from them. We haven't gotten to see
I never got the
actually
one on the,
that much
when he
of
swung out the
Nightblood's
wall,
attack in their last
link,
2
but I don't
matches.
even- I don't know
They
about-
only
yeah,
played, I
that.
think, 15 rounds of attack on Abyss over their last 2 games here on this
He's just
map.
tough, I guess. Oh, wait, no, I think it
which
was
is kind of
flank there.
crazy. So there is a little bit more.
It actually feels like it's been
desired.
so
They
long.
looked a lot more comfortable on the attacking side too in their previous composition, of course. And then, you know, we're kind of wondering, okay, what is defense going to look like, especially with the new comp coming in? But even in moments like this, it isn't necessarily always like a strategical timeout, right, Shift? Sometimes it's, you know, maybe the comms just get a little bit too crazy. We're getting a little bit disarrayed when we are in a lot of more of those like firefights. And how do we look to like reset that mentally and come back down to earth as a team?
Yeah, and I think a little bit of the implication surrounding that added chaos that maybe needed to be managed is the fact that ADG is just taking away 60% of the time on the round before Nightblood can even get active. So you're in this moment of, okay, now we can finally execute because we've cleared out, you know, these aggressive control positions that ADG are throwing at us, but we only have 30 seconds left. So all that extra pressure on the clock has led to some failed moments, and it kind of feels like the story of Nightblood so far in a lot of matches that they've played versus other top teams.
Heretics have a game in 3 days. We will win.
They're close,
Listen,
but
I believe you,
through the
Accord.
finish line in a couple of rounds, in particular these last 3, as we'll have a split.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's
situation
gonna be
here in
crazy
round
now.
10, and Nightblood,
Just
like
like
you mentioned,
Nightblood.
just
There
would
we
not
go.
like
There we go.
to only have 3 or maybe even 4 rounds on this offensive half, considering how it's been set up so far. They've looked decent.
All right, let's see it, brother.
Finish off the important rounds.
Yeah,
They actually,
you see
they
the
multi,
rotations
they
incoming
missed a lot, so
quickly
Sacred
here
can't
as
swing
well.
on like some stupid
Again,
timing.
these floods back onto site are what have just been so comfortable for ADG into those retakes. No flank though this time around on the side of ADG, and that's also always been a pretty key recipe to their
Person playing
success on a
dice.
lot of these sandwiches.
That's nice,
This
though.
time,
Oh, 2.
Are able to shut down the retake before it begins.
Big
Hunter Scary
holes.
to follow up, and this is well structured here.
There we go.
For post plant setup. Bones last one left, and
10 out of 10
at
hole.
least on this angle, he's going to need Chaotic to open up
They just
something
got that
from
raptor,
high.
and they just don't know.
Fracto nearly able to catch the timing before the teleport comes
It's
through.
fine. They know where Bones is. This is
Bones
still a
now
10 out of
stuck
10 hole.
on the
Good
site
job,
with nowhere to
Fracto.
go, and okay, that's a little bit more like it from Nightblood. It just felt that much more convincing in nature, right? Like it wasn't like this.
The time-
we're
that's
gonna
what I'm
deal with
saying,
this, and we
man.
need to deal with that. It was everything was in front of them that round, and maybe a little bit.
It's also
luckily,
just like
AEG
the
kinda got
angle.
stuck in that choke point.
But
on
like,
the
yeah,
B
that
connector
was
with
wild
Hunter
from
Series still
Chaotic, bro.
available.
This guy just got all the way out. Like, yeah, no,
I think
whatever,
it also
man.
helps when Practice going absolutely dummy in that round too with the stinger. What did he get? Like a 3K? He Practo, he's 14-6 right now there for Nightblood, but the spacing looked a lot more comfortable. The trades coming in looked a lot more comfortable. And for ADG now, they're going for this B main aggression once again to go for that information searching with the Bucky here.
Yo,
for
you. Yo, you.
Likely
Ooh,
retract
get
back.
out of there.
So again, good patience here. from Nightblood. Very important prior round. Again, just talking about the overall
Welcome
scoreboard.
to T-Dog.
Early T-Dog.
Actually, tags one.
Hunter's Fury connects one side of Fireball.
They tag on
but
Fireball.
Not much else behind that. Here comes Son of Car though,
More.
diving on forward.
Guy's a Bucky.
Find one reveals onto more players inside the
Word?
site, but he will eventually
There's
get
no
some
way
sort
he
of a
gets anything
shutdown.
more than that.
Trying to survive at the back of the site with the Bucky.
Oh.
Damage coming through.
Oh.
Able to finish off Spaz though.
Spaz, man.
It'll be on to
Yo, yo,
Bucky.
yo.
Find
Like,
a way
one
to
more
score
pellet
the
hits,
remainder of this
it's
1v3.
bad, bro.
opportunity to sneak onto site, not aware of it until that drone came through. Perfect timing. Paranoia available.
We'll try to throw a little bit of a one-way. Unfortunately, Spaz knows where the isolation is going to come through thanks to that reveal that you called. And Nightblood, an important back-to-back set of rounds, gets them now within one of tying the half, which, again, considering how rounds 7, 8, and 9 had gone, you're thinking, wow, this would be insane, especially considering you still have an Armageddon at the ready, and there's only Bones with a teleport on the other side from the shadows. So this is going to be just, again, game plan-wise, who's better, and can you actually get some value out of the Armageddon to clear space?
All off the back of that timeout too, right? Just whatever the conversation was, which direction that conversation went, just made all of the difference there for Nightblood.
All right, let's see it. They actually
Armageddon,
that's 3 walking down. No, that's 2.
B-side.
It's just oh my gosh,
First.
dude. Fireball just.
Absolutely.
Dude, watching Fireball play the game, man, he just fries
we haven't
people,
talked about him
bro.
all that much, honestly, in this matchup because I feel like
You
a lot of
outside?
these rounds have been so quick with a lot of those firefights. It's hard to.
I've been on Alliance the whole season, bro.
That crazy impact, but Sacred has had some insane moments to rescue rounds here for ADG, catching Nightblood off guard. With
How long have you been on? I've been on Alliance since
mid and A main
October.
as well. There's also that opportunity to go.
See, this is why I put it in my title. This is why I put it in my title, bro. Do !org. When did that get announced? I think it literally got announced like mid-October or
I
something.
understand if you're ADG, you lose that first.
Bro, but I'm only, dude. This is why I need to put it in my title. I wasn't putting it in my title before, and I don't think people realized.
Taking the B side of the post plant without the waylay is going to feel very difficult.
Yeah.
So
I don't think people actually realized that I was in the org.
He has bypassed it, but they all
I've just been like hyping up the team for fun, I guess.
If Sacred drops here, the round's over. Bones will drop. Sacred will keep their alive. Needs more than that. T-Dog somehow blindly takes care of Son of Card. That's a miscue from Nightblood, but Practo may have just saved things, has the Armageddon still at the ready for the post plant. And unless T-Dog...
Listen, bro, even if Monty dies here, which he won't, that's what I'm talking
be a pretty
about.
Casual round to finish, and it is. Nightblood will take the half to a 6-6 tally. Impressive bounce back after the stretch of
I didn't know you got it like that. I do got it like that. I do got it like
recovery.
that.
It did feel like
Yes, that's why we root for Alliance Guardians in every game, bro.
Side initially because of the adjustments that were coming through so quickly, adapting to how Nightblood were looking to play. But again, so much success just off the back of one timeout for that reset here for NBG. Now onto the defense.
This next game's gonna be so.
A few more questions.
Why I feel my mom. What's up, Pierre?
However, now with the new
Pierre, it's
concept
time,
running,
bro.
You do have that
8
trick
seconds.
there for fireball off.
8 seconds left in
a
ad.
little bit more
Oh, I forgot about the ad.
to
Wait,
try and buy a little bit more
wait.
time on
I forgot about my ad, bro.
Keep these
Dog.
players from getting too isolated in some of these plays. But again, ADG, this is a team.
Welcome in, Pierre. Welcome in, Pierre. Bro,
Very fast
I forgot about my ads, bro.
when you are
Dog, I have a
consistent
3-minute ad
making so
that's gonna
much
pop. I started my stream so late, bro. Cause I run hella ads so I don't get pre-rolls, bro. I completely forgot.
Uh-oh, Practo. Oh, wow. He's just got a little
Huh?
coverage here. Hold on a second.
Wait, hold on.
Shot the T-Dog's dome.
Oh, never mind. I was about to say, hold on. Cause Bones got kind of
timing here.
Carson?
Down while the spike is being played.
I guess.
That toggle. They were ready for that play. And Nightblood will now find themselves in a very difficult 2v4 retake. Although Son of Card may be able to isolate on one here if they can swing onto Chaotic. And they do. So a little bit of space to work with. Fireball finds a second, but Son of Card down to a single point of damage essentially away from being eliminated, and ADG will take the pistol.
Yeah, both pistol rounds now into the hands of ADG for our first map of today's elimination matchup here in this stage. That's the one thing that we got to keep you guys reminded of at home is for this series, it's all about staying alive to try and get that opportunity to still qualify for playoffs. Otherwise, you're going to be out and we'll have to see you in split too.
Elimination match? This is an elimination match. I don't think ours is. I'm pretty sure ours isn't. Wait. I think we're wait. I just realized. I don't think we're an elimination match. Oh, this is an elimination match too. Oh my gosh.
And hard stack onto this A site.
Yo, bro.
ADG, whether they know this or not, I've guessed correctly on getting themselves set up to go to B.
5P versus Alliance as an elimination game is
Out from
crazy work, bro.
You know what? We're going the deny alt orbs strat book right now. NBG just gonna toss this round away. They want to get those weapons back into hand, not trying to cycle Hugh or anybody else up into their ultimates any faster into the second half.
Okay, full weapon now for NBG, but
Yo,
again,
what should I run this fat ad? I have 15 minutes of snoozes. You think this map ends in 15 minutes?
Most importantly,
Let's see, 15, bro. I have like 21 minutes. Low key, I don't think this half gonna last 21 minutes. I can push it. I can push it. 3 snoozes, yeah, we'll push it. So we'll push it. We're good, bro. We're good, bro.
Largely speaking,
Snooze.
feel pretty healthy here. Will ADG in the bonus?
All right, now let's actually watch some Valorant, bro.
Quick recon to throw some force at A. Spaz will delete it, so that'll cause some momentary question marks for ADG if there's going to be any defensive play forward into A main, but everyone will hold their ground for now.
And I like that too, out from him, when you're considering like the double controller, double duelist composition on the side of ADG, they don't have nearly as much of that utility to like properly re-clear a lot of those angles. So it forces that out a little bit earlier on.
Trap destroyed.
TP out. They go across map.
Confirms information that the hit is on.
Baz gets offside, that's fine.
We'll back up far enough to
They just
stay away from
retake.
Hugh.
What we got? We still got Dart. Yeah, we still have full Silver util. We have 1 missile.
Who is trying to work
We got a slow on
something a little
Carson.
bit delayed through middle. On top of Hugh, who was not retracted back, so we'll stay here. And you can see the salvos.
Okay, we don't have a slow on Carson.
Plant, so Chaotic gets
Nor do we have
Does
Carson
ADG
now.
have a huge advantage
Still got a
there?
stun on Bracto though.
It's
Drone
a little bit hard
tags.
for Nightblood to also
Dart coming
break
through.
back into this retake too with Son of Cargo.
Oh, yeah, Bracto.
The tip of the spear here, but Bracto again has
Get that stun going, baby.
consistently been
Oh yeah, this retake,
As I'm
bro.
saying that, everybody
Oh my
really
gosh.
all through the smoke there as well goes down Chaotic, and Monsi gets that.
Oh, they're too
defuse.
locked.
Ain't
They're
no sweat
too
off
locked.
Yeah, that's actually massive in terms of being able to recover in that post plant, considering that you get a first blood and you've got deep scaling on the A side here if you're ADG, but Nightblood, good response. Really, again, like to defend against that spike, things were going absolutely bonkers wrong, but hey, fought a couple openers that you don't necessarily expect based on the game plan of that retake, and it turns into a pretty heavy flood forward. So big response there from Nightblood. Full weapons there. That is just against the bonus. So not much lost in all things told for Azure Dragon, who now have a chance to get into the depths of their offensive playbook here in a one-round game.
We might see a change of pace going into this round here, being called from T-Dog as well.
Insta
with the
5
5
mana, man.
outside of A.
Oh wow, this is quick.
Well, the quick play will
You in with this judge, get the plant
withstand
down literally immediately.
a little bit of control that was trying to come through for Nightblood. You in particular.
Bro, Fireball and Carson didn't want to believe it, bro.
Aldrin will be blocked
They was like, surely.
and then we'll teleport back, and you can
Dude,
just
this
stay
is weird here, bro. Hugh's all the way up. He still has this slow up.
It's just now
You all the way up with the
ADG
judge, still
everybody
just
else
slow.
trying to reconvene
Yep.
onto
Oh,
this
the drone
base
actually
lane.
doesn't even come out the
Information
smoke, bro.
denied by the judge that you were talking about there too, but forced
He
to
swung into the fading smoke. Are you kidding me?
here from Nightblood, and
Oh,
there's
take it!
completely wide swing sacred
5v2.
as well. So now it's just down to Bones and T-Dog.
No Astra. Just shock darts it. What? Bones? No. Okay.
And get Nightblood into a tight game. Well, I'll tell you, these retakes, they're on a knife's edge right now, but NBG happy to have 2 in a row.
They've been looking really comfortable in a lot of these retake situations. Again, just
Brothers on an
constantly
eco.
being able to delay that plant there over towards A.
ADG.
with the
Bro,
salvo.
is this an org or is this a
Nice
free agency?
rotation for Nightblood to actually get over towards that A site so they can flood back on and get the timing correct while ADG try to set up a little bit more comfortably after that plant does go down. Into this round, ADG will be on to an eco 2 hero rifles into the
I guess it's a free agency.
and Sacred. Again, 5-man push towards A main,
Drone comes through.
expecting the dash back site.
But no, oh my gosh, Fireball.
Ooh, shots land.
They try another 5-man on the eco,
Power
but
of the
doesn't work
outlaw
out.
come into play.
Oh my
that's not
gosh.
fun.
You lost your hero gun.
Or the rope
Oh wait,
runner
never mind. They
through
got
a
it back.
smoke Right into a Bucky. Wow. Right into a shorty. Something with an E at the end. Hugh does still have an opportunity to potentially do some work here, but yeah, Nightblood wait for the smoke, toss the drone in. And they will recognize that this is indeed where the remainder of the ADG offense is.
Fireball with the 4K.
Hey, flawless round there for Fireball Ops. Outlaw's gonna do a lot of damage when you're dealing with those light shields / no shields on the enemy team, right? Very comfortable for MBG to finally find that lead here on Abyss as well. But overall, kind of curious now
Little
what
eco
the
4K.
adjustment is going to be from ADG once they have guns back
That's
into their
old.
hands heading into this round. You've got T-Dog with that Hunter's Fury. We
He's
know
not
that
even
he
getting
does
like
love
ult
to
for
do a
op
blind
yet.
ult
He's
here.
literally
Every once
just
in a while,
walking
do a
with
little bit of
the.
zoning as well on these attacks towards
Oh wait,
site.
he does have op. Oh.
Well, another shot lands for Fireball Ops. Really getting it done himself right now for Nightblood in these openings. Bones still on site, committing. Hunter's Fury to be pulled out. Good
Back to get
reveal, allows
spammed.
Sacred to catch one. Hunter's Fury to clear out the top center rafters, but Spaz is still fine for
Woo,
now,
Spaz, you were cutting it close, buddy.
wisely wait for
Look
all
at Carson on the
special
flank here
with
too,
this
bro.
defense for the waylay. It's coming quicker than expected. It looks
Oh
like
my
for
gosh,
ADG,
bro.
and T-Dog can be in some
Timing for
serious trouble
T-Dog,
here.
man. Oh, he's still dead.
And he is.
Yeah,
Last
he
two
will
on
be.
site.
Now this gets so much more uncomfortable for Sacred and Chaotic.
Yeah, Chaotic's able to give you one. Sacred, not dead yet.
Wait,
We'll find
why is it a 2v2? How'd this become a 2v2?
Trying to hold ground, but not
It bakes.
able to.
Oh.
And Nightblood,
Yo, why Chaotic almost flick on a Monsi, bro? Yo, why did Chaotic almost flick onto Monsi, bro?
They haven't really
That was looking a little.
that seems to be largely what the game plan's calling for. It's working out nicely as they get to double digits.
I think also the space that Nightblood are able to maintain either towards backside, just being able to
Yeah.
keep spots like backside over towards CT or Heaven, just denying any possibility of ADG from pushing some of those retake extremities and contesting it. It makes it so much more comfortable for them to be able to flood back into those retake situations. Into this round, though, ADG, they'll have a major tool within Chaotic's Dimensional Drift there on the Yoru for some scouting in this round. They're going to revisit this B site now for the third time in a row, but a massive retake ultimate in the Convergent Pass there for Son of Car as well.
Ult comes through. Carson gets spotted. He just has to leave.
Hit early on this potential execute for ADG. And again, like you kind of talked about, Nightblood just kind of holding the
That's a
back
kill
side
before
of the
they
site,
leave.
Continue to finding, numbers advantage.
Has to
early.
be scared of
Nightblood
it. Oh my
tallied,
gosh,
really
dude.
good angle there from
Sacred is
to
just
stop one of the
so,
attackers from
like,
rotating through
I don't know,
vents.
man. He's so
It
clean,
keeps the
man.
fight now purely focused on the front as the spike gets planted.
When the
in
ult comes
4v4.
through. Can't die on it because they don't have TP or anything.
Down.
Or dashes, I mean. Yeah.
Oh, that'll work for ADG. They find two before Nightblood could really even execute on this retake, trying to work around these smokes.
Any damage here is big, I
Smokes will
won't lie.
fade, and Bones is in perfect spot to make
Didn't
sure
get anything.
no secondary
Once he
effort
just
comes
keeps
through.
his gun.
Monzi not interested in trying.
Wonder if they try to get
for
op
one,
up next
back away,
round,
and
like a big
ADG
boy
this
up
time
for,
with a little bit of extra
Fireball.
conviction on the speed, tempo, and presence on the B site will walk away with an offensive win.
And that's after
The Fireball is hella money.
that
He probably
conversion
will.
pass was also invested into this. On top of that, that retake was also slowed down a little bit by that mid presence in the mid round on the side of ADG. We saw somebody getting caught out over towards Vents, and you saw a little bit of hesitation on that retake from NBG, just not being sure if that backstab was going to be incoming. And then just overall a great paranoia as well, just to delay that flood back through a little bit further.
Well, an important round here in the scheme of things. You have the paths available for Hugh. A number of other ultimates are very close to being tallied, though, for the defense, most notably the Armageddon and the Cosmic Divide. Hunter's Fury could, of course, play a deterrent, but we'll see how things unfold here as Nightblood are going to take a more passive opening here in the defense.
They got the big dogs going through mid right now.
Consider, largely speaking,
Oh, good. We got our own big dog.
right now.
His name is Practo. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know why this guy's looking at his map still.
Like, we did utility out. No one was even bothering to keep the gun up. So Nightblood catch a free two-piece.
Practo good for ace. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Look at this. 3.
I mean, Practo's just continuing to rip him apart. He's got 3 in the round, 2 more in front of him, and this should be pretty comfortable for Nightblood to take their time and reset up, especially
Nah,
with Armageddon.
Practo got
Things
it,
get
bro.
messy.
Practo got it, bro.
Yeah, that plant got delayed as well with the salvo, the full rotation here
Round.
for NBG and ADG. If they even want to try to get the plant down this round, that's if they're
Thoughts
even gonna
T-Dog.
go for it,
Practice was
considering
looking
their
for
money
mid 'cause Bones is
situation. It might
missing.
be a world where they're hoping to save
Guys
instead.
are walking back in.
Not gonna be the case.
It's on a car. Wow,
Yeah, they can't even get the plant down, bro. Oh my gosh, Practo. Practo with the round, bro. That's the 2 kills in mid. Kills the guy trying to go up. The rogue, missiles him out, stuns him, spots him. He literally did everything that round except get the last 2 kills. I'm so serious.
We're trying to throw like an execute set of utility down from the front doors, but we need to clear that position first before we can commit to that. And a bit of a miscue allows Practo to essentially single-handedly take a key round away.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually had anyone in position to hear the door break from the tower side. I wasn't paying close enough attention into that early round to see if anyone would have been in a spot where they could hear that sound cue be given, but just small mistakes there on the side of ADG. Now you hear the timeout to be called with NBG up by 2 rounds on ADG's map pick. You also consider the ultimates. You were talking about how close they were to cycling up for the side of Nightblood. They've finally come to fruition here. And for ADG, this is a must-need round for them with the investment that I'm expecting to come through. Otherwise, we'll see NBG on to match point with ADG on potentially broken economy.
They ulted their closest to his T-Dog's ult, and he's 3 away
really,
still.
I mean, the tools are building up nicely right now for Nightblood to close this map out.
I wonder how this round looks for them.
I
What do they
say
get up
all
to?
of that, and those that have been avid followers know that that is easier said than done. That's been their issue so far, is closing out tight maps. And even though this defensive
They got
side
big boy
has
guns
treated
up.
them very nicely outside of a misstep in round 19 where they just got caught off guard by the tempo of ADG, they've been in the driving seat the entirety of this second half. So can they actually close this one out? Knowing that there's some weaker economies, and they also, most importantly, have a couple of huge round-winning ultimates available.
I think that's why we see them playing a little bit safer into this round here as well. Not being maybe 100% certain if ADG went for the investment or if it's going to be more of like a half buy coming out from them. But you have to expect that the full buy is going to come through, right?
Yeah.
The timing on the drone, though, was absolutely massive. I don't know if it actually caught Hugh over towards A main. That's why you see the Spike now taking that opportunity to lean over to the right side of the map.
We're going to try to fake out the defense here with a couple of smokes. And a little bit of pressure with the owl drone. And
Yeah, what are they getting up to here, bro?
For now, inside of these smokes. Yeah, makes
Cricket's
noise.
broken. They actually have 3 guys over here.
Convincingly from A, and now here's the actual execute utility coming through over onto the A site. Defense will have to respect the fact that Sacred could be here looking for
Fireball gets the kill. Nothing else coming through.
They do also have the Armageddon to block the choke point, and now you have to try to commit one way or the other for ADG, and it just does
Oh my
not feel
gosh.
good.
Good trade
Chaotic
for Monty.
movement
That
create
actually
one,
makes it
leaving
so.
the defense to
Fireball,
right
no!
now, although as Fireball drops, it opens up space at B.
Monty gets the trade and sees nothing else, and we're jumping through, man.
Rotations have me a little bit dizzy, but 10 seconds to get that
Just unfortunate, bro.
secured. It will go down for Bones.
Damn. Ult was kinda late, too.
Tag. Not finished.
Tag.
But yeah, they've
That's
got
another
some
tag on Hugh as well.
to watch this little tango, but
Okay, this
all of a
1v2 for Monty
catches
is
one.
very possible. If he pulls
And
his gun
now
out,
it's 1v2.
maybe.
How
No, that's
in the
cool.
world does
No, it's
ADG
cool,
get
man.
away
No,
with
it's cool.
this?
Just
The fake
nice
was
out, nice
completely
out.
countered.
Everybody,
Well, I
let's
can tell
go.
you how they
Nice
get away
out.
with
Let's go
it.
faster.
It's like that little bit of dizziness that you talk about, but most importantly, Fireball Ops just kind of overheats. He doesn't need to necessarily take that space away. He gets caught, and it leaves the rest of the defense, who is trying to play safe in the back of the site, a little bit off guard.
Granted, I will give him the fact that in what world do you expect the Sova to still be in B window when the rest of the team is going back over towards the A side after that pump fake towards the B side. So he's like anticipating, you know, a flank to come through there. But again, you cannot deny how good these mid-round calls
Chaotic,
have been
man.
out from T-Dog. A massive first pick here for Chaotic.
Monty catches his kill.
That late in the round, I just don't think you need to
Monty
necessarily
for
step up and
2.
take that
Hold
space,
on.
but making up for it here is Nightblood.
4v3, they can
find
get
the
these
first two eliminations
guns.
cleanly, especially considering the fact that they are on a split.
Guns are grabbed by
purpose
3
right
guys,
now.
yeah?
So
Yeah.
3 guys picked up guns.
Nightblood will just make sure no one's lingering at A for now. See if maybe you can follow up to collect these weapons that were dropped at mid. But ADG's going to have the space and time to get a plant, and most importantly,
You know, guys,
T-Dog
ult. They have to have a guy flank here.
And you need to play up a
Yo,
little
droning
bit,
out
a
A
little
main
bit more
when someone's
of that
close enough to
space,
hear the plan, no?
Deep look over
Nice kill.
towards the flank, trying to seek out that information early, but now Monty's also gonna be, or sorry.
Oh my
Monty's gonna
gosh.
be 2
Oh my
points.
gosh. What fireball? No, I guess.
Bang moment. We thought we were covered, drone out. We're gonna
4v2.
shift.
Yeah.
And they're just fighting up. I mean, there's nothing else they can do. They lost their civil. Try to get the. Oh my gosh, Sacred.
There's always someone to pick up afterwards.
Sacred stall. Oh my gosh.
From the front side of the site.
Fontaine with the 20 streak. Oh my gosh, Fontaine.
Also still had Hugh in position to watch for the flank, and we're tied at 11.
And those are the moments that I was talking about for Sacred. Just his ability to figure out ways to isolate those 1v1s, rescue these rounds, and flip them back into the favor of ADG when things are seemingly starting to go wrong with those flank picks, right? Now, being tied up, like you said, ADG definitely have the momentum behind them, but we're also seeing the operator being pulled out here for Fireball Ops, solo towards that A site as ADG look to run B.
So I have to spend 25 hours watching Valorant on Valentine's Day? No, actually. Hey, it's not Valentine's Day for a reason. Valentine's. Ooh, 1-2-1. Damn, and the tag onto Spaz is just so unfortunate, bro. 4v2?
Come away with the numbers. And at this point, I mean, if you're Fireball Ops and Practo, the rest of your team is, and yourselves as well, are on no economy. These are going to be the only weapons you have to fight for at overtime. So likely you're going to see them just try to play for a pick, and then I would have to imagine back away.
And what's a pick gonna do, bro?
Depends on how this first fight goes with that
He
damage
genuinely
taken
should
there
just
from Fireball Ops. You're expecting them to look to walk back for that save. It is going to be exactly
should have been saving.
Could have been a bit of a different story had that shot landed.
A pick does nothing, bro.
We would have seen the
They're chilling on money.
But now it gets a bit worrisome, right? ADG, they're going to be on that match point. Hugh is just one away from getting that 100 or the convergent pass online. Sacred has the not dead yet there as well. So just great tools for the entry here for ADG, who have been now leading more into that tempo change towards that B site.
Yo, if this goes OT, this ad is popping mid-round.
Man. And I hate to say that this is spoken a little bit into existence here, but it's another one of those rounds. You go back to round 21 and you say Nightblood has everything they could possibly
God, I have 4 minutes until we'll be able to watch it this round. It's just like, if it goes OT.
They drop that off of, maybe you could call it a mistake. Maybe you could just call it just over-investment in terms of trying to play forward if you're Fireball, whatever it happens to be. It's just, it feels like another one of those same story, different chapter type situations for Nightblood. Late into a game, into the advantage, tools to use to close out a map, and now all of a sudden you're scrambling, trying to find some sort of a play call to get you to overtime.
Cosmic Divide available here for Spaz at the very least. It could be a really key component into some sort of retake on the side of NBG. ADG for the last several rounds, they've been conditioning those B hits, and now I feel like it is a little early to say because we are still in like that timeout pause screen, but because of that, I imagine that we're going to be pulling Fireball Ops back over towards that B side, expecting to see a little bit more of that information potential delay over towards A, where we're all constantly seeing Practo playing. Not a bad choice though, considering how much impact those salvos have had and being able to buy time for those rotations to come through here for NBG. But I don't know, I'm kind of worried about the possibility of Spaz getting kind of isolated here backside when he's only on a stinger.
I'll return.
Well, Spaz going to get a bit of a read here defensively. That's all that they're supposed to have. Cosmic Divide at the ready. They want to try to block off this backside of the site, the defense to get into position, but have to wait for help to get here first. And honestly, Spaz takes a little bit of extra damage that has them a little bit worse for wear. Practo bouncing one off the corner that actually will land, but T-Dog's able to find the spray through the smoke.
BO3 and BO5 and APAC
so
and the Americas is
There's the
insane.
divide.
Bro, this weekend's going to be wild.
Plant deep. Not going to really influence who, though, who has the opportunity to pull the paths if they want to. Here's the dash on forward for Sonacar, though. Able to find one. Up top, Sacred, man. Some of this post-plant setup. Nightblood in some trouble now.
Fireball, hold on. You got our own dogs.
Overheat there, trying to find timing with the shorty. That doesn't work. So to a 2v2. Oh, but Sacred gets popped. Now some space gets taken.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever, man. And will secure the map, and it's just another one in a long line of Nightblood Gaming not being able to close out a map.
But that was 11-8, yeah?
It's a heartbreaker for NBG.
Definitely is that 13-11 when NBG had so much
was
momentum
11-9.
on their defensive side.
They started so
Really
strong.
in those rounds, but the adjustments from ADG rang supreme in that second half. Overall, though, you got to give them credit at the same time for taking it the distance when ADG also started out both halves winning those pistols.
Unreal. There are many difference makers.
All right, ad swapping in a minute. I'll be right back. Enjoy this overtime.
Yeah.
Turret killed them. I'm 30 seconds left. Spike down A. Last player standing.
Scanning ahead.
Switching sides. Match point.
I need a drop. Jump. I need a drop. Cutting through. Deploying drone.
Alarm bot down.
Me back. Alright, let's see it. Yo, SR, I need y'all to lock in. Ion, I want to see a round from you. Ice Exa? Satellite, you have to do it for me, bro.
Down A.
If they ain't gonna do it, I need Satellite to do it.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's get Mr. Pose. What's up, Fable?
Switching sides. Overtime.
How'd the ADG game look? I won't lie. Wasn't paying that much attention. All I know... But what's it called? It was rough. It was rough. Dog, I started stream late, so like I wasn't locked in. All I know is that Nightblood were up, bro. They started second half hella strong, bro. Like they lost pistol and then they got like 5 rounds in a row or something.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
And then timeout comes and everything's bad, bro. They lose 13-11 from like 11-8. Did he use that pick? I mean, yeah. Could have been Nightblood's window.
Cover going out.
What's it called? It's just map 1.
I'm out of here.
Doable. Yeah, I'm pushing with the Ion. Go on, Exa. That's Faker right there. Come on! 43? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Shopify Belly in black, bro. What they know about a Shopify Belly in black?
Switching sides.
It's your breads. I mean, SR to win this game. I kind of want Alliance, or not Alliance. Obviously, I want Alliance to win. I'm feeling SR win. I'm feeling Nightblood 2-1, and then Alliance. Like, I don't know. I don't know about the Alliance game. All I know is Alliance gonna win, bro. Surely.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Revealing area.
Hey, why did FPS die? Good spam from nature. Got all your gas going down. There we go. I don't know about this spot, but I mean, if you get the kill, you get the kill. Now he's out. Oh, he gets another one. Oh my gosh, 5v2. Clean map win. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Defenders win.
I think YFP has one map with him. Yeah.
I think that was kind of setting up for those late round wins.
Well, something I want to go back to you, Roy, with something you said in the pre-show was that NBG have the average of 300 rounds over, or they play 300 rounds. Sorry, I'm gonna let you say this out because I believe that this is exactly what you were talking about earlier with this scoreline and how this game turned out.
Yes. I mean, usually I don't like to refer to stats for a team's narrative, but I think there's some truth to the statistic, right? It's the fact that most of their games are lasting between 21 and 22 rounds, kind of in the middle of that. That means a lot of their games are so close. And I mean, if the pattern is true and kind of what we saw here is accurate to some of their other maps, it feels like a lot of the things that they do throughout the game that's working, they stop doing once they get, once the game starts to get really close, or, the score line is like they're getting closer and closer to that finish line. It feels like a lot of that risk, a lot of that, the things that they do so well, which is finding opening kills, disrupt teams, they retake together. A lot of these things, they start to fall apart in these super late games. So I feel like they really got to tighten up on that.
Yeah, it feels like they just start falling behind on the macro of it all, right? Because in that first half, we saw them kind of going toe-to-toe. We saw them making adaptations to whatever ADG was throwing at them. We saw them change things up. On that defensive side,
I'll be back here.
they didn't have an answer, or they didn't have an answer quick enough to answer back to what ADG was doing. They just need to be able to keep up. Otherwise, they just fall behind. And that's what I feel like happened this map. They fell behind. They weren't able to close it out or adapt in time.
Mm-hmm. I think old habits die hard, as they say. We kind of have tendencies as we play, and teams have tendencies. You can ask any tier 1 team and how they play. Obviously, NBG still have that sort of tendency. But moving forward, if you are ADG, Roy, I'm going to posit this to you. This was still your map pick. And this was very, very close. It was not nearly as close as you wanted to, but it is 13-11. But next map, if you're ADG, is their map pick of Split, or NBG's map pick of Split, excuse me.
Yeah, and you're starting on the defensive side if you're ADG, so I mean, it's going to be a tough half, I think. And I think the reason why I think it's going to be a tough half is because NBG is such a good team on this map. Their composition works well. The pace that they like to play at, the slow, methodical, like macro-heavy style that they like to rely on, like a little bit more team consistency and a little bit less emphasis on the individual, that works really well on this map, and it kind of makes sense to why they would want to play it. Now, that being said, I will say that the attacking half for NBG has been a little bit on the weaker side for them. So if they want a lot of success, their attacking half has been the better one. Sorry, I'm reading this backwards. So their attack half has been super, super good. So there's a lot of pressure on ADG to try to claw as many rounds as possible on the defensive half, because once the sides flip, feels like they're pretty strong.
I do feel confident, though, in ADG coming into this, even though it is NBG's map pick, and they do play that attack half kind of more macro heavy. They like to play it a little bit slower and try and do some sort of push and pull and maybe even lurk here and there. But I'm confident after what I just saw from ADG in that first map, right? We saw them adapt. We saw them kind of start punishing what was working for NBG. And on a map like Split, where you do kind of go into like those 1-3-1s or straight up XX, I feel confident that they're not gonna, that they'll be able to kind of punish that when they try and do these things.
I'm gonna ask you both. I have like this we're gonna improvise. We're gonna do theater. If you had to if you had to tell ADG what to keep on doing well, Emily, kind of summarizing what you were saying earlier, what were like 3 things you want them to keep on doing into split on their defense to make sure they can make this a clean 2-0 and not be eliminated, Emily?
I would say I want them to let NBG show their cards. I want them to see what they're kind of starting with and then make moves off of that. I want them to play more reactionary rather than playing super upfront right away, because I feel like NBG is really good at punishing that. Like they're almost expecting that out of this team, is for them to have this aggression that they can capitalize on, right? But if you let NBG kind of show what they're doing, like say if they're doing like focusing heavy on lurks or focusing heavy on that mid presence, you can find gaps and something to take advantage of for ADG. And I know that's only one thing, but it's one big thing that I think can cover those 3 things that you were asking for.
Yeah, I'm in the opposite camp. I feel like ADG should be very aggressive on their defensive side, like fight for a lot of space. Like that seems to be the case. Whenever you're playing against teams, like the old G2, not the new G2, because new G2 is W key, but the old G2, against those teams, the things that work consistently are disruption of their game plans. You don't want the IGL to think. You don't want the IGLs to like push and pull and get into spots that they're comfortable calling from. Like you want to contest space. You want to break rounds down to something that's not as tangible, not as quantifiable, right? Like you want that to be to your favor, especially with how good ADG's aggression looked in the first map, where they were, very aggressive on their defensive side. They were challenging space. They were fighting early. They're like getting ahead of the ideas and getting ahead of the pacing and controlling the tempo on the defensive side. I feel like that could work quite well on split.
No, I agree with what you're saying. Like, yes, they will need to show that aggression, but I think that when they tried to just do it right off the bat, specifically on Abyss on attack, they were getting punished over and over for it. As soon as they realized, like, oh, they are going for these super aggressive things, they are putting heavy presence towards these extremities, they were able to come up with a plan to kind of fix that. And I think if they do that from the get-go, like, let them kind of just show, like, what their focus is or what their game plan is going up against them, I think they'll have a lot more success in the early half, right?
Well,
in the early part of the first half.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yes,
that makes
gotcha.
sense.
I got you.
Yeah. We got there eventually.
We got there eventually, but we are going to be heading into Agent Select. And Emily, we saw some comp switches last time, and here we are. But again, this is the map. I mean, NBG right now is staring down the barrel of elimination.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing Fireball ops on stage. I think that's going to be so fun. I can't wait to see what kind of walls he ends up throwing and him just being like a brawly kind of stage. But I mean, on the side of ADG, this is what I've been expecting. Double duelist, double controller. They like to have that ability to still kind of work the map with these smokes, but also be able to speed up and aggress with these double duelist comp. I think it's going to be an absolute brawl, especially on a map like Split.
Yeah, I think the brawl is going to be the name of the game here for Azure Dragon on this first half, right? You don't want the Sage to get into the pulse plants. You don't want the Viper to get into pulse plants. You want to stop this as early as possible. You don't want them to get reinforced and play behind a lot of that utility. So interruption is the name of the game here for Azure Dragon on the defensive side. Get ahead of the game plan. And when it comes to that defense side, expect those well-timed slows from Fireball Ops to slow and dismantle the explosive pace for Azure Dragon.
Well, Nightblood Gaming have to make this count. It is their map pick. The ball is in their court, or they will be eliminated. ADG could continue their route to glory in VCL. Ash and Shift, take it away.
Okay, since we have your permission, we will. This will be interesting. I wanted to just go back, and I know that a lot of people who are listening to the pre-show or the pre-map interviews and all that stuff with our desk will be very invested into the brilliant minds that are there. But I do want to point out that as much as Nightblood Gaming's offensive percentage in this Challenger split has been good, they also beat Blue Otter 13-0 with 12 on attack, and that inflates that number dramatically.
All right, we back.
Everything else has been 5-7 or 6.
Bro, I'm like 6, not locked at all.
But Ash, I think that's one of those things for Nightblood. Like,
I've returned as well, bro.
That it shows is like that's a true.
Oh, that's Shift, bro. I was like, yo, who is that?
Okay, I see what you're putting down. I get what you're saying here. I do think that that is a very fair assessment to be making, but I also do think that, we got to give credit to when you're expecting to see, previously Son of
These teams play tomorrow as well, or how does this work? Playoffs is 17th? Yeah, okay. They play
at making that space for this team.
They play today, and then winner will probably play
over towards this A site here for Nightblood
on
Gaming.
Wednesday.
Evacuated ADG. More than happy to play that retake.
Yeah, and to the point that Roy was bringing up, it has been an offensive half that can be categorized by quick tempos, and we're seeing that already here in the pistol. Car able to find the first. Good response for Sacred. Just continues to come up
Sacred catches
clutch.
First.
One on a bit of an island. And has, honestly, for the post plant, there are 2 players who are isolated thanks to that.
I think I'm man. I wonder if Sacred catches this too. That would be dumb.
Making sure that there's no
Actually,
extra
walking
skill
down
deep
with
into screens will be found out, and now there's a different post plant set up to work with here. If you are Nightblood, Monty still working on the cross corner on elbow, shut down by Bones. Sacred getting back into sight, but Practo from the corner. No,
Sacred, man, dude, it's just like every time you feel like, oh, we got something going, it's just Sacred, man.
And then come back to the play, knowing that the whole post plan has to be playing at screens.
Wait, we can actually take VLR for this. I won't lie. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see Practo and Sacred going head-to-head here on the Vipers. Both those players just had so much impact in our first map of Abyss, just being the difference makers in a lot of those rounds, being able to rescue those rounds.
Yeah, they should play. They should play on.
Overall, great retake.
They should be playing on
Wednesday. That was thrown over towards elbow
dude.
to kick things off there for ADG.
Every time we feel like,
now,
oh, Nightblood got something going, bro.
We'll be going for the
It's
stinger
Sacred.
why not?
I like this eco. I like this. I like this force here with the stingers.
But this time, ADG might be
There's
a little
something
bit more
going, man.
invested to actually stay onto site with how T-Dog is positioning.
Yeah, and again, just knowing
Bones coming behind again.
Nightblood is going to play with some tempo against
Practo's
you.
holding for it.
You are trying to
Bones
respond
got
with
that?
counter aggression, which Bones is able to find the quick pinch opportunity.
Oh
and
my
a nice little bait
gosh.
and switch there. Hey, look at me, while Sacred comes up and hits you with a shotty. So now all of a
Well,
sudden,
I
if you're
got
Nightblood,
down
you
yet,
are
bro.
stuck.
Dashed
I
in.
mean,
Once you gonna 1v3 with the stinger. Okay,
overwhelmed
well.
on sight. Brilliant read from ADG and a great start once again. Not dropping a pistol, not dropping an anti-eco. ADG have been flawless in the first 2 rounds of every half so far.
Yeah, and with that investment, you're not going to see that buy you would normally expect here into round 3 for MBG. It was a high risk, high reward play, and unfortunately, just doesn't go in their favor that time around. ADG, though, definitely going to be feeling comfortable about this. The Outlaw still in hand there for Chaotic, going to be able to do a lot of damage into this round. We have seen some crazy openings on these ecos, though, coming out from Carson. It feels like even in rounds where, you know, you're not expecting him to be able to get that first blood as anticipated, the Buffy somehow does work.
Well, speaking of, a little bit of a payoff for that color commentary, Ash. First blood will be tallied, and that does put a bit of pressure on the defense. Bones in particular will have to kind of keep his head in a swivel. He does have a rifle to work with, which he's going to feel maybe a little bit of security with, but oh no, that's not what you want. You don't want to be hit by that. Dog takes a big chop out of the left quad. That's enough for Suncar to find a second.
How this Vents control fully in the hands of NBG makes it so uncomfortable for T-Dog. He's got to play fully off his sight, especially with that Phantom in hand.
Baz got the Phantom.
Blood are clearing every corner so far as they get into mail.
Dude, if Sacred does something
Sacred
dumb here,
come
I
up clutch
think
once
I'll
again.
tweak.
Should be a little bait and switch coming through. Flash, maybe to come out first. Steps up. And
He got 2
no,
full
this
blind.
doesn't
Listen,
quite hit
that's
the
okay.
trigger
That's
long
okay.
enough.
That's
May have been
okay.
more than 2, but be candid,
Long as
2 is
Chaotic
enough.
doesn't get 2
Chaotic would
here.
at least find the second. I don't know if that was even the
The
intended
TP?
target initially, but regardless.
Practo's really
it
late
lands.
here, bro.
Gives the defense a chance to fight back. Spaz trying to clear with the paranoia.
The
But
wall
once you know
actually
Chaotic has reflipped
saves,
around the side and ring
saves
around the
Spaz
rosy,
here, bro.
defense will plant, and NBG will have to reset, try to find a different angle of approach from heaven.
Yes. Yes.
Getting really awkward
SCT.
here.
You saw
Practo
him.
with the drop on him, and T-Dog to isolate the one to start things off.
Bouncing around.
It's gonna feel impossible.
Boys never have their gun out, I swear.
Down will secure it at the very least.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, for a second there, saw T-Dog
Oh
do
my
that little crouch up,
gosh.
thinking maybe does he try to get the edge of the smoke to try to find the exit, but instead just kind of burst through as soon as you hear the plant actually be secured. And the rifle works out. So another clutch moment coming through for ADG. Give a lot of credit once again, though, to Sacred. I don't know, man. He's been looking real solid in the first 2 maps. 6-1 to start here in Split.
Yeah, definitely good looks, but despite the fact that, you know, this round isn't a net win for NBG, considering how close it got there at the end, you've also got to be happy when you're on that eco and it comes down to the 1v1. You're getting it as close as possible, at the very least, doing a little bit of that damage to force ADG to reinvest.
Sacred's back on a judge though. I don't know how much of
going for an early B main peak.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous power tool here now that ADG will really be able to assert control and potentially at a significant nature slow down Nightblood's tempo, which again, to the point of the desk, that's what they like to do on this map offensively. So you've got an extra resource available to give yourself some presence. Sacred trying to keep that Judge alive in vent. Will only find the chunk of Spaz, who will be healed back up thanks to the overgrowth. That's enough for Nightblood to get back into a 5v4.
Happy with the mid pressure that they've given off now. We're going to see NBG shifting that attention back over towards B main where they had originally started. Thing is, that op still watching deeper than you would even expect.
Got two there? No shot,
as
man.
well. This round should just be about shutdown.
Definitely feels that way.
And then that's
Flash
Sage
will force the
and
teleport
Omen.
back for Chaotic, but like you mentioned,
Cracto.
that is a huge flip. Now,
Sees the barrel.
Cracto,
But he didn't see the barrel.
timing is going to be everything here, and yeah, I had an idea about where Bones was, but can't make good at it. Chaotic hits another,
30 seconds left.
and
Okay.
I guess.
Is right. Yeah, all right.
Okay,
A little bit
hold
of a
on.
joke.
Hey, who wants to take a timeout? Nightblood have a coach, right? Hey, who wants to take a
That one's a little
timeout?
BM. That
man?
one's a little BBM, but that's a tough look there. Overall, though, a strong 4-0 start here for ADG. Got that Dimensional Drift online here as well for Chaotic heading into the next round. Couple more ultimates
There we
on
go.
the side of the defenders too, with Sacred having that Viper's Pit up. NBG, they got a couple ults of their own, but it's gonna be another eco round that will be coming through. I'm assuming it is a
Should be.
tactical timeout there. I was
Yeah,
just
should
waiting
be.
to see. I was like, okay, surely it is NBG, but you know, wait for confirmation just in case. And the conversation, I think, now is it hasn't really been a problem for them to actually get onto site, right? It's more so about, okay, how are we positioning ourselves into that post plant? Because ADG have been so comfortable flooding back in on those retakes or even just winning out those initial engagements. And it's been a lot more difficult, I think, for NBG to like slow that flood back
Yeah.
into site as well because of it.
Do you think that there's something in the pudding here, though, about like, yes, the spike is getting down, but it comes after not having the most cleanliness of executes? Like, I think in particular, of course, we've got Sacred with the two with the judge up top at tower, but then you also have like Chaotic gets two off of the collat. Like, it just feels like, yes, we're on site, but some of these low number post plant situations maybe not be as secured as maybe they should be, considered that offensive success rate that we talked about.
No, for sure. And
Swinging
once
in.
again,
Oh
you're
my
gonna see that
gosh,
off
Catch
being
Cracto
pushed,
gets
right,
traded,
for
though.
Chaotic. Gonna
Yo.
get one, but will pay for his life. Not able to
Up ramp they
actually
go.
get the
Dog in
TP out
heaven.
in time. Full ramps control
Ooh,
here.
spot
and
T-Dog ramp.
T-Dog's position. Fully known.
Oh, great flash, though. Has the defense moving their way back over from the backside of the site. 1-for-1 the exchanges. Sudakar has opted to go into the scope, and it's going to pay out.
T-Dog doesn't 1v3.
Just
Who
down
does he think
T-Dog.
he is?
Behind the play, able to find one for free, was hoping for more. But there will be a
Does he
natural
silence
exit
something?
here for Nightblood with the
Didn't
spike
look like
back
it.
through vents in. The dog cannot reach, and the slow orb will have T-Dog further away than you'd like to be.
Now my question is going to be about this positioning, right? You've got Son of Har solo over towards heaven. There are no flashes, no dog now to re-clear that op angle.
All right, now Carson plays main. Probably just he's gonna play the
Well,
first.
T-Dog, I believe, is going to get some very quick clearance
draw.
that no one's on site here.
You can play the
Problem is,
first one and
that's
then
the
they have
issue.
res.
You play off the scope, you
They
play
can
off the
play off that.
contact. So unless Son of
Just
Car
a whale
whips
to-
or
whale
T-Dog
comes
gives him
down
a
to
wide
it.
swing,
Let's go,
should
let's
be
go.
a comfortable finish.
Come
and
on,
it is,
come
thanks to the
on.
thrifty, and mostly just thanks to the fact that you're able to get that opening 1-for-1 like you called, stopping that operator from finding more than just the first. Chaotic can't teleport back, and that's the weapon that changes the round and gets Nightblood on the board.
Really nice pivot coming out from Nightblood. Just full flooding over towards heaven there as well. All the utility that was traded over in a heaven, just knowing that those swings were going to come through. But now it's about converting this into some sort of momentum. Actually looking to chain rounds together on the side of Nightblood on their map pick. Opts to be up on both sides here.
Well, that's a call out with the ping that the Viper is playing inside of vents.
Ooh.
Q has taken an early step forward at mid steps
Be right back.
with the Bucky, but no contact. What? I was in no contact here.
Oh my gosh, I love challenge.
Easy numbers, 5v4 for NBG.
Dude, you will see some things that you will never see anywhere else, bro. I love watching challenge.
Okay, let's see what Bones
I don't think I've ever seen somebody like
behind the vision.
full scuff a waylay dash like that,
How
man.
you're crossing over towards say NBG have an understanding of it's looking fully clear. Being able to get one and get out is massive.
Yes, it is. Defense going to rotate over. The Viper's pit will fall, but this is a full
Wait,
commitment
the
for
timing for
Nightblood.
Bones is unreal,
Can
man.
they hold this
Hold up.
setup on site? Bones, good timing.
Oh,
Here,
Carson.
gets the weapon up just in time.
Get ready for the second one, though.
Shut down what likely was going to be a freebie.
Fine.
Sacred once again, though, comes up big to find the
We
response.
get our own ult up.
Viper's pit on the other side.
I was
T-Dog
playing on the
sidesteps
outside of
around
it.
Snake bite to put a little bit of pressure on that back elbow position.
I don't know about playing on the outside of the
playing on
open Sacred's a lot.
Metro
I'm
Grip to
scared.
find information. Spaz
They're
needs to keep
blind.
their life here. You cannot allow this Metro Grip to find everything.
Ooh,
And
Practo.
unfortunately,
Dude,
as
still
ADG try to
Sacred in the
challenge through with
1v2.
Chaotic, they don't
Spaz
find the
is
kills
really
they need,
low.
leaving Sacred into the 1v2.
Nice.
And is not able to predict Spaz on the close corner, and Nightblood will get their second round.
Nice start here for Nightblood to try and at minimum find a tie, just start accruing these rounds for themselves. Now breaking the economy of ADG makes it even more feasible. But again, comes to those eco weapons and it comes down to split. That doesn't necessarily always make the difference. But I think the adjustments from NBG are definitely huge. The way that they're trying to maintain a little bit more of that extremity control with some of the lurks starting outside of B, starting outside of A main, ensuring that
That could have been a
information
bad.
won't
That
go
could have
into
been
the hands
bad
of
for
ADG
Bones.
early
He didn't
on,
TP
and
far enough. Practo, hold. Oh my gosh, how is
I honestly
Practo alive?
thought- I didn't think Practo was
Wait.
gonna live there.
Practo.
Not that I
Practo's alive!
I hear
was
you.
questionable information.
How was that a flawless round?
I can't lie.
Yeah, that's one of those where I feel the action kind of tells the story for you. So, Nightblood able to shut down
I guess.
some of the aggression play, and that's now 3 in a row.
I guess.
The tides a touch, but Chaotic can reinvest now into the operator, and we saw what that was able to bring. I mean, again, it was traded out. but
Ran
those
down by
two
3
rounds
guys.
were
One.
Very successful for them, and yeah, you just don't expect.
Don't know how he
Practo
doesn't
to
die
do
there.
that much damage
And then
to
this
find that much
Molly.
conviction.
Guy's jumping at him with a
And that's the
shotgun.
first
Still
blood
gets the
plus
kill because they're
extra. Yeah, it was a
vulnerable.
good round for
Just
Practo.
how, man?
Okay, we got weapons back in the hands of ADG now, though. The slow consistently going out, denying that early peak. Fortunately, the team flash is going to keep the swing from Spaz from going through to try and capitalize off of that slow. Much slower
Smoke.
look this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say a smoke presence play just to try to see if ADG will keep their eyes at middle while there's a little bit of clearance over towards ramps on the way with the scope. That was the point that was trying to be made, but Chaotic will respect the dog. Seekers are out here for the defense, just trying to make sure there's no play behind that. And yeah, okay, just a little bit of battling for positioning early, under 60 to play, and everything resets.
Some good information seeking. A lot invested in that, actually, and I like the reclear with the Trailblazer towards A to give ADG an even better read on if NBG have fully fallen off of A main or if they would look to reclaim that space.
Well,
Is
here comes the
slowed.
commitment call.
He's slowed again.
Son of Car getting some presence at B.
He's
Tower. Spike
alive.
right
This is
behind
a
us, play on
problem.
top of it, but T-Dog in the corner is not checked. He finds the freebie. Good response from Monzi, but the counter trade is back. Numbers now with the defense as Hugh continues to get the pinstripe kill feed in favor of ADG. Here comes the bully play on the
1v3 for Fireball. He has red. No, there's no chance, bro.
nearby.
There's no time to do anything, bro.
That is that fireball up to 10 seconds. Really doesn't have the ability to play off
Oh,
the
what? You
resurrection.
drop?
would think
You get the
to grab
bomb
the
with
spike
3
in
seconds
that
left,
moment.
and Hugh's
It's
still
Hugh
in. Yeah,
down
it's
low in the
unfortunate.
corner to get ADG.
All good, brother, man.
Nice recovery there from ADG, just denying NBG from finding that tie up a little bit earlier on into this first half and gaining that, continuing to get that momentum going there for Nightblood. And that overall great understanding of how to control that space. The conversion pass was just such a huge difference maker there in holding on to that B having control, denying that split towards B there for the attackers.
Well, things have definitely shifted in terms of that opening narrative about what Nightblood want to do in terms of tempo.
Poison's on.
Still trying to put some pressure on mid, but once more, ADG is starting to feel some confidence. They're clearing out space of their own, and Practo needs to really keep his eyes up here because you've got Chaotic on the corner, locking down the scope, clearing angles. There's the flash. Not able to play the counter flash position. And it's a first blood.
I saw the vision, bro. I saw the vision.
Also leads to
Gotta rip Hugh's head off, bro.
For Hugh to build closer towards the paths. And with the ability to gate crash back to help out at B, the defense is feeling like they've
What
got
does
the
that
whole map
spam
under
do?
control.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Comfortable with this.
What was
They
Spaz
know
spamming
they're
there? I'm
primed
so
for
lost.
A fast flood over towards this B side.
Wait, what? Am I tweaking? Good kill, Fireball.
Overwhelmed. It's a good counter.
Get that heal up.
Establishes the position with the barrier orb.
Bones CT. Can't get nothing.
Smoke will make sure Bones cannot challenge.
And he slowed. All heaven on.
Honestly speaking, if you're ADG, yeah, I was gonna say the best option here would be to try to.
These guys are going flank here. That's actually kind of scary. I won't
with
lie.
the scope in play.
Like we're fighting now.
Chaotic is not a part of that play, so you're really hoping that Hugh and Sacred.
Yes. This is tough.
Clear the space they need to set up this post-plant retake.
They're not even looking to break the wall though, because they don't want to signal that there could be someone over in to be heaven.
Nice, good spot, Spaz.
Smoke will block. Chaotic. Wow, he's able to find one.
Nice Fireball.
Perfect on the reaction.
Oh, yeah,
for Nightblood.
come on, man.
The one. So much better there from Nightblood, especially considering that you dropped that first player at A. The defense just cannot swing back in time to stop the controllability that ADG, or pardon me, that NBG have on their executes on the B site.
Now when it comes down to the economy on the side of ADG with the constant investments into that operator, it's going to be a bit of a half buy coming in there with two of those rifles into the hands of Hugh and
Fireball's good? No, he's tough, bro.
For NBG, they got the resurrection up. So potential for another breath of life for one of these players if somebody does fall a little earlier on. This walk down from ADG denied by the initial flash.
Scout destroyed.
Well, Nightblood with his more patient approach, maybe kind of
A
enforced by the
flame
opening
auger? What
part of
does
this
that
half,
even mean?
has found some decent success. This is a pretty critical round here. Especially
What could
knowing that
that
there's
possibly
purchase
mean,
available for
bro?
ADG. And Sonakar seems to be pretty aware.
Bro, y'all just
of that,
come up
having
with
the
words,
outlaw in
man.
hand, so take your time, play for picks, get your early numbers advantage, and just don't get caught by shotguns or stingers, and you should be good to get to a 5-5 game is the thought process, you'd think.
Thing is,
Bro, let's
this
see
could
it.
still be a deadly backside hold.
This is
here
so
on
awkward
A,
for Carson here, bro.
especially
Ooh, gets the kill, but now these guys are coming out heaven pass.
broken up.
Oh my gosh.
And Hugh,
Nice, good kills on
contact-wise,
site.
could not find
Bro, their
the
timing
response
there
up
was
top, but
actually like almost
still the
perfect.
final elimination. Gonna drop the pads
Nice
in,
Fireball.
But yeah, Fireball's more than prepared for that timing, trying to peek through screens. It's not quite in line.
Look at this, look at this, look at this. Rez?
Red's gonna come through. It's more of a body block.
Wait, Fireball died.
Able to find two. Can he get the
It don't matter,
second?
Spaz is locked. Oh my gosh. Where was Monty and all that?
Headshots. And as Nightblood in a tie game.
This feels so much like Abyss, like
It
how that
means
map
you frame
started,
mog
the way that NBG
clavicular.
were able to level out in the second
the
portion of that
compliments
first
of five,
half, and
sub
we
five.
ended off with that 6-6 there over on Abyss on our first map there. But overall,
Hey, thanks, man.
I think.
Thank you,
talking
brother.
about
Thank you,
split,
thank you.
there have been nice adjustments out of the side of NBG with how they're trying to seek out where that op has been playing. Of course, it hasn't been up in the last couple of rounds. And then also just denying any of that early space that ADG does like to contest. The smoke. Yeah, you're respecting that. On a round like this where you know their money is looking poor, you are not exploring towards a B main.
How are you doing? I'm doing all right. How about you,
Here
brother?
at ramps, with the poison cloud in position to continually smoke this angle. Son of Car with a scope out, doesn't clear that corner perfectly, and that's a first blood that ADG will be thrilled to have. Chaotic stuck in the corner, snake bite out to try to swing on this. They do, and Hugh connects. Holy cow, that's now 2 weapons potentially going to be earned if you get Chaotic back to grab it, but instead he's going to quickly rotate over to B to see if he
Not
can
too
help
shabby,
his defense, which,
but I'm
fair, is
addicted to
not under
deadlock, bro.
pressure
It's not
immediately,
good.
but will need his help.
I won't lie. Unfortunately,
Don't actually connect there, but a great paranoia out of Bones to delay
me and my
even
friend group
further on this push.
are starting to get there.
All tactics are appreciated. Bones in the corner. The shotguns just continue.
Like, I'm not
to
like
land.
hard addicted. What
Oh
is
my
happening, bro?
goodness. There's no chance.
I'm not hard addicted, bro, but
Nightblood
like,
again. The world is your oyster. Get caught.
I'm
Not
playing a
clearing out
little bit.
ramps not once but twice. The rotation back, met by shotguns, and it's a thrifty round that gets converted for ADG late into the half.
I feel like that's also, to pivot back over towards B there, it has to be one of the hardest calls when you're thinking about those Buckies. If you're going to go for the wall play, There's nowhere for the
Alright,
rest
so
of
now
the
good
other
night.
team
Alright,
to
good night,
go
Ponce.
once that wall
Appreciate
goes
you,
up
bro.
on that right side, and you're just funneling into
Listen, I'm
that
starting to
side.
get there
It
with
becomes even
Deadlock,
more
bro.
comfortable for those
Just a little
shotgun
bit, just a
players
little
to just
bit.
kind of sit there.
It's a cool
RNBG, they
game.
look to revisit over towards a main, but the early fight going in the favor of Q. Trades, sure, go back and forth now.
Incredible
A bit of
recovery
overheat,
there.
little bit of
3v2.
overpeaking lands NBG.
There's no heal
in
we can
a
get up
numbers
for
advantage.
Spaz.
Yeah, good discipline right there from Spaz.
These
after
guys
the
are like
messiness
Carmelo.
of that
Spaz
opening
ult's on
battle.
site.
Make sure
Yeah,
that there
okay.
could still be another player there.
Good kill
And
into
if
Sacred.
drops,
Last
try to
guy.
sneak into the pit.
1v3.
Now it's just down to Bones, looking likely for a 1-1 half. Bones does get the teleport up top, but has to wait for the hinge to shake off.
Oh my gosh, thank
right
you.
There again. Okay.
They dropped Celeste today? Oh, did they?
6-6
Okay.
half. Really good, I think, just in terms of both teams finding adjustments and adaptations,
Luck,
especially
man.
considering
What's up,
AG
Mama dear?
starts slowing down.
Bro, I know
Nightblood's
this-
guaranteed
This
plan
guy's
on
my
with
street
Deadlock,
with
but
Deadlock mentioned.
the second quarter, if you want to call it that, NBG, more measured, more disciplined, do come away with the majority of the back half.
Now it's a question of how this defense is going to
I
look.
don't know. I've never been a big MOBA guy, so I don't think I'm gonna get too crazy on it. But
there's just so much
the game
stall capability now on this team side.
right now is
Granted,
fun.
for ADG though, you do have two duelists who are able to bypass a lot of that utility with the TPs, with those
I
dashes.
need
as
a
well.
chair, man.
So NBG, they've got to be positioned and prepared for some of those deeper kind of plays that we're expecting out of the ADG side with some of the dive that could be incoming.
Secret Labs hooked my brother up.
Well,
Dog, this is a
action
Secret
here
Lab
very
strat. I've just had it for
quickly
too
on the
damn
approach
long,
to
bro.
B. Spaz having some trouble with the first set of shots. Chaotic can convert for the trade. Practo up top, able to find one more in response, keep the defense some footing.
That was
But you
greedy,
can
bro.
see again, low number situation. A little bit of chaos starts to calm down, and Son of Car, once again, very disciplined. Making sure nothing's at steps. But the timing, oh my goodness, it's like Sacred knows, but can't convert. So now it's just to the 2v3 situation. And for ADG, the threat of losing their first pistol is looming
Secret Labs hook a
pretty
loyal customer
menacingly.
up. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're just trying to pull any sort of pick out early on.
I know Secret Lab want to
Arlox,
send me a
though,
desk
with the
so
slow down
bad.
in,
I know they want to send me a chair
Q's trying to
so
find that,
bad.
and
Stop
Chaotic-
it.
Stop it!
No.
For the 1v3.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Game's over, bro.
chaotic.
GG.
About to say, you kind of saw that one brewing. The slow orb not in a position to allow the stage to come from dirt to help on that pinch, and all of a sudden, Chaotic gets the read that there's two up top, hits the shots perfectly, and then you know for a fact that the stage is playing down low. What a miscue.
One enemy remaining.
It's those constant fake taps, right? They think that
Dude,
the two
those
players
shot-
towards
that
heaven
flick in
can
heaven is
comfortably drop
dumb,
towards
bro.
site in a 1v3. They're maybe anticipating, okay, surely Chaotic is just trying to get the plant down at minimum into that round. Insane stuff overall, NBG.
Oh my gosh.
They're
This
gonna go
5-man
for that
walk down B man.
5-man push outside of B main. Completely in the hands of ADG, though still not aware of it yet due to that toxic screen. That's just going to delay it a little bit further. But look at how patiently Sacred is playing over towards sewers.
Little shoulder from Sacred. Now
Oh,
realizes
boy.
there's some pressure.
Oh, boy.
Snake bite. Wow. Talk about playing off your own utility, Sacred.
Spike planted.
Brilliant to find two. Establish that the threat of the defense is fully on the flank.
Big kill,
Cannot
big
find
kill.
more than that, but the job
That's what I'm
is
talking about,
largely
baby. Come on, come on.
secured.
Look at these one taps. Look at these
And
one
yeah,
taps.
this is a
Look, look, look,
crossfire
look.
against
Oh, wait, they have
classics
classics.
that
Probably
you're going to
just
feel
two
like
tabs.
there's no way you foil on this, and that will likely be the case. NBG still cannot find ways to make these anti-ecos tight, close, or otherwise. Although that's a chaotic play that he's just looking for some dimensional drift action there.
One enemy remaining.
And the follow-up should be pretty comfortable here for Azure Dragon.
Yeah, just a little bit more of that eco damage overall.
Man, NBG should have won
NBG,
that
though.
pistol, bro. That's so
Yeah.
stupid.
I'm still thinking back to
Like, why
that
is this guy just,
pistol
like,
round.
aim?
They've got
You
to
know
make
what
a
I'm saying?
statement here
Yeah,
on
don't
the
piss me off,
anti-eco. Granted, it is a very strong bonus coming out from ADG considering the buy.
It's still so wild this is elimination
We've
game.
talked so much about, I feel like, the impact
Okay, yeah,
that
one of
Sacred
these
has
games ain't
on
making
these rounds,
playoffs, but like
with
also
the
like
ghost
I
in
was just
hand
so stacked to the
alone,
point that like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
completely denied any dream from NBG finding success on that death ball walk down.
I think the more shocking thing to
Way to go,
me
full purchase.
is
Chaotic
that
will bring
one
the
of these teams
offensive
isn't
up
going
into
to
play
playoffs, and
here.
the team that could
So
very
we'll see what
possibly
the
not go to
Dragon wanna do
playoffs
around that weapon.
is Nightblood.
You imagine it'll be a pretty slow start here. Wait for some of these smokes to fade away.
Like
give
Sacred, Chaotic, and
chance to
Bones and
connect
T-Dog
somewhere,
obviously they're like consistent, like, you know,
and then you'll go
in
from there.
challengers. They're like in challengers,
For the
but
cycle on this poison orb to drop, but even when that does go down,
like if I were to pick between one of these teams and be like, oh yeah, one's gonna go to playoffs and one isn't, I would say Nightblood.
Make it that much more uncomfortable for anybody.
Why in the
else
last
with
year I've
ADG
seen
to
so many
follow
funny names,
through.
like random names. Like I remember last year I saw a GC player named Icebox. Oh, on Nova.
This is a chance at B Tower.
Yeah, no, that Icebox.
Exchange Trailblazers across the map,
Dude.
and under 50 to play. Now you need to start to see.
So like
what
the
your Dragon
APAC,
wanna do. Missing out
some
on
APAC
opportunity
players
for
just
an
got
open pick.
some interesting names,
You
bro.
can't be just raw peeking through mid without having.
Will
any
be your
clearance
dream
there at
USA
any
team.
point. But that was the
Boosty was the
risk and
IGL,
any reward for ADG, who now are in a very limited position, trying to just see if Chaotic can create noise and pull focus to B.
Oh,
That's not bad.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, but NBG are not moving right now.
Who's next?
Resurrection
that's
used
why.
over towards that B side too.
what's up, Bayo? What's up, Bayo?
But Chaotic
Dude,
does
Dream
get
USA
grips.
team?
Quick gate
Bro, who
crack
we
back
even
to
got,
safety.
bro?
Now
I mean,
spike with the
Zekin?
plant. Keep your eye on the bones.
Me, Zek, and literally anyone else. We
Big
ready?
position with
Hey,
point
Pierre,
guard
bro.
out of the way. Good
Yo,
force with
you
your
might get the
foot.
call, man.
Find
You might get the call,
opportunity.
man.
Yes. Bones will drop. Son of Car up top, trying to get this post plant.
They're gonna have you looking like
Down, and yes, NBG will
Harris
find
Steph
players.
out there, bro.
Sacred in trouble. Snake White will land. Chaotic almost gets
in the
this rebound,
finals
but only
specifically.
finds
Nothing
one.
before then.
So now it's just down to, can you just read where this next hit is? Sacred shows a weapon. Fireball will find.
Be a
the
bunch of
first,
Amazon
and
workers?
likely this will be a
Yeah.
pretty easy follow-up with the rest of Nightblood's numbers.
Boosty was
And it will
IGL,
be
forget I
a
asked.
second
Okay, I mean, if we think about it, Zekin is the obvious, like, Zekin obviously, right? Damn, who else we got, bro?
You were talking about Practo's positioning on that.
Who else
front,
exists?
such a big difference.
Bro, because now that this is like an actual thing, I gotta think about it, bro.
ADG just not gonna work out in their favor. Holding stalwart onto second.
Mata over Zekin, bro. Mata's Canadian.
Wasn't aware of the fact that
Mata is a Toronto man.
plays do come through on the ADG side, especially when T-Dog, you know, has that conditioning down.
Mata cannot play.
Be here.
Tech pause. Oh my gosh. Wait, that gives us time. That gives us time. Hold on.
Shift, but
Okay.
on the side of NBG right now, you got a lot of stall power towards B. Like I'm not really loving the looks that we're seeing from AD.
Yo, how do I search by like player by country, bro?
On a B hit. I feel like you have, you know, a lot of the spacing can be broken up by those slows. I'm expecting a lot out of Spaz as well when it comes down to those paranoias have been just so potent in denying that front sight control from the attackers.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to start to figure out.
Oh, Timotino's
very
Canadian too,
rapidly
bro.
here in these next couple of rounds, what these two teams prefer to find. Not
Ooh,
just
a
in tempo, but
cryo
also
would
just
be
in,
a
like,
crazy.
design.
Hold on.
You know, I feel like for ADG, kind of reflecting back.
A
on what they were doing in
Zekin,
map one, now that you can
wait,
really compare
a
it.
Zekin cryo comeback. Listen,
Talking about
talk
the
to me,
pressure that
talk to me,
establish,
man.
Especially with the waylay and seeing if you can create some defensive focus that has to be respected. I feel like that's going to be kind of the moniker that you feel like ADG is going to try to rely on. You know, T-Dog throws out a dog or a bird, and then you try to dash behind that and see if you can get NBG to bite on it, and then ADG make their play. But so far, I would say, like, especially looking at their
Ooh,
defensive
wait.
start, it
G2
felt
is
like
All
they were
American
trying to
too?
get early
Wait.
first blood battles on their terms. So maybe that can be a creation of that, and we can see that come through to fruition. Or otherwise, if NBG can, you know, just shut things down, slow things down with this operator, that puts pressure just on the scoreboard for ADG to have to find success. So I feel
This
like
is
it's kind of
hard,
like 6 of
bro.
one, half a dozen of another. Can ADG use that waylay to get space and create some defensive uncomfortability with an op, or can Son of Car slow things down, find opening picks, and have ADG looking to hit more heavy-handed? This is gonna be an interesting battle.
Bro, because you have... Wait, no. You literally can't take cryo because you have to take leaf. Like, there's... I don't think there's a world where you take...
Makes it a
Wait.
little bit harder for AD.
Bro, how do you even build this team, bro?
You're expecting Hugh to be that tip of the spear, chaotic, looking to set him up a little bit more and have the rest of the team follow. That's just, it gets broken apart with how much stall ability or how much reactive utility NBG can pull out in response.
Zekin,
there for
1,000,000%,
everybody at home
right?
who's just waiting
I think
on a
Leaf.
mouse
I think
to come back
Leaf
up
is like
online
a
for one of the
90%.
players, so please bear with us on that. As
You
we wait for
probably
the
take
players
one
to
more
log back into
G2
the
guy.
lobby here.
You probably
Overall,
go
though, I think taking
like
a look at
leave
that
Val and
lobby here
Zekin,
too,
no?
there is a world where T-Dog could get the Seekers online into this round, depending
Bro, but
on
if it's in a
how
different
they like to
country,
play. We'll see if they do.
if it's
aim
in a
for
different
bit of
country,
that
you
orb
might
control
not
on
want
the
Valen because you want to win, obviously. And G2 just don't win outside the US. So maybe you keep maybe you take Cryo instead. Hey, give me the Cryo Zekin comeback, bro. Oh wait, we're back into the game.
Some pressure on a B main early. They'll disregard.
You might not want Val because you want no. Listen, they don't win internationals. You want to win, you have to take someone that isn't on G2.
There's the dash for Hugh, able to get some stuns.
If it was in the US, that's all G2. They can go 5 for 5. I don't care.
Bones is able to follow up. So really good setup plan here for ADG. First kills are theirs. B Towers also being battled with, and this post plan's gonna be hard to break.
That saturates just such a big difference maker there for the side of ADG as well from Hugh. It just denies
Leaf,
them
Ethan,
the ability
Demon
to
1,
react
Calm,
as
Scuba, I think.
quickly
Give up on the
as
Demon 1 thing,
of
man!
NBG now.
Oh my gosh!
We got a retake that it should feel near impossible, especially with that op. I would just be expecting Practo to maybe try and pick that up if given the opportunity and try to go for the save.
And we need, you can't have Demon 1 be the hard entry player on that team, bro.
Has the op and will pull it off for the save. It's like you've casted Valorant once or twice there, Ash. So 9-7 the call now for ADG, and the other side of this, you kind of look at what's to come. You talked about the Seekers was a couple away for T-Dog. That's now going to be an imminent threat as
He is hella tough. Oxy America, man. Oxy is American. Bro, I don't know. I feel like you can't take a USA team without saying, yeah, okay, we have Zekin. We're going Zekin. You know what I'm saying?
Round 17 upcoming right now for both these two.
Zekin, you're playing duelist, baby. You know what I mean?
This half in particular is starting to frame up, but I don't know. There's a lot of investment from ADG into what they're doing early to disrespect this NBG
100 T
utility,
needs Austin as duel.
If they can't find a way to create some respect, this could get out of hand maybe quickly.
I think
They
something
don't,
that I'm
but man, it's
struggling with
okay.
a little bit here too
Worry
is
about it,
I feel
bro.
like we did see
They do
some
not
good
need it.
impact out of Fireball Ops on the attack.
It's not a requirement
side,
for
some
him,
of
that's
those
what
slows
matters,
trying
you know
to
what I'm
turn
saying?
some space. A bit of a deeper slow to come out this time around, but it doesn't
Peak
feel like the
gray
Sage utility is
FPS?
hitting as well.
Ooh,
as
it's
I'd like
gray
to see on
FPS!
defense with how quickly ADG are able to just bypass that util when it is being invested into those mains much.
Are you
easier.
gray FPS?
Now you see ADG kind of cutting noise, slowing things down, revealing a bit of that utility now towards mid, some conditioning that we've seen ADG.
Ray's God,
doing
popular a
the
few years
past
ago.
couple
I've
rounds or
never
so,
heard of
but
gray
the
FPS
NBG
in my
have also
life.
invested a Trailblazer of their own.
Bro, the
over
popular
the
Rays,
time
bro, if you say the
post-
popular Rays guy, you know who I'm thinking of?
to find
Thinking
out
of flights,
nobody's
bro.
home on the right side of the map.
Yeah. Well, the setup looks like it's going to lead to an execute. Chaotic has gotten into sight. There's the dashes from Hugh, and NBG are receiving it really nicely. Timing of that execute looked a little bit wonky. I think mostly in particular, Chaotic and
flash?
Hugh both
Wait,
commit
what?
together, but then they just don't. It didn't look like
Wait,
they
what a
were
flash, hello?
anticipating. So now it's just down to Bones.
What a flash, hello?
But yeah, I don't know. That didn't really feel as synchronized as we've normally seen from ADG's duelists.
And I think the Sage utility that I had been talking about just like at the beginning of that round, the adjustments that I was looking for also came through there for Fireball. Not having him play as passively towards backside, being a little bit more proactive with that util. The timing of the wall going up, I think, was also such a difference maker in how comfortable ADG ended up ultimately feeling in that initial execution, paired with the information that they're able to find over towards A main.
All right. Here's a full stack up at A. Again, limited purchase. Sacred does only
New
have a
run it back
pistol.
is so
Torment's
depressing.
got rifles and Sacred's position. He
What's
will
even
be
in the
playing this
bundle?
play, so
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't opened my
Whether
game in
any
like 3
fallen
days.
Comrades.
I'm kind of a chat, I won't
The
lie.
defensive side is well timed, gives you a reveal, but Son of Car is going to
Barely misses that shot, bro. NT Carson.
The only defender inside
Big
the
kills
site
for
now
Spaz,
gone.
4v4.
Spaz responds, limits the numbers to a 4v4, but is kept off the angle at screens while the spike is planted. Here we go.
Honestly, he's just unresable here.
It's so hard to have just a solo defender on the back side of A.
Yo,
It's
Carson,
so
you
easy
catch
for,
an
like,
op kill and you have
defenders
ult,
to
bro.
put that collapse down on you. Two players holding
You guys
down
main?
main here in the post plant for ADG, making it a lot more
Ooh,
difficult. for
Practo,
Practo
you
to
have this
clear.
kill. Ooh, Practo, you have this kill.
Practo.
Ooh, Practo did not have that kill.
To try to respond to this, but meanwhile,
Ooh, Spaz, you have that. Ooh, fireball. He doesn't have this round now. There's just no chance. Just get out, bro. He might not even get out with his life.
Now has him down to critical health. Not a lot of time to play with, and
Yeah,
Fireball
NT, bro.
cannot go anywhere. 10-8 to count ADG with a big round there in 18. Now has Nightblood scrambling a touch.
It's been a lot less of a streaky half, though. We've just seen ADG and BG trading rounds back and forth. A lot of ultimates online for the defenders this time. Got those Buckies. We saw what happened. In the
Wait,
first half.
it's
You
Aemon Deer,
definitely
Vandal,
cannot
Nocturnal, Phantom,
count them
Forsaken
out
Op,
in that
Gaia
regard
Ghost,
here on
and Devouring
splits,
Knife?
especially when you've also got that pit available here.
That's not bad.
If Practo opts
I already
to
have
look
Aemon
to
Deer,
invest
Vandal.
that over towards
I don't
the
have
mid side.
Nocturnum Phantom, but I'm not really a Phantom player. And I already have an op skin I like.
Oh, big shot from Sacred.
That was nice, dude.
Yeah. Because for Nightblood, they're just trying to get a little bit forward, see if they can use numbers to
See,
pull something.
Timo, yo, if that's Timotino, he tries to say Sacred's not like that, bro. The thing is, Sacred definitely is like that. He can do that multiple times, and I won't bat an eye.
The dog will go through it. Fireball's trying to hide the fact that he's got a shotgun, but chaotic.
You want her?
Comes through. Wait, hold on.
Load?
Not fully affected by that. Monty
Head
catches
save, bro.
one more, but ADG eventually get the kills that they need to jump onto site and force a plant.
Oh, Practo snuck onto site though. Elbow control, but they're playing so far back. Only a bit of chip damage that he's going to be able to do here. Now to hide in the smoke.
Oh, here's
Shouldn't be
crazy,
able
by
to
the
get
way.
out.
Was that Wayleo really needed?
We've seen
Surely.
crazier things happen, but no, not committing for the plant. We're just going to play for the elims for now. Smoke out
Blind
once more.
didn't even
Practo
reach,
trying to
unlucky.
utilize that.
Unlucky,
Another
bro.
shoulder comes out that has Spaz
NC,
down, and then
NC.
Bones. Yeah, respects the fact that the shotgun to the corner is still in play. So 11-8, and now a must-win round coming out for Nightblood.
Absolutely. Especially with the amount of ultimates they can invest into this one here as well. ADG.
One enemy remaining.
Just really understanding the conditions there for NBG. The weaponry that they had to work with, repositioning, taking that moment to pause, not try and force that plant, knowing that NBG were going to try and continue to close the gap so that those shotguns could be as powerful as possible. Now, timeout to be called here from NBG because of how quintessential this round is that you were talking about, Shift.
Bro,
And on
low
the
key during
ADG
this
side,
timeout, hold on.
they've got some major
Okay.
ults to work with here as well. Chaotic has always done such a good job scouting when it comes down to that
I
dimensional
mean,
drift and how that can change the
I
game
feel like
plan
a
there
Zekin and
for how
Cryo
ADG are looking
is so
to get
fire.
those hits
Man,
underway.
I'm so
And for
biased
NBG,
because I
it's
want
all about
Cryo
that
so
response.
bad.
It feels like a lot of those rounds that you were saying were getting a little bit more chaotic. They just weren't reacting fast enough.
What team's
and
reckon going to be the
granted,
biggest upset to
sometimes
Quad
it was
Masters?
because, you
I mean,
know,
we already have
Fire
the
comes
biggest
out
upset to
with
Quad
huge
Masters
so
of
that
them all, bro.
utility nearly
Bro,
as
all
fast as you
gamers?
would
Come
like.
on,
It's
man.
all about those little adjustments when it comes down to
That's
positioning. You don't get caught out.
that's the upset, bro.
All right.
Bro, if China was more mainstream as a league, bro, all gamers would be called, oh, this is the worst team of all time. Oh, this team sucks, bro. Like the like.
Well, you know what happens with the group stage coming close to an end here.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if Gentlemates, all gamers, DFM, and Furia all make it to Masters, that would be crazy. Mainstream defense, brother. Exactly, dog. DFM. Oh, they're the worst team, bro. 0-9, man.
Have to do much besides stay here because the defense just cannot rotate over to A. Should be a plant. Chaotic has done his job.
4v4.
Resurrection underway here as well. For ADG, they have a lot of space that they can work with, though. That
I'm not gonna
Viper's
lie.
pick gonna make it
Perez
that
here
much more
on
uncomfortable
Monsi.
to try and
They waited a little
retake
longer, would have
through
been fire,
screens,
because then
and
they get
you
that
look
ult
at
up, but
that
unfortunate.
main control that's had here by ADG
Billy
as
ult.
well.
Well, here's the paths.
I think it
from
tags the guy
Suncar.
CT, but it doesn't hit Sacred.
Convergence on
Sacred's the
way
guy you
in,
needed
but
it to hit,
dashes
bro.
right into Sacred.
Sacred's the guy you needed it to hit, bro.
A snake bite landing.
He's still alive, by the way.
Back to the 2v2. Smoke integrity falling.
Oh, just wrapping them heaven. I think Plant's in the open
Site.
too.
And
Sacred's the guy
beyond
you
that,
needed that
Sacred's
ult to hit,
found
bro.
different smoke to
Oh
work
my
with.
gosh.
Still in the corner, trying to work the shoulder, finds the first, but Bones can just sit here and wait. Has a perfect post plant set up, and ADG are on match point.
Yeah, just not expecting Bones to be in that position when Heaven was already re-cleared by ADG so much earlier, but really nicely done in the post plant there from Azure Dragon Gaming. Nightblood, though, they still got a couple rounds to work with here to try and take us to an overtime. Again, this is an elimination matchup within the Swiss stage of VCL.
I'm just praying
Winner doesn't
RRQ lose the
qualify to
3 finals
playoffs
and just
just yet,
go,
but they're
bro.
just still trying to keep themselves
There's gonna
alive
be
for
one
this
league.
season.
I don't know what league it's gonna be, but someone's about to play like 15 maps of Valorant in 3 days and lose every single series. Like something, bro. Someone is genuinely about to lose 3 BO5s in a row. It's gonna be nasty. I don't know who. I don't know what league, but it could happen, and it would be really disgusting. Like that would be so sad.
As maybe a reactionary measure, or potentially to call them on the backside of Intel.
DLG didn't lose all of them, but they lost middle and lowers, yeah.
But instead, the position is secured by a barrier orb, which will be broken, and we'll get the last 60 seconds with focus of Spike largely leaning B.
That is really important information that Spaz was able to garner towards B as well, like you were just talking about. Just being aware of the fact that there was presence of multiple players on the left side of the map. The Seekers are going to chase ADG quite far and deep. So you see the rotation being pulled here, fireball off, being called back over towards that B side.
Well, honestly, this is good mind games for ADG. They let those Seekers come around and the defense rotates. Now you've got to fake execute to B behind Chaotic. But Hugh, meanwhile, has dropped on the other side.
Oh, they got the kills on B. They got the kills on A, though, I
This is
mean.
massive with only 20 seconds on the clock.
20 seconds? They're trying to rotate back? Are they going to go through the Viper ults?
And the problem
Just give up.
is you can't get through the pit.
I was about to say, wait, what?
ADG's going to save out what they have. And that is a absolutely instrumental moment from Son of Car to hold his ground in the face of the misinformation game trying to be thrown around.
I was wondering why China is filled with teams like esports or gaming in the name, and there's 2 without. Like it's Tyloo and FPX.
Monty understanding. Okay, this is how ADG likes to play. They like to go.
Are they not Tyloo
and throw
esports?
in those double fake rounds here and there. It happened on a bit.
Oh wait, no, they have like some sponsor name,
Time out
don't
to be
they?
called for ADG because for them, they want to close this out now. Have a clean 2-0 to secure.
Or no, I think they're like
them
Tyloo
at
Gaming.
3-3. They don't want to take that risk.
Oh no, they're
of
actually
going
just
Corona,
Tyloo. Wait,
where
what?
Obviously, NBG have been looking pretty dangerous on the potential last map of the series.
Oh yes, see, Tyloo Gaming. It's just like, you know, it's not.
Well,
it's not like.
Round here, of course.
Yeah, I get what you mean though. Like everyone still has like the gaming in their name and stuff.
I would say super fragile for ADG, but you drop this one and NBG get to 10, it starts to shift the touch. The bigger issue, though, I think for Nightblood in this timeout, what they needed to conversate about, or converse about, conversate's not a word, converse about is like, how do we use these judges and stingers, or SMGs in general, to still be a defensive mechanism that we can get impact on the map? And so you're picturing things like that A ramp setup that we had from a couple of rounds ago. You're picturing things like maybe an overinvestment up top at B tower. Like, what can you do to try to get the map into your control in the hand of having lesser weapons here to give yourself a chance to extend towards overtime, knowing you've got really no ultimates that between now and round 24?
It'll be interesting to see how they look to adjust. I think that for NBG overall, the mid-hold has looked a little bit weaker. And when I say that, I just mean, you know, they usually are only investing one player over towards mid. It's usually just Practo holding that down on his own. Very much so trusting in the cycling of those smokes. But a lot of those, you know, crunches that we've seen
a few
coming
weeks ago,
through,
English is the level of a 10-year-old sometimes, I swear.
consistently
Bro,
been,
that's just how English works, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not even like your English is the level of a 10-year-old, bro. English is just stupid as a language,
if they did want to do like a walk down play. And I think that's kind of the hard part is ADG, they don't mind playing
English is
a
just
lot
a
of those
dumb language.
slower rounds to start pulling
How long
out
this tech ball's
a
gonna
lot
go
of that
for, bro?
defensive utility out from NBG a bit earlier on, forcing them to invest so they don't have as much to answer back with when they want to go for those hits, and then throwing in those high fast tempo rounds in here and there, and it making it a lot harder for NBG to get a really good read on how ADG are trying to approach that particular round because the calling has been so dynamic.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that. Well, got a little bit of a fake out. Thought we were about to end this technical pause. Not the case. a little bit of extra time to sit and consider. I just have to feel like if you're ADG right now, you've done so well at getting on site with numbers and really making sure that Nightblood, who've tried to really, I will say, like, Nightblood have tried to contest, I feel like, from the get-go and not invest as much into post-plant situations like we had seen from map number 1. Does that focus maybe need to change? Obviously, it probably wouldn't, you know, in this round considering the weapons, but is that something that would have to essentially change if you get to 10 here and need to try to maybe stay a little bit more stable in the ability to contest the post plant? Because ADG have gotten some really good openings in the first 45 seconds of these rounds.
Yeah, I think it's definitely tough because their comp isn't exactly built for the retake either. I don't think they're playing it wrong by any means.
That's not good.
I didn't even realize we were out the tech. Oh my gosh, wait, my bad,
Snooze! Who has had a bit of a stinker here at map number 2. And that may be the end.
It definitely might be. It's such a good micro adjustment as well, like throwing that smoke down a little bit later, knowing that they wanted to go for the
dude 3v5 retake, bro. One guy in spawn. They have a cross in spawn.
Constantly worry about 2 players over towards main.
That's it, man.
It always shows first, and then it's Bones to follow late.
I mean, Spaz and Practo are dogs, but it's just like not possible, bro. MC, bro.
Both hurt, both dealt with ADG. Get a 2-0 victory, and that is...
That's Nightblood eliminated, man. Unfortunate, unfortunate. You have a favorite run of games for a team? 2022 100 Thieves. End of 2022 100 Thieves. I mean, that's just something special. That's not what I meant to do. Is that like LCQ run? Wait, damn, that game ended already? Wait, what? How fast was map 2, yo? Like 13-0 map 2? 13-4, dang, man!
Stage and see them in split 2, but overall, I think ADG, they
all right, I'm gonna let this timer right now.
Hero moments.
Sorry, I keep
out of players
back,
like Bones and Sacred, and the calling, just the reactions were so good in comparison.
I will say, the way that map came out for Azure Dragon was not at all how I would have figured, considering the composition that they played. But like you said, hero moments come through in a major way on really both the 2 maps that we had. Azure Dragon one step closer to potentially finding themselves in a playoff situation. Nightblood eliminated, and we still have another match of full Valorant to come. So stick with us. We'll head to a break. That's back with us out of the backside. Don't go far.
gonna be big and bodies. Well, if they need it. Only a scuffle, so pit. Good sound, Renz. Oh, the high-low. There it is. Oh, and even more than that, Zerona is dimensional drip from Tonza. He's gonna know what you're planning, what you think before you've even executed. And the real executioners are sleepers.
Well, Azure Dragon Gaming keeps their VCL dreams alive, and we say goodbye to Nightblood Gaming. Welcome back to Valorant Challengers League North America. I'm your host, Elizabeth, joined with Roy and Emily on the desk. And it was close, it was nail-bitey, but eventually the caster curse came through, Roy, and we came through with a ADG 2-0 win.
Yeah, so now I would like to formally apologize to MBG for the curse. I think I saw, as soon as I saw the predictions and saw all 5 of us, I kind of just called it, I think, if I recall. I think I said 2-0 ADG.
Did, yep. You did.
Yeah,
you did.
It was just the most obvious thing, even without the hindsight, honestly. But, you know, the ADG played well, and I kind of like this. And I think a lot of things that needed to go their way went their way, and it made this win a little bit easier, like 4 out of 4 for pistols. They also got the bonus on the last round. A lot of these rounds, statistically speaking, if you win both pistols and a bonus, like, your chances of winning the map goes up so much. And although NBG did look pretty good on the gun rounds, they just sometimes, they just didn't have enough rounds to play with.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely didn't go down without a fight here, especially in that first half, kind of switching things up. We saw them find a success, actually. One of their first rounds that they won was by a super aggressive play rather than kind of playing slow and playing into ADG, because they did start to kind of pick them off there. But then in that second half, like, ADG was just like kind of steamrolling there, and it was really hard just for them to kind of have an answer to find a way to stop them. Even when they tried to aggress, they found some success, but then in that later round, ADG was just so good at getting those trades that they just didn't have an answer to it.
And it felt like whenever ADG also got on sites or they were initiating retakes, if they weren't interrupted, it felt so well constructed. Like, it seemed like all of them were pretty locked in. They were on the same page, and a lot of the X Factor plays were perfectly timed by them as well. Like the flash peeks by Chaotic, or Hugh swinging off contact. Like, a lot of the the chaos that they needed to create was so well timed and so well coordinated for ADG. It's a very deserved win.
Something I'm going to ask you, Emily, is that we saw Nightblood Gaming change their comps for both maps, correct? We saw kind of this shift, but ADG did not change their comps. Was it a failure of Nightblood Gaming's comp? Was it not use their potential? Did you like the old comps more?
No, I think at this point, since they are one match, or they were one match away from elimination, they want to try and do whatever they can, whatever changes they need to make to try and find success, because before they were struggling a little bit, right? And while it's like a high risk, high reward thing. If they felt confident in playing into their comfort zone, I don't think it's that crazy to do, even if they don't have the reps as they had with the last comps. Because at the end of the day, you gotta try something different if what you're doing is not already working.
Yeah, and here, Roy, we saw 11 first kills on either side. I think you talked about
Swear, are you here, brother?
Sage, Fireball, Ops, coming to the front, but we highlighted Chaotic in our pre-show and going 25 and 15. Roy, 316 ACS.
Yeah, this is, are any of us surprised, really?
No,
it's something like
okay.
Not
just
a
wanted to
single
double check
party.
before I went on
Gosh!
Just figured, just wanted to double check.
We are here, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I want to touch on the team because I think we're going to get into Chaotic specifically here shortly, but I do want to talk about ADG's new form. I want to talk about, how well it seems like this new identity fits them, and kind of specifically about the tempo control and a lot of their ideas. And it feels like they found their imprint in the meta, and they found the way to control the tempo and play Valorant at their own pace. And it seems to be working extremely well for them. But I will say the fact
I didn't realize this was an elimination game, bro. I thought this was a playoff qual game. Now I'm nervous, bro.
That's so many rounds that have swung in their favor. Then obviously for NBG, we kind of came into this match. We talked
Heroic Toronto run or mates run this kickoff has to be my favorite. Nah, bro. There was just something special about watching that 2022 100 Thieves team, bro.
In fact, we're gonna highlight Chaotic because we highlighted him during the
Don't be nervous. Let's get excited.
We are going to highlight
I'm excited. Listen, can I not have both, bro? Come on. I can't have both.
to watch out for him. We told them to, this is going to be, an incredible, consistent duelist, and that's exactly what we got today.
Yo, look at his cast.
I mean, 316 ACS.
You see it.
Just another day for him.
Might work.
But when we saw what he was actually.
I only started dieharding like 2024. Ah, okay, I see.
Like being able
That would be
to
generational.
follow up his waylay, giving him the flash
Oh
and
man,
get that
bro.
following up, capitalizing on those
When I remembered that we were playing this team. Dog. I can't wait to see. Hold on, let's see it, bro.
On their defensive hatch,
Huntice, please let me know.
value out of the op and space in those extremities.
Everything is on the line, man.
We saw NBG kind of shift focus away from that towards mid.
Yo, Huntice said he had some bangers cooked up today.
Like gaps in their attack, and I mean, look at this pistol, bro. I remember seeing that line. Was like, what the heck was that?
Is Mr. Pro Breakdown playing pro? No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the one pistol that NBG could have won, Chaotic just completely.
I watch party.
And I feel like this.
I'm watch partying for Alliance, bro.
Because the meta is sort of shifting.
I'm nervous to watch this team, bro.
Speed up a lot, and we're going heavily into a double duelist meta, and it's working for a lot of these teams. I mean, even G2 is speeding things up. Like, it seems like the teams that can play this accelerated pace, explosive style, they seem to be the ones finding the most value, and it feels like ADG is playing into that, and it's kind of just working in their favor. And they have Chaotic.
Boys got this. Yup.
They're feeling it right now, and things just look good for ADG.
Bro, let me change my title real quick, bro.
So ADG they have T-Dog, who is here for our post-match interview. Come to the front, Mr. Dog, sir. Hello.
Savage Dog.
Congratulations.
I'm doing good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The streets were saying you were asked to be interviewed last week as well, and I wanted to bring you back because I wanted to kind of get you as an IGL. You guys have been kind of staring down the barrel of elimination, kind of this do or die situation. Has there been any difference in kind of like thoughts, feeling, vibe, and change with the team when you face elimination? Do you see that as a leader, or is it kind of just business as usual for ADG?
Well, at the start, it felt like we were just going through what normal, new teams go through, where we didn't have a crazy amount of time in the off season in terms of just like building and practicing. We're like competing in like a lot of tournaments, sometimes with like fills and stuff like that. But when we went down 0-2, it just felt like we weren't playing our game at all. It felt like we weren't confident, and we had a tough team talk, to be honest, about a lot of just like, you had to be transparent, had to be honest, and we hashed out a lot of stuff, and that helped a lot. And after that happened, we have been, looking much better. So we kind of just like got over those like initial jitters of just like playing together and just like competing, and we're full confidence.
I mean, when you say our game, to be blunt with you, I think a lot of players say we didn't play our game, or we're just going to play our game. I would love for you to be specific about that. What is the identity of ADG? How do you see as the leader how ADG operates and what your game is?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just like a really good team to define as just like X Factor players. Any single person on this team can have a crazy round. It could be me in a clutch or me making a call. It could be any four of my players acing you at any point in time. So when there are gaps in how people are playing, when we have good micro ideas on how we could abuse somebody, we're just going to do it. And we're just going to punch you in the face over and over and over again.
No, let's come back to
over time, we're just going to lose sight and lose blood. And
some did this last year too.
Obviously, you have staved off elimination for now, but moving forward, the job's not done. I'd love to see from you what you think is, ADG's, beyond what you've just said, their biggest strength. Because yes, you can be clutch. Yes, you have a good micro reads, but what is something that you think teams fear about you moving forward?
I think a lot of people read off of a page, and I think that they don't know how to solve problems on the fly, and they don't know how to pick up on things to help them in the middle of the game. They rely off of that page, they rely on the VOD review, and all five of us can make adjustments on the fly, and we can come up with things to do. We can, change how an exec works. We can change how a default works, and I think that's a huge strength within all of us, is that individualism that just pushes you over to get these round wins. And it just makes the game easy to play, to be honest.
Well, congratulations once again, 13-11, 13-9. Unless you go enjoy your win with your team.
I got one shout out if I could.
Oh, please.
I wanted to shout out a guy who showed up in the off season and subbed for our team over and over again. His name's Nabil. He just got unfortunately dropped from YP Gaming a few days before Black History Month. So happy Black History Month to Nabil. I'm very sorry that you got cut from your team, and I hope the best for you. I know you're going to make a great comeback. Highest rated player in Stage 2 2024.
Thank you so much, Travis. I'll let you on your way.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Yo, there's no
Well, but we're
shot.
gonna take a bit of a break, but we have YFP versus Lions Guardians. That's the right there.
Yo, T-Dog is a real one. That's White Boy of the Month. I love that. Oh my gosh. Nah. Going into that next game is too funny. Bro, I'm gonna be so real with you. I didn't even notice when the field got dropped. I didn't watch their game. Wait, who's playing now? Oh, that's why Tuesday's on YFP. Dog.
It could go. We'll talk about predictions later, but this is really kind of go either way. Comme si, comme ça. Is that the right way to say it in French? I don't know.
I didn't expect him to say all that. Bro, I thought you were just going to throw a little shout out, be like, oh yeah, you know, he's really great. He needs to get picked up.
Excited for because this is kind of like the closest that you can get it, really.
Yeah, I mean, it is an elimination match. We just witnessed one, and I'm very excited to see how these two kind of go up against each other. I think, you know, they both have their strengths, and I don't think that they go well with each other. Like, I think they're actually quite the opposite of each other, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But that's why I just feel like this could be a quick 2-0 for me. To be completely honest, I feel like just with how these two teams play, they don't work together. It's not something that, like, I don't know, they just combat each other very well, I guess.
That is.
She said quick 2-0 for either team, right? For either team, is that what she said?
I think there's really nothing better than YFP versus Lions Guardians kind of facing each other. These opposite kind of, you know, fire and water, if you will. I'm trying to find analogies today, and that's not really working. English is a hard language today.
English is a hard language. This is going to be a hard match, and these pictures are also quite hard. And this team is a hard team to play against.
Better be what you were
I think
saying.
this team is. It's kind of hard for me to define it, but if I did have to define it, I would say that they have a very strong front line, and they have very strong, flexible and support players that are able to, one, enable the system, but also take over a lot of the macro ideas and be very vocal heavy when it comes to these micro situations. I feel like this team, once they're feeling it, once they're kind of in the flow, it feels like they're very difficult to play against. But when things break down, it feels like, you know, sometimes it slips through their hands and they're not able to quite get on the same page, and you know, they can't quite find their footing. But I feel like this team is not one to be slept on, and their strength can be quite high once they're feeling it.
Roy, you're so smart, because I completely agree with you. Like, when I watch the maps that they win, they are complete stomps. They thrive on momentum, and they're just such a force that it feels really hard for other teams to stop. But like in those close games, I feel like they don't thrive under that pressure. Like, they honestly, they start struggling a little bit there, and they kind of just fall apart and make a bunch of micro mistakes.
Okay.
You know, to be fair, sometimes.
I'm gonna run another fat ad real quick just to make sure we don't get an ad in the middle of this game. Just right now.
Crumble under the pressure, excuse me. Other times it makes diamonds. But we wanted to highlight a player for YFP, and it is Stallion over here, Roy, with a 217.9 ACS.
Yo, you know what time it is, bro?
Quite a
Come
fitting
on.
name for a support
Let's get it,
player
baby.
who's putting the team on his back, shall I say? Yeah, I think one, very good support player. Two, very vocal heavy, and from what I hear from a lot of people in the scene, is he's also a very vibes guy. He likes to kind of keep the energy up.
Everybody knows what's up, man. Come on.
Players on the team, along with Darkest.
What country is that?
People. It can be the difference maker. We've also, not only that, but we've seen him have impeccable utility throughout the season. And on top of that, his performance, statistically speaking, has been so good. And when he needs that X Factor player in the controller role, it's Stallion you're looking at.
Dog, this game is so fire, I swear.
I'm kind of the rock for this team. I feel like there's never a time where he doesn't have an insane impact. And he's honestly sometimes even the win condition here, right? Especially like on Pearl or
Forward Supreme segment, bro.
really hard.
This is better than the watch parties, man. I'm telling you.
Insane value and insane trade-offs. when he shouldn't. Like, teams are unable to kind of punish him or stop him when he gets started.
Y'all ain't never watch any streamer play a game this consistently during breaks, bro.
There's some like analogy in there somewhere about Stallions being like one of the best players you can get. Or something.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tough. I'm so tough. Oh no.
YFP and Stallion will be facing Alliance Guardians, today. And again, Emily, you spoke about it. These are teams that have like two very different styles of playing. Atlas, swag. Atlas, sorry, I have to bring that up.
That's my man. Yeah. Come on, baby. Yo, listen, this is a big game to win, okay? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is a big one for me to win, homie.
Yeah, I feel like they don't really have like one specific player that always shines. I feel like they constantly kind of swap out.
Listen. Alliance Guardians, come on.
They have, like, when all the Infinity Stones are together and like the whole team is kind of on fire, they're kind of a force to be reckoned with. They don't need to have like crazy momentum. They're a team that I don't think needs to rely on momentum to win games. I think we've seen them come back being down so far in rounds and end up closing out matches like that. And the fact that they're able to kind of have that resilience goes a long way.
Yeah, and I mean, another person we would like to highlight for the broadcast today is Reich.
Wait, Josue, I know you guys have the whole thing, but like, oh, the Guardians, the content creators. It's fine if I put AXG in like my title, right? So people actually know that I'm watch partying for this team.
Because he's putting on a clinic for all I can see right here,
nice
guys.
One. Good one.
Thank you so much. I just came up with that on the spot. Yeah. So I think this player has actually impressed me a lot. I feel like we've seen him play in the promo relegations before. I kind of knew what he like the potential.
I was gonna say that's a great idea. Okay, good. Because bro, I realized so many people don't know that I'm actually like on the org when I stream, bro. Because don't I have it in my? Do I not have it in my? Do I not have it in my Twitch like about me? Is it not in my bio?
Yeah, and I feel like when I see him play the
You don't glaze this enough?
Oh,
how much do I need to do, bro? I'm on Poseidon's nuts every single game. What do you mean?
When he is kind of struggling to find success playing.
How much more do I need to do? How much more? How much more do you want, bro?
That can kind of change the whole game or change the whole round. I think when he doesn't get punished as often as I see other like super aggressive waylays, especially in challengers. Like I think he is almost has like a little bit of plot armor when it comes to him playing for his team. I don't know how else to.
Yeah, I think it looks good in the title too. Okay, good. I was just making sure because I know you guys have your thing. You know.
Well,
I know what you're trying to say though.
Thank you. Wait, like we suck at speaking today. It's our job. But we also wanted to highlight for our head-to-head Darkest and Snarly, the IGLs of either team, going up ahead once another with similar stats, Emily, but looking at Breach. If you're playing Breach in this meta, Emily, you are brave. But I love Breach, so I'm very happy that Darkest is playing Breach.
Look at Snarly, man. We're competing at stats against Darkest. Oh, we're locked. We're locked.
Play the Viper, the Teo, the Kale, and he's been super consistent across it. And I think he does such a good job on those initiator and kind of flex agents, especially when it comes to setting up his boy polrrz. Like his utility usage is just insane. But I also love being able to see like a new play style when he goes to that Viper.
Oh my gosh, dog. I'm not gonna lie. I have too much fun playing this. I have way too much fun playing this, bro.
That he's able to kind of have that little switch going on so that he doesn't like randomly make weird plays on that Viper role where you have to play different, right?
Yeah, and I think Darkest has some of the best situational awareness in the league, honestly. His ability to control players around him, his ability to just rally the troops and get on the
damn
like microseconds is
here we go.
And kind of the same thing for Snarly, right? Where he's taken on the IGL role, he's taken on so much of the team's taxes, and I feel like when it comes down to the performances, yeah, statistically, Snarly might not be the highest stat player in the league, but I feel like the way that Alliance Guardians have been playing, and when you see the kind of performances that they're putting up against teams that be considered to be overdog compared to
oh my gosh!
Like, Snarly's calling to a level that's almost equal. Like he's up there.
Yo, oh my gosh!
Identity, and so a lot of respect for him. Shout out.
Yeah, you know, like you said, he might not always be like up there scoreboard or stats wise, but we can't overlook his impact, right? His utility timing and his position. It never feels like he's wasting any utility.
Oh my gosh! Wait, why is this intense?
Calling plays around that, right? Like being that IGL and being able to kind of have that control.
No, I'm not gonna lie. This game against Philippines is
To play it out. They've done such a good job at that, and it's really impressive.
dog. It's Zekin on the other side, bro.
While also still like kind of performing there, right?
Well, folks, we'll be heading into our map selection. We're going to start on Pearl, Roy, then go to Corrode, and ending on Split, with YFP picking Pearl first.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the Pearl pick from YFP. They've looked great on the map, although they are 1-1 on it. I still feel like the Waylay and the KO works extremely well for them. The roles are very comfortable, and I feel like their relative strength on defense or offense is kind of balanced. So it's not really a big deal which side they get. So I'm not surprised to see the Pearl come out.
Come on, baby.
And honestly, Emily, with the Corrode and Split, I think these maps are like cinematic. If you're being honest, Emily, like talk to me about the Corrode pick for Alliance Guardians.
Honestly, I'm excited to see it. Like I think that having Snarly being on that initiator role, I think it could be a brawling map. I'm kind of looking more towards Split for that. But for Corrode, I think we're gonna see a lot more new ideas coming in.
And we also have our predictions, and I hesitate to throw them on the screen. I genuinely do, because last time we did this, as in a few hours ago.
Hello? No. Caster curse. Hello? Not one? Not one.
But I think, something to say that we could, all believe in.
All right. Josue, get the video ready, bro. Get the video. We're playing the cup of all time, and Poseidon's on chamber. We won. Have we played this cup before? I don't think so, right?
Last weekend, and
I don't think we've played this cup before.
Murda was right. I hate that, but it worked for them, so why couldn't it work here? I think seeing Riker on that pinnacle and seeing how they're kind of gonna play around that, because they don't have a heavy movement agent.
I don't think we've played this map before, actually.
Jet taking away from a Waylay,
We haven't even touched this map. Hold on, let's see. Did we play it in Funhaver?
What he ends up doing here.
And I want to see YFP put a stop to the Phoenix or.
Damn, is this the first time we've shown this map ever? Wait.
If they're alt cycling between the Phoenix and between the Yoru, this attack half could be very.
We've played Pearl
I feel
before.
Like YFP needs to get ahead of that, deny some A space, fight for it, deny the ability for them to farm up.
I haven't played it since.
Have a game plan on the other side. The last thing you want is to get up to your territory.
January, but we have been playing this comp in Funhaver. But the only time we played Pearl is in groups.
It's got everything it needs.
Riker had a +15 Jojmo to watch on the Phoenix on Pearl, but YFP could shut it down. Ash and Shift, the game is in your hands. Please take it away.
All right, talk to me, baby. It's okay. We were ready for this. No, we were.
Caster cursing, by the way. It's just one of those energy things.
Who picked this map actually?
Take over the universe at times, but for YFP, it's been an interesting journey so far throughout their season.
I didn't see. Whatever. We'll find out in literally 5 seconds, 30 seconds actually.
Matches that we were going to get a YFP team, after they really
come on, baby,
against Rose, that they were going to really take over. But then a battle versus EG Academy had us kind of reevaluating. It's just been kind of like a lot of other squads, very back and forth, kind of here and there, not as convincing as you would like to see from a squad that had high expectations coming in. Whereas for Alliance Guardians, kind of a heck of a debut, honestly, here, Ash. And I think they should feel proud about what they've been able to do to this point, but the pressure's
Listen,
on
bro,
now.
LML hopes both teams have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Certainly, and I think that's been so much of the conversation around the first split, right? Is the idea of, okay, a lot of these rosters coming together ahead of split one, getting that time to gel and figuring things out, but now being so late into the Swiss stage, that's where the expectations are set for those kinks to have been worked out at this point, especially in an elimination matchup, right? I think Roy hit the nail on the head, though, with what I'm going to be expecting out from YFP, that it focused over towards the extremities, especially over towards a main, denying Riker from looking to continue to cycle that ultimate up constantly, because that's such a big part of the game plan when you
This is the game, bro. This is the game.
It's just trying to get that run it back online.
Speaking of the game, bro. Yo, how's when does Pelicans versus the Kings start, bro?
To combat that, if that's something that they will even be focused on here. I know that for certain Furbsa on the defense on that waylay. You're expecting
5
him to
o'clock.
go for
Yeah,
some
we gotta
of those,
pick this up,
earlier
bro.
engagements.
We gotta get out here with a clean 2-0, bro.
On the
I
side
gotta
of
watch Kings versus
YFP
Pelicans.
looking to combat a little bit of that space, but at the same time, Alliance Guardians, you could say that they would expect that response coming out from them, right? Knowing what those win and loss conditions are for certain goals in these rounds, especially when it comes down to those orbs.
Yeah, it just feels like for Alliance Guardians, you could categorize this offensive half as go, 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 go. Like, just as soon as the execute hits, you've got to go quickly. Because, candidly speaking, just playing off the Astra from the
Riker, I wanna, I'm not gonna lie. I need to see what Riker, what Jogamo was doing the other day, alright? I need to see just like,
first blood quickly, need to take space quickly, and
just some silly gameplay, bro. Get active, baby.
To get a clean retake underway. So, we'll see what we get.
Start attack, they 4-walk down there.
That opening narrative, is it just going to be AXG playing off of that, okay, we've got contact, let's hit,
Didn't
or
get
is it going to
slowed.
be feel things out, hit somewhere else, and that seems to be the case here for early.
Oh, and she slammed. All good.
They find first blood, and they're going to play retake on A from a different angle.
Yeah, very happy to flip the site here.
We're gonna get the plant down. 2 walk down flower.
Towards backside.
Yo.
They don't know how many players are in.
I was about to say, yo, Poseidon, you can't be turned around like that, dog.
All 4 on the side of YF.
Nice kill, Poseidon.
Well, good eliminations here on the post plant.
Oh my gosh.
Barely alive.
Good molly on Tuesday as well.
Some fire
Hey,
damage.
Stallion's hella low. Stallion's literally 1 HP. Nice, good kill.
So it has Tuesday set up and ready to
I
go.
was about to say, if we don't get that, nice, Poseidon. Oh my gosh. Nah.
Playing down low, has no problem dealing with everything on site, and it's a really solid start here for the offense.
Yeah, I really like that site flip coming through. Just knowing that they can try and isolate a potential 1 to 2 players into CT and make sure that that trade comes in so that they can focus back in on the flood that's coming from the front side of A. For Alliance Guardians now, they've got quite the hefty anti-eco heading into the second round. YFP, though.
We're getting hyped every round with, come on, man. Nah. Yo, Poseidon here with the Vandal, bro. You gotta walk them down like dogs. Get ready for it, bro.
There is that opportunity.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about this.
Slammed here.
Hold on, 3 years.
Just holding very deep here.
Okay, we see the one guy with the jump spot. Okay, we're getting dashed down on. He has a shorty. Okay, Slammed, you can't stay here too long, twin. Keep running, Slammed! Yeah, we're out, Slammed! Slammed, why are you turning around?
The other side of the map, the spike is already being planted, and YFP just have a continual issue trying to track down.
Oh my gosh. Nice. Good kill. This guy's a Vandal. Wait, they have Vandal and Guardian. Stop it. Wait, no. Stallion went con. We're fine.
A lot of this is going to come down to, can you actually isolate this dual setup at heart?
Okay.
And Jack has no way to respond to that, and that will be the round. AXG will get their second with a little bit of punish, but they should be okay.
Yeah, overall pretty comfortable.
Should we? Yes, okay. Get out with 2
much more
Vandals.
there.
Atlas should be able to get the
Another orb there
Guardian.
for Atlas cycling into that dimensional drift there on the side of Alliance Guardians. Nice play.
Didn't get the Guardian, but it's
at the very
fine.
least to try
Lose
and
2
get
guns?
those
I'm not
weapons
tweaking. I'm
out
not tweaking.
of
I'm not
the Alliance
tweaking.
Guardians' hands.
Let's chow.
YFP now. Taking a look
They'll get
at
out with our 2
what we
Vandals.
got
That's what
work with
matters,
on the
bro.
bonus. Still going to be really comfortable with the 2 right.
Bro, that could have gotten scary, bro. I don't know why we had the Vandal in mid and the Guardian.
With weapons in hand, much more standard looking defaults, right, for the defender's side. And this is where Alliance Guardians are now going to start to, you know, contest that A main space a little bit more heavily.
Oh my gosh. Stun. The
to.
flash.
But also just to
We used both flashes. We were stunned on the second one still.
If there is an execute, where is it coming from? When is it
It's
coming?
fine,
and how
it's
many?
fine.
Because you figure it's
Knife
gonna
hits
be
both
at
in,
least
man.
4 every single time with this comp. So Stallion's gonna.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. There's no point in trying to like full.
That is
Whatever.
way too free. Consider the nature of this.
I mean, get the
comp, you
trade,
just
I
don't
guess.
anticipate Seeing just dry peaks like that, individual in nature.
Yes.
A little bit of pre-fire to the smoke also lands to catch Snarly.
Good kill, Slam.
Slam makes it interesting in a 2v3, but that will have
This is
Susie
still
looking to
so
really take
winnable.
over to give the numbers to YFP, trying to play a bit of early contest off that flash, plus the reveal. Fragment in the corner should hit some significant damage.
Dude, these
And that will
flashes,
be
bro.
the site
Look
here.
at this.
The Lions gamers
Damn.
just need to win their
1v3?
fights
Easy.
now in really weird spots, and that will not
Oh,
happen.
NT, bro. All good, all good.
Into AXG's
Good
bonus,
good
but
bonus, good bonus, good bonus.
More
Good
importantly,
bonus.
to stop the plant so the eco.
Let's
can stay
chow, let's
stuck.
chow.
Yeah, it's a nice recovery.
Listen, we got our big boy
considering
guns now.
how
Everybody got
hard
their
it's
big boy
been
guns
coming
now.
there from AXG as well. Just trying to get that plant
That Loki
secured
could have been
and
that Loki was
actually a lot of
doable.
those fights too. It got really awkward in towards the mid site with some of those positions from the side of YFP, but the adjustment.
I'm surprised I kept
was made
pushing through
as
that, but it's
necessary.
chill.
side of Alliance Guardians. Taking a visit outside of B with the pings going down. I think, yeah, looking for one of those B to mid splits here. I'm curious if it will be maybe like
dog for door.
Dog through the smoke even further. No, it's just kind of setting
You're
up
gonna be here, and
Poseidon
Poseidon's
for
just
this
in
lurk
mid.
position while
Dog doesn't
Spike
spawn
looks to
anything.
regroup B main.
Yeah, but this will be
Yo, WA,
known
thanks for
by
the follow.
YFP.
Appreciate you.
They get the double swing over towards A main. They clear that space out. There's a star to play off of for Stallion, so he's good there. Ferbsa is already thinking about re-wrapping back over to mid to take Jack's position. You would
Neon
figure.
2 slides or
Just
ISO
down to
gets a
what
shield
timing
back
and
if
what
he
kind
gets
of
2
contact
kills.
YFP can get. Yeah,
2 slides Neon. There's no chance I'm playing against that ISO thing again. No. You don't understand. That was the worst day of all time. I'm so serious.
How many are here? And now it's just down to the question of how do you
ISO was the
challenge
boogeyman
plant, if
that
at
day.
all, and it looks like they're going to try to play
I'll take
more
Neon
rebate.
2 slides any day. I'm so
Yeah, no
serious.
choice on that, right? It's so hard to even get that audio cue to know if that
How do
plant
we
is
even
going
deal
down.
with
Nice
this, bro?
flash, but Tuzi's still back here with the judge.
He gets nothing! Come on! Oh my gosh.
At screens, and that will be enough for YFP to say we've got no business being here. There's just no way you clear out the front and still get clearance to
Bro, I
watch
keep
this
hitting my
post
chair with the
clutch
armrests,
position
bro.
all the way through the backside of B main.
Where are you
figure this will be-
looking?
Can we catch an exit? Nope, we can't. We'll go ahead and save. And really solid start here from Alliance.
I mean, you gotta love having a Cosmic Divide on so early.
Yeah, jump Steelers guys on both of his sides. I mean, come on, they're just too locked,
so
bro.
uncomfortable for YFP to try and push back in, especially once that Hall's control is seized by
Such a
Alliance
bad time, bro. I
Guardians.
know.
It makes that retake just
Oh, we're good though.
near
We're good though,
impossible.
bro.
I like the ideas that we're seeing from Alliance Guardians. You know, the inserts over towards mid there for Poseidon, something that for YFP, they're going to have to continue to keep their eyes out for seeing that chamber, trying to find any holes in the defense to thread the needle. For the side of AXG. Pretty standard split overall. I think continuously looking to pressure over towards that A main side, always consistently forcing YFP to invest that utility into stalling that push a little longer.
Well, feels like a tempo change may be required here for YFP, and they're going to get that. At least off the waylay initially. Ferbsa decides to stay.
All right, we sent
No
3,
reason not
4
to.
guys
The
back
map
in,
is
man.
littered with defensive utilities.
Poseidon
You're
sticks
feeling pretty
around
comfortable if
in
you're Tuzi
the
playing with the Guardian in that position.
going
And
shop
yeah,
right
this is
now.
all reactive
Bro, we
in
haven't.
terms of the defensive setup to AXG's tempo.
Yeah, we need to poke around midboard, bro. He's
I'm a
what's
bit
it
surprised
called?
by that. I won't
AJ
lie. Like, I
Util's,
would have
like,
figured that YFP
dumb.
in this round would try to
I think
put
that
a bit
only
more
tagged onto
contact
Riker,
heavy, try to
so.
at least contest some of these spaces,
That's
but
chill.
they're feeling, I'm sure, very locked in, knowing that Ferbsa has got the space at B-man that he does.
That's very true. That was a nice lineup as well to get that information over towards A. Now, the crunch in
Good break.
pending here. There is a molly to delay in art at the very
Broke the
least,
alarm bot
trying
as well.
kind of mess up the spacing here on the attack here for Alliance.
Did we commit this A?
Some of the run it backs in play, so here comes the flash, but Stallion
Breaks the
goes
ult.
unnoticed and cancels
Flash
out
came
any
through,
further
and
information
the
from that side of
Kidget-
site.
wait.
Defense can now step in.
After
More
seeing
flank
all
attack.
this,
4v4 on top of the site. Spike not planted yet. There's the toggle.
bro, still 30 seconds.
Stay
This guy's looking
alive
back towards
inside
con.
the
Low key, we can
pit.
go
Ferbsa's
back, no?
not gonna elect to play off the
No, he's
flank.
forced to
Instead,
plant.
track
Okay, it's fine.
back as the spike will be planted. And honestly, if you're YFP, you need these other defenders to come in quickly. I don't think they realize that Alliance gamers are just sitting outside of sight right now.
Good
They
kill
already have
record.
numbers.
What did you just call us? Alliance gamers?
It's
Yo,
just such an awkward position.
get it right, bro. They're the Guardians, man.
Good
Nice
volley,
kill,
but
Atlas.
Still finds a 1-for-1 trade
Come on.
with the rest. And yeah, I'm interested
Oh,
to see
yeah.
that one, Ash. I'm surprised that YFP, with the election after the run it back fade to commit into sight, didn't call
No,
more
they're locked,
defensive
bro. They're
rotators in, because the defenders that commit to getting into sight are done stuck there. They don't have any more utility to play with to survive.
I think I will give them the fact that,
I
you know,
know,
sometimes
alright.
you also see like those
YFP
fake
already taking the
defensive
timeout. We're back
moves,
chilling, bro. We're
With that
back
running
chilling.
back, the fact that they are trying to go and pull one of those fake scenarios. And I guess for YFP, Darkus probably just didn't feel like they had enough information to commit a full rotation over to that side of the map. And granted, I think that's also, you know, part of the game plan with that Phoenix.
Dude,
pick
we're so
too,
locked. We're
You
so
kinda
locked,
keep
baby.
the
Come
other
on.
opponent guessing with, is this going to be
Listen,
a
let's keep this
proper
going, bro. They ripped the
commit, or
timeout.
is
They're
this
gonna be
all
on
a
an eco here.
distraction
Ferbsa has
so that
ult.
they can find a way to
Yo,
break
I'm not
through the
gonna lie,
defense
they're
on the
ult.
other side of the map. YFP to call out this timeout, I'm sure a little bit of the discussion that's going to be had for how they want to be managing this defensive side, because right now I think knowing on the side of Alliance Guardians, they have 2 flash characters. You've got the Prowlers there for Snarly. They have so much utility that can fight for that extremity control. We've seen YFP for the last 5 rounds now. Aside from the first pistol, just play it a lot more.
Am I tweet? I was about to say, I feel like it's been a good 60 seconds, bro. How long is this timeout gonna be?
Guardians, and I think that is what is definitely going in favor of the attackers at the moment.
That's fair. I just figured, like, after that recommitment to get players back on site, plus you hear the spike being toggled, you would have gotten FALORANT to make a decision one way or the other. Same with Tuzi, but especially that late in the round. But discussion has been had. And now it's just down to how do we move from here, especially considering that the advantage is very significant, obviously, in this round, but also in the half right now for Alliance Guardians. So YFP will likely have to discuss, or that discussion rather will likely have to be.
Snarly's walking up. He is terrified.
No,
oh, doesn't see Darkest.
Here for Alliance Guardians, gonna do it. The dimensional drift just getting on site to make sure there's nothing
it's fine.
crazy in their way.
What comes through?
Night falls on the way out. Jackson
Kill.
first. Tuzi will drop. Atlas taking control
Nice
of
Atlas.
screens. Trying to drop in for the double peak was YFP, but they only go 1 for 1.
We should be good. We should be good. Yes.
Charlie's caught though. Hold on a second. Darkest able to provide another elimination.
Nice.
This makes things really interesting. As Stallion now
1v1.
finds himself in a 1v1.
Still Stallion with the
Starting
bandit.
Position. That'll be
It's not gonna be too bad.
Stallion trying to
We're
find
good.
a weapon.
Slammed got
But
us.
a couple of attacks, the
Slammed
pistol
got
don't
us.
work out. There's a
Slammed
shot.
got us, right?
Guessing left
Right,
to
slammed?
Little wiggle, little wiggle.
No!
Let's make a little love. It's Stallion for the
How do we lose that, man?
no! Alliance Guardians crumbling in that round.
Really nicely done by YFP. The investment of the dimensional drift.
Dude, we
to
used 2
up
ults for that too, no?
because we
3?
just wanted to ensure that there wasn't any sort of stack on site.
No, we used 2. We
Blood
used
was
2.
So fast out of the side of YFP.
Like, I know they use a
Those
Wailio, but like, bro, we
pistols,
used 2 ults for that. We lose an eco.
swings that were coming in, just playing those numbers, just very nicely done.
Out of charges.
Alliance Guardians now. You go back to this.
Bro,
one,
now
just
they have money. They have ults.
again looking to contest this A main kind of.
I'm not gonna lie. Let's get this one back, bro. Let's get this one back. That actually pissed me off.
Early.
All good. Herbs with an op. I guess he does have it like that. No, it's cool.
YFP starting to build now. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Connects the second
In the
time,
turret still up.
definitely puts the
Ferbs
round
can
out
sprint
of
across
YFP.
map, bro.
With the amount of tools that are
Poseidon, I need you to do
Unless
big things for me
Poseidon
here, brother.
can do something.
Poseidon, I've seen what you can do.
Here.
I mean, on the side of YFP, it really would be up to them to be making some pretty grave mistakes. I feel like
Yeah.
for this round to slip out of their hands.
Nice, Riker. Nice, Riker.
Or
Maybe
Riker
right
could do
there.
that.
Maybe right there. So now the nightfall on the defensive side for Jack.
Hero comes through. It's only gonna tag
Honestly,
one.
Darkest really isn't in a far enough forward position to do much.
Riker
with
has ult for
this.
post,
There
and we
go,
have
the
this op
one
up.
player is on site, but Snarly's fine being there. There's the
It's
fragment.
mollied out, but it's fine.
Decent damage. Snarly flushed out and dealt
Nice.
with.
I don't care. Look, flash.
Here's to run it back.
Look, come on.
For Riker.
No!
Could
Could've had that,
So
bro.
he'll return over to Poseidon's left hip.
Dude, now the KO ult comes through, and
that's
Poseidon just doesn't have a
good.
gun.
Man, shuts down the scope.
Guy's jiggling with the shorty, man.
Left, which means they're pretty shorty left. They keep doing that. Means that now Poseidon has to try to stay alive. Now.
Damn, bro.
It gets
Dog,
a
I'm actually
little
shocked
nasty,
Riker
but
can get that kill
YFP
in Con.
still
It's
come over
whatever,
the
bro.
Very nicely done there. Great micro coming out from Darkest in that moment as well.
NT.
Just being able to hop, skip, jump away from that Phoenix ult that was looking to clear him out, and also ensure that it doesn't get any of the value
Dude,
that they were looking
this
for.
Ferb's so op here, bro.
Great recovery there for YFP, considering how that round started and the fact that it went down to a 3v3 afterwards.
They got the op back up.
Now,
KJ ult.
you've got an
Astral ult.
operator into the hands of Poseidon here as well.
We have to start
We're gonna
building back
constantly, I
up.
think,
Bro, and they're
look
already
for
halfway to
that
Ferb's ult
positioning
again,
over
bro.
towards A main.
What do we
with
do?
a Prowler out from Snarly to try and set him up on that line while the rest of the team goes exploring towards mid.
Done with the T slide off,
Buffalo
bro.
to a
The Stallion.
standoff here on this cross.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Stallion nearly with the timing of those spam shots coming away with one, but Poseidon will now own the angle.
I don't even know. Did he see Poseidon, or was it just like through the smoke?
That's
I don't
your
think he
use
saw
for
him.
your setup for Alliance Guardians, at least to show some force this direction.
Look at the
Prowler
spike,
clears
though.
out mid, and yeah, I'm just interested to
Oh,
see if
the
they're going to
flash.
actually re-flip this to the B.
Damn, man.
They might have to now that Poseidon's gone at A main.
It's a really nice
just
reclear
full
coming
cleared
out
out
from
him in.
YFP actually with that
Wait,
protocol.
this time it could be incredible. Darkest is leaving.
expecting maybe some sort of
doesn't
push to
make
come
noise
through
for
on a flank, and
Problem.
now this is where things kind of get awkward with how Alliance Guardians have paused. Turret goes down.
Still happens.
So will Riker to this operator spotting over towards Art. All these players are split up.
Secondary
Atlas,
shot,
don't
no,
move
not
yet.
gonna be put.
Atlas, don't move yet. Trust me, Atlas.
Yes, this is a key potential 1v1 to determining what happens in this round. It's all about the timing. It also may determine on how significant this play from the front is. Will it pull attention enough? May not. The Jack finds one,
nice.
and
By
the
the knife too,
reveal is so
Nice, good
clutch.
kill.
But hello, Darkest, maybe not expecting that.
All right, let's see, bro. We go into B here.
Gives a window for Alliance Guardians to try to probably back over to B.
I don't know. You got
What is
15
Dizzy?
seconds left. There's-
They actually
yeah, it's gonna be a
save, bro.
save coming through, but
I thought they would try for it. The
idea
2v4 is
at
low-key
first. I think
doable, but I mean, with the
Alliance
KZ ult, this guy just
paused
playing
for a
off.
smidge too long for YFP to then posture around
Good kills,
that
Snurly.
mid-side to
Good
try and
kills,
get
good kills.
those are a lot of guns that fell a little unnecessarily,
Dude.
but like I was saying, it gave that YFP that opportunity to
So
kind
this
of
KJ
posture
ult, man.
around mid.
Confirms
look
is even closer to
for
results.
those
Building back
those
up. Snurly's only
opportunities
2
where
off.
Alliance Guardians were trying to thread that needle and just set up a little bit better in that kind of sense. But I do like the mid control that Alliance Guardians have been going for. You know, the pressure that they've put on YFP, it's been making it a little bit more awkward for some of the repositions that they're looking for overall. But the YFP after that pause, they're managing to now find a bit of momentum on their side.
Yeah, and I think the other part about that mid pressure that's being established is that as we get into the last couple of rounds here, it does open the door for Alliance Guardians to potentially just full flood on the extremities, knowing the defense has to do things like this. But Poseidon, hard scoped, not sure if he's watching that close angle, dealt with, and Darkness catches another. So a big moment here for YFP to be in a 5v3 very early on.
Start down again, man.
This link fight is.
And these
gonna
guys
be
have the double
everything
hold
for them
here.
around here.
Good kill, Atlas.
No snap for the second.
3v3 immediately.
Numbers start to dwindle.
Who's actually going
here,
at
and
me?
honestly, yeah, if you're
I like
Tuesday,
this.
you've got a lockdown. You might as well back off and just play for that if you want to. Take the fight on your terms.
You got the molly to delay any push as well.
How hard does Tuesday hide here?
Trying to clear that out. Really nice reposition here.
Oh, he's full tucking.
Well, he's got the sound cues. Decision time.
Hang on, timing or
not
does he?
gonna swing.
Yeah,
Not
he
initially,
does.
but-
That's so irritating, bro.
Just before the spider
1v3 for
fled.
slammed. Not undoable.
Now it's just down to slammed. 1v3 is considering an exit back over to the defensive spawn. Won't have time to get all the way to A, and this may just lead us to believe he's playing for a save.
Still trying to sprint
Knife
on
out, sprint
over.
to
I
A.
mean,
It's gonna be close.
I don't think there is time even. Actually, knife out just at the edge of the backside. You can get that plant secured. I do like the re-clear over towards CT too, because there was a confirmation of there being 2 players there. I don't think he expects this A main
Yo.
wrap so quickly.
Oh, he doesn't expect Stallion to be main so fast, bro.
Really nice.
Whatever, bro.
rotation Here.
Okay.
YFP up to 5.
Yeah, we need a timeout now. Now.
Nice little
Relic,
bounce
talk
back
to
here
him.
for
Relic,
YFP.
fix it. I don't know what's wrong, but like fix it.
For Alliance
Well,
Guardians, they're
you've started
really
like
haven't
the past
seen
3 rounds
these
down
aggressive
at the beginning of the round, but like that's cool, right?
Like, there has been a lot of manipulation and this kind of battle to put some control over to the middle of the map, which I think is respectable.
Oh, they
because
tried to
like we
fix it
mentioned,
by
like if you
going
are going to
for
start
more,
full
like,
flooding
aggro
with these
mid
double
control.
duelists, you want the
Not
defense to be a
aggro,
little
but,
bit thinner so you can get deep into the site.
Starting
But
more towards mid and then
Alliance
like
Guardians just really have not hit this A site to the same effect that they had in the first 5 rounds, honestly. So there's a little bit of puzzling nature in that, and AXG will take the timeout.
Yeah, I feel like we have seen Riker throw, I think it was 2 run it backs so far.
I think Poseidon was
but
holding out for the
not
guy to
really
walk out hard,
prioritizing getting that
and then
ultimate
dies
line
by
on
someone
side of
walking
Alliance
out,
Guardians as often as you
street.
would necessarily expect when you are running this composition.
And Riker was
But
waiting
again,
to swing off his
could be some of those
contact.
mind games, you know, that understanding of
So
knowing,
Poseidon dies,
hey,
and then Riker
YFP
just
are
runs
probably
it down.
gonna
I don't think he even
contest in that
flashed, but I think he
space. They have been
straight
pulling out a
sprinted.
lot of that utility, but it's
Just
been
all
a
awkward,
lot
bro.
more about trying to get Poseidon
All good, they
inserted
can fix
on
it,
that
bro.
side
They
of the
can fix
map,
it.
being that kind of sole presence while the rest of the team works over towards that mid side
Mm-hmm.
to try and find an opportunity for him to walk up for those openings, and just hasn't been panning out in the favor of Alliance Guardians. So
No.
YFP's responses have been really good, and they're just very aware of the goals the goalposts there for Alliance Guardians in that early round.
I like that. I like the talk and narrative about like what those goalposts look like, what exactly they need to do without getting too cute or getting too over aggressive. It's like drawing the line in the sand in the right spot in terms of what you're going to allow AXG to get away with versus what you actually want to contest. So I like that call. Shifting the goalposts around just a touch. We've got some potential action here in A main with stars placed on both sides, but the knife reveals that there are 3, and that will be enough to say, okay, once again, we'll just kind of hold this line. Gets a little bit close through the wall there on the darkest.
Get the orb up.
Everyone is fine, and we'll continue with the 5v5.
Okay, they leave Atlas here, but they're gonna go for a flash.
Side note over in mid still does have.
No, they're just holding. They're just holding.
That turret bottom B link there for Tuzi and that lockdown that we
Starts
talked
backing
about
up, then I'm
previously. I think
stressed.
that's why we see Tuzi holding on to that Hall's control.
Again?
Look at this
What
confidence
happened
stack from
last time? I don't
YFP
think
over
okay, he has a
side.
TP now. Oh, this mid play. What, Furbza? You got 2 there?
I mean, in the face of the hot hand, still gets 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
another one
how.
of those moments that it's just AXG are not
Now what,
allowed
man? 45 seconds
to
left.
get the stack that they want, because as soon as YFP recognize where the threat is, they challenge it, they back off, they come away with a couple, and now the high-low
Damn!
is possibly built towards the ace.
Yeah, not much Slam can do in this situation, but you kind of have to expect things like that from Furbza, right? Like if you know the way that he likes to play, he's a very in-your-face kind of duelist and will not back down from a fight at times too. And it works out in his favor when he takes a lot of those risks, like in those moments, because his mechanics are so clean.
Bro.
But a tough round there, I think, for Alliance Guardians.
4-1 to 6-4.
Especially after, you know, calling a timeout, having a discussion of, okay, what are the adjustments that we want to make here? It was a good play to throw down the hot hands, but you're not going to expect someone, like you said, Shift, to be disrespecting it to that level.
So, round 11. Economy's a bit crippled. And that is just one of those plays, man, that you just, like you said, everything utility-wise was meant to go that direction. Doesn't fully work out. So, eco is broken, but you do have dimensional drift with the shotgun. Enough purchase to afford rifles for everybody else. It's just light armor that are the issue. And Furbz has got a scope playing a different angle than we've seen at this point. So another kind of monkey wrench into the system being offered by YFP. It just comes down to, can they deal with what will likely be a dimensional drift execute onto A, and there we go.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to play off a site here for YFP too, though, when they still have that lockdown in play here for Tuzi. You've got the Cosmic Divide there as well. They're really just trying to buy enough time for the
I mean, I guess the ult comes through.
Here's the Nightfall. Decoy is out. Stanley gets caught, not sure which direction to fight, and AXG take advantage of that with a handful. Wow, the run it back just an issue.
Okay, good.
Jack in the corner can only find one, and the full flood. That see, I was.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot. I think I literally said at the beginning around this really.
That's the nature of what I would have expected from AXG way sooner than round 11.
Yeah, just disrespecting that space, I think, a little bit more into the early round, just that shift in tempo that you wanted to see from them, and something that they can absolutely, with this composition, pull off, even when that ultimate is
incredible round to win. I love that.
But now it's an opportunity for Alliance Guardians to try and tie things up 6-6, heading into the next half. It's a bit of an awkward-ish buy. It's a pretty good buy still on the side of YFP. You do have a judge in the hands of Tuzi, which can get a little bit funky when he's trying to help out Furbz.
Got pinged out.
Yeah, I was gonna say Furbz has got to be careful. We saw the decoy, but I don't know if you recognize that someone already jumped over to that mid crate. So backs off, only takes a little bit of chip damage for his efforts, and will hold the angle more passively. Again, this is where the pressure is on to AG, though, in terms of like, what do you want to use for your controller? And now, importantly to note, you've got the Cosmic Divide, so it doesn't really matter too much in this round. But we'll see how that affects things in the second half. Prowler to clear the corner. Cosmic Divide is up, and the spike will make its way on with supporting post-plant defense.
And the 3 guys already in spawn.
Gets a little bit more awkward into the retake.
That goes
but
down.
We do have a saturate still available here.
How are we doing? We started at 4-1.
Needed to use it to try and get out previously.
Looking a little awkward
go in
now,
with a shorty,
but
good amount of damage done.
Won the last round.
No kill secured yet.
No, that could have been a kill. That could have been a kill. Damn, Slam dies. They have Astro
This
ult
out.
up.
Defensive cost advised now in
Good
play
kill,
behind him.
Poseidon.
Poseidon's able to find
Poseidon, you're gonna be our guy because nobody else can hear anything.
Damage to try to stand up to see if he can find Jack on the defense.
Nice, big kill.
Finds the elimination, but nothing more. 2Z with the judge able to connect.
No, Riker. Damn, unlucky.
Riker can only find an opener. Not enough damage tallied, and will exit the half 7-5.
All good. Bro, 4-1 starts at 7-5 half is so rough, bro.
Situation, especially with Stallions
Which is like,
positioning over towards mid, going for that late backstab, understanding where those
I joined stream, we got 185 shockwave bumps.
With all of those players on AXG just looking to back off and knowing that they had that B-Link present still. Now for Alliance Guardians, if they're looking to tie it up early, they want to secure this pistol round, right? They managed to find that first one. It was quite a convincing pistol round start, too, from the side of AXG.
Wagwan Krusky Boss.
With how that firefight initially went.
We gonna kill you, bro. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta go, Wraith. Wraith, you gotta go, bro. I'll never want to hear that from you again.
Because you're looking at Ferbza on the shorty. We know that they're gonna be trying to get him as up close and personal as possible.
All right, let's see it, Poseidon.
Well, Ferbza's opening push through.
Poseidon and Slam. They're doing it big here. Look at this. Look at this. Slam. Swing. 1, 2, 3. Come on.
That is just good intuition out of Slam.
Riker a little too active, but it's all good.
Utility plus the commitment.
Slam?
Still doing more damage from behind, leaving 2Z by themselves, who has an opportunity.
How is it 2v1? It's fine. 2Z's 48.5 HP, right?
Here, but the door gets in the way, fine, and now everything reframes. And with no spike, 2Z's got 1.5 minutes to try to manipulate the map to open up a different angle.
Went 2-9 in my ranked match yesterday.
They're not going to stop holding hands in this situation. You've got the Prowler to re-clear
2-9
as well, so should be pretty aware that this wrap through connector is coming in, and it will be the case. Round put to bed there. Pistol round garnered by
I did
Alliance
go 2-9 in
Guardians
your ranked
to get them that much
I low-key
closer.
forgot that like everything we play is ranked, bro.
Here.
Big pistol win, big pistol win. Also, listen, bro,
You expect him to get one, maybe a second.
Okay, deadlock after stream.
All three that were pushing through B-Link.
Yeah, I'm done.
Insane.
That game's kind of bad,
Yeah,
but like it's cool.
And again, it's just a good intuitive read on how the utility was placed, when it was placed, and what that usually means in terms of the commitment to get into Link right there. And it just stalls everything out. Even if you only get 1 or 2, it just stalls the play so much. So really,
you don't have Valorant on your PC? What happened?
Already has to kind of hit pause on the approach up to A main, which YFP are still committing to. Waylay up and over, but Ferbza will fall. Jack's still able to come away with 2. Riker
should still be
off the
able to win,
reload.
right?
Chances to hit a body shot.
Yes.
Jack continues to be a
Riker,
menace
heal
on
yourself.
these classic shots, but enough fire in the hands of Riker to get him close to full, and with the weapon advantage, this 3v2 should feel pretty confident for Alliance Guardians.
Marvel Rivals was 100 gigabytes.
Yeah,
you chose Marvel Rival.
With the Outlaw.
You lost the Outlaw? Wait, hold on.
To
Please
come
be
down
able to
after
pick that
those
up.
two shots were
Oh my
fired
gosh, we lost the
pretty
Outlaw.
low.
We lost the Outlaw. No, yes, we got it. We got it. We got it.
Tied up here
Oh
for
my gosh, I was about to say.
Solid economy damage done at the very least from YFP.
We lost a lot of guys though. Also, there's no way you're prioritizing Marvel Rivals.
Mad about that overall, considering how that initial A main fight did go.
Okay, let's get into business now. Full weapons for YFP. Bonus, still pretty heavy. I mean, you've got the ability for the Outlaw to still connect on 2 light armors. You're also 1 away from a Cosmic Divide for Slammed, which could be a huge tool defensively. So that's something to keep in mind. And look at the walk down for Alliance Guardians at B.
Okay.
They got full control, and they're not even.
Slam, you need to get back into Con, buddy. Slam, you need to get back into Con, buddy. Slam, I don't care if you give up the whole map.
On the backside of that
Okay.
push up. Now you can leave 1 here. That's going to be the Phoenix of Riker, and everyone else can rotate back to set up around this position that's being pivoted by Slammed.
Yeah, taking down that trademark over in B-Link as well, just putting a bit of that additional pressure, but I feel like there has to have been a sound cue that was heard there by Riker. That's why we see him falling back a little bit further.
Oh, they're 5-manning B-man here. Riker, man. That's
tough look.
That's an angle.
Overall, I would have hoped that he.
Yeah.
It's tough because, you know, it's a little bit of a sliver angle. I'm like, okay, there's an opportunity to back up there, but what can you do if, you know, the crosshair's just connecting on your head, right? For Alliance Guardians, I'm kind of surprised that everyone
You aren't
just
moving.
was
Goal.
staying steady over towards that A site.
Well, they got the plant down. We're
Expecting
playing a 4v5
to
retake.
come
It's whatever.
back towards A, since that was very early info that was found. But at the very least, rest of the
What did
team's gonna be
Riker
able to
not
play that
see
full
where we're
retake
like,
together.
hey, you don't need to move?
And you need an opener somewhere here from AXG, and they're not going to get it from this top platform area, you would think. Yeah, just too many guns looking at it, so it's going to have to be through this bottom edge on the smoke, and that doesn't feel good. Yeah, it's not the weapons for the job. Poseidon looking to create something off of a hard scoped angle, and he gets one, but
All good, all
not
good.
enough.
You know,
Yeah, good
team to lose
position on the
bonuses,
post
bro.
plant from
You know what I'm
YP,
saying?
understanding the situation.
It's hot in my room. Damn. Wait, hold on.
And we are going to get ourselves an 8.
Yo, what's it called?
And Alliance Guardians can now full purchase into round 4 of the second half, 16 in total.
Actually, never mind. I need to make this one myself.
Alice is going to be pulling out the operator here too. Kind of expecting some sort of maybe early A main peak coming in
Kind of
from
footage,
Alliance
bro.
Guardians.
Actually, no, I can get
With
that.
that in hand.
Ray, if you want to edit something for me
Definitely
before we
keeping
play
back
Deadlock
on
or
the other
what?
side.
TikTok.
Especially when you've got those defaulted stars here deep into main, right? Just to be able to,
Yeah.
you know, either use that Nova Pulse for the gravity well.
Possibly, but I'm done my work then. But then yes, but
Well, opening battle ensues maybe faster than expected on this choke point at A main. Hot hands will eventually fade, and we'll respect the smoke from here in the 4v4. Keep in mind, Atlas is scoping, so that position is going to be key in terms of what they want to do with the limited numbers now if you're Alliance Guardians.
These rotations that are being pulled now, though, already over towards that B site. And you've still got the insert from Stallion over in A main for this A crunch to come in. Depending on how that art fight goes, constantly looking to try and break this trademark, put that additional pressure towards B before going towards the rehit in A.
Trying to manipulate the map, slammed. Holding up inside
Wait,
of this nebula.
wait. Is this cape poking? Don't tell me his cape is poking.
Ooh.
Stop it. Slammed.
This is awkward.
Slammed. Slammed.
Back
Oh, you're out.
footsteps.
Oh, leave!
Can't convert.
30 seconds left.
Okay.
There'll just be a
Come on.
intel.
Come on.
Sides, really. And it's going to have Riker gun up now. Do YFP wide swing it? They do. And
All good.
comes out of Darkest.
Atlas can win us this
Down
round.
numbers with Atlas trying to bail.
Look at this. Slammed. Nice, slammed. That's what I'm talking about.
Massive pick there for
This is
Slam.
why your life is so valuable, Slammed. Because you win it for us. Atlas died! Okay, 2v3, it's fine. As long as Darkest doesn't get it.
How do you break apart this post-plant setup, though, in a 2v3?
We're good.
If you do use it, and it's going to be right
Slammed
on the
ults
cross,
up.
block out Art and A main. Darkest still holding his
Nice
one
Poseidon.
side to side.
Ah!
Get one in return. And now a gap starts to develop, 9-7 the count.
Pick up the op.
And the eco going to be in a pretty fragile
This could
spot.
get nasty
By
here,
pretty,
bro.
I mean
This could get
extremely.
nasty here, bro.
Alliance Guardians are going to have to go into a save round here, and the potential for YFP to take a huge lead.
They already have K ult up. The
Yeah, I
Stallion's
like the
ult.
way the YFE have been working.
We
on
have
here on
Phoenix
attack.
ult.
You know, pulling out that early utility towards one of the extremities from Alliance Guardians, then constantly going for the mid re-clear, always looking to break that trip, whether it's in the early round or the mid round, always consistently forcing Alliance Guardians to kind of
Looking for a
reposition
mid fight
around
here, I
that
guess.
mid space. Trip will be changed with heavier mid presence this time for Alliance Guardians.
All game in.
Maybe a flash play to swing.
Yeah, maybe. But YFP say we're not going to give you anything.
Did we only see one guy?
The defense will have to go to plan B. Rewrap back over, stack the art side of the map, and hope we can just outgun with sheer numbers.
Dog
the
spots.
YFP setup. Ursa is a little stuck.
We are
here.
grouped.
Hot hands does
We are grouped. We want to kill this guy.
there to allow some
We are
isolation.
grouped.
But yeah, Riker is able to still find that angle. That's going to be a weapon.
I guess.
behind the
No,
firewall.
Riker got the kill. I don't care.
And
We're good.
YFP are a little bit
We're
slower
good,
on the
bro.
full command, but it doesn't seem to be the full commitment onto site. It's going to be a backup in towards.
Listen, they go back B.
On a flip to B, and no one.
Wait, they already used their ult. Hold on. They already used their K ult.
Yeah, I
Hold
think
on.
it's a little awkward. Is like Darkest location was
guess who's
fully
here?
just being casted to
None
them.
other than a big slammed. Come on, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
But with the walk, the contact play here is going to catch slammed off guard.
Well, trying to find some time in there.
For what purpose? Beautiful.
Trademark is
Trip man.
annoying.
Why are we looking screamed walking out of that smoke?
Will really rely
Look
on
backwards.
or Riker hitting shots.
No, it's
now,
fine.
running back is
Like,
available.
look back into hole if you really want to get in. What is that?
I'm believing it would be called here in the face of 4 rifles, including an op.
Oh my gosh, and Stallion's hitting flick shots on us.
Can we make this as damaging as possible if you're Alliance Guardians?
Dude, it was
Yeah, they needed a
doable. It
pick
was
if they wanted
doable.
to get
I don't know why
that
Slam.
underway.
If he wants to
Like
walk
they're
out,
saying,
why
just
not?
looking to do a little bit more damage if possible here, while taking that Vandal into
Riker's
the
just
next
keeping the
round.
gun. Poseidon's gonna try to find some
For Poseidon
kills.
too,
If
it wouldn't
he
necessarily
dies
be
to a
bad
guy,
for
he
him
has
to
ult for next round.
perish to one of the players on the side of YFP.
Okay,
Either
whatever.
get
He's
that
up.
Tool the False online
round.
into the next round there as
Yeah, we can
well
start getting
there
off
for
that
Alliance
offset.
Guardians. But ever since those weapons have come into play, YFP fully in control of this second half of Pearl. Again, that mid control has just constantly looked really good for them.
I was about to say that that's been an issue now that it. I mean, for Alliance Guardians, they keep defaulting.
Alliance.
Not defaulting is the right word.
Yo,
but they keep
Relic
throwing
saved
a
me,
lot of
bro.
attention into trying to
We have
win out
Phoenix
the whole
ults,
map, and
2 off
I
Atlas's
would have
ult.
figured that off the first half, you know, especially getting into round
How do they
6
do
and
this? How do
7.
they do this?
That Alliance.
I'm not gonna lie, nothing is too
Guardians
too far gone. Okay?
Didn't really turn into that.
You get Poseidon active, it's
Didn't really work out
it's
for
good.
them.
All right.
Now here through a couple of gun rounds.
I'm gonna go
we're
back
seeing
to
the same
work,
thing.
bro. Let me know
Alliance
when we win. I got you, bro. I
Guardians
got
to
you.
make sure
Listen,
they can control mid.
nothing is too
Invest
far gone
in
for the
retake
dogs.
in terms of their focus, but it really hasn't worked out with weapons, like with full weapons in hand. So definitely something to consider here.
Listen, we get this round, we
Now
win
you're talking
13-10.
like,
Think
okay,
about it.
How do we want to
Think about it.
declare either contests or retakes with a run it back, or a dimensional drift, or a nightfall? Like those things are.
Listen,
immediately
Poseidon
gonna be
gets
part of the
active.
Conversation here in the next couple.
Atlas
If you're
gets active.
Alliance Guardians, you need to find efficiency and effectiveness out of
And we
those
win.
because you're
You know
down
what I'm
3
saying?
late into the half.
Riker,
I think
ults
it's
through.
also hard
Shoots
to
4 in the
find
head.
the
You
answer.
know what I'm saying?
YFP's doing
Like,
a
come
really
on.
good job of just setting themselves up for success on a lot of those fights. Like you see the fact that they have like Stallion throwing down a lot of those stars towards A main, just being able to either use that Nova Pulse or that grab well to assist Ferbsa in getting one of those picks on some of those like lurk plays that we've seen from him, or even Tuzi, to just make that fight just a little bit more favorable.
All right, let's see it.
But
Poseidon is playing
overall
street
now,
here.
You've got
Insta
that
lose Atlas
operator
B
in the
main,
hands of
bro.
Stallion. It
This
also
is
makes it
awkward now.
harder for Alliance Guardians to then
Poseidon just goes back
fight
all.
for those extremities if somebody's going to be waiting for
Yeah.
you to go for that aggression.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what Atlas is trying to do is, can I get into this cubby, and then if things don't look good, I can just teleport out. But Operator's in the right spot at the right time, and now Poseidon's focus purely has to be on making sure nobody crosses that lane.
Yeah, stop showing me these goofy angles, bro.
while
This
the
is
rest of the
serious.
defense
This is
really
serious,
has to
bro.
respect
Come on.
No control at mid, no eyes at mid, and we have to be in a spot to react quickly to whatever hits or come our way.
Yeah, they're just waiting for a timing on some sort of pop here. Maybe seeing if Alliance Guardians will even push up further. They've got that full A main control. The understanding that
paused
it
for
has
so
been left
long.
completely open aside from the trip over.
But
in
we still have our
R2
dogs
too.
here. Look at this.
You can see YFP primed and ready. Like Tuzi's
They
just
start
waiting
walking
for
up
that
now?
mid push to even
Yeah.
come out from AXG.
Ult comes through. Flash. Riker ult
I
through.
like this response to run it back with the Cosmic Divide already in play. But he just really hasn't found the value. With the run
Poseidon,
it
we
back
still
together.
have
Hoping
all.
for out of
Damn,
Phoenix
NT.
pick.
I'll get
Jack
flash
Powell's
through.
up to take care of Poseidon's tour de force. So
Oh, yeah,
now the
Slam
defense
just so
has to
ready.
commit in some way. Slam is already
Nice
on
slam.
site.
That's bomb.
Stops the spike
Nice
here,
slam.
Plus an extra that's critical, but
Slam to make up for it.
Up empty. Time becoming an issue. Slam
NT.
still in the corner, but over
Snarly. Wait, 1v3.
Just
Possible.
Snarly, no
Fine.
ability on this angle to stop the plant, and we'll get a full out 1v3.
Brother Jack planted safe. It's Loki still
eye to work
doable.
with here either.
No eye.
Just the season
He
hand.
has his Q.
With the contact crossfire that's being held right now, it's just about impossible here for Snarly to get anything done.
NT, bro.
Nothing there. Wow.
11-7.
It's just one of those moments again. You just
We're to use
look
with
at
our
the Phoenix
timeout, so
pick
we
and you
need.
say this has to find
Oh,
value.
no.
Doesn't have
Granted,
it.
Need some. I mean, we've won both pistols, and
get
somehow
it,
we're down
you're still
11-7.
working
Okay, I
into a
guess I'll
Cosmic
take
Divide
it.
and everything else, but you really
just-
need
I'll
to
just-
have one
I'll
right
just-
there if you're committing to that play. I think if you're AXG.
Listen, that's our small victory, bro.
granted, I do think that, you know, it bought that time.
Listen, we
right?
won
It
those
disrupted
pistols. Now
the
we just need to
plans.
get
I
everything
feel like
else
even though it
in
didn't
order,
get
and we're big
those
chilling.
picks
Think
like
about
we
it,
were
bro.
hoping that it would shift.
Wow,
it
Fergs is
did
ready to use
at
his ult like
minimum
Insta. Please
the
don't.
job I think that was intended for that round, YFP just wins out on those firefights.
Double dash.
Now getting even more aggressive
Catches one.
towards A main. Furbs is just gonna
Another Atlas
shut it
CP's
down
out in
from
time.
Alliance
Nice, Riker. Good kill.
Oh, Riker gets one.
More? Why?
So numbers will still hold 4v3.
Slam gets his one.
So we go back and forth, but the numbers have gotten us to minimal.
Atlas
turns
is
on both
46
sides.
HP and a Spectre, bro.
Atlas is in
3 guys walking
spot,
into
though,
him.
and is a single orb away from having a dimensional drift.
This is
So
so
you
hard.
get one.
He turned away. Ah, man.
Love to have had there, had
Poseidon
the
with the
beat,
op,
Stallion with the
1v3.
snap over. Too good. And Poseidon with an op
Just has to keep
is
it
gonna
now.
default towards obviously wanting to try to save this.
Yeah, that's
Going
a
for
tough
this?
spot, right? Atlas, you know, he feels the
Brother,
need
you
to make
just
some
have to
sort of
keep
play
it,
there
bro.
in the 2v3, knowing that Poseidon can't like quickly follow up.
I mean, if you can win.
Losing
If
this round
listen,
here
if
for
you can win.
Lions, it was a must-need one for them for the first map,
Walking
right?
back
And
right,
right
he
now,
was
I
trying
think
to
we're
find,
seeing
like,
why
a kill, but what does
YFP
it
pick into
do,
Pearl.
bro?
It looks really
Damn near
comfortable
max
for
money.
them. The way that
Just makes it harder for you to
Darkness is
keep your
calling
gun.
on this map here as well. They just have a very clear-cut idea of what they want to accomplish each round. What they're trying, what kind
Puts
of
them
space
close
they
to the
want to
ults.
look to contest,
You don't
what
have
utility
anywhere
they're
near your
hoping
ult,
to pull
so-
out from Alliance Guardians.
Listen,
AXG,
listen,
I want to give them the
listen.
credit. You know, Snarly has been making calls where we're trying to see some adaptation.
How do we get 5 in a row and go OT?
You're going a little bit
This
more
is what I
passive
wanna know.
at times there as well, but YFP just they're winning out. One, a lot of those fights, and two, it feels like their adjustments in response to Alliance Guardians' attempt to reply to them have just been better.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that's a very fair, brief analysis of what's happened to this point. And that's
Hey,
led to
getting the kill made him not negative though. Hey,
And most importantly, map point.
that's big.
You or at least die in this map time now for Alliance Guardians, and looking like they want to try to set something a little bit different up here in terms of their defense, mostly around the setup of the stars plus the trademark behind
Oh,
it.
he couldn't get the
That's
eye up in
YFP.
time.
There's the
Snarly
path.
slowed.
Mountain in. Burps up.
Can't
Jeez.
catch the kill,
Not
bro.
to be denied there whatsoever. Snarly barely even get the finger on
All
his
right,
trigger.
Riker on the flank.
And now you look to Riker on the flank, and the remainder of the 3 defenders from the front. Poseidon would have
Perps
to
is gonna
hit,
overheat.
clear out some
Perps is
space
gonna
here.
overheat. Come on.
Backside secret.
Give it to me,
Perps
Poseidon.
up in the corner,
Damn.
punishes. That just may be it right there, as Atlas is currently stuck in dimensional drift.
Riker on the flank. KJ's fully seen.
Yeah, this is a tough round. Atlas not even being able to find one. Riker in a 1v4. Just about done and dusted here. YFP expected
Nice.
to take their map
Flash to the wall.
home unless Riker can get it done.
We'll catch this one. Flash on the outside.
NT,
Just
bro.
one chance.
All good. Not our map pick, bro.
Stallion with the shorty. Damn.
Not our map
What a
pick at all.
absolute display from YFP in the second half.
Damn, bro, that was rough.
And
That was rough.
surprised was me, I think, in the first, is due to the nature of the composition for Guardians and not really hitting with like full.
Post away, don't worry about it, brother,
floods,
man.
which you
That
would
ain't our
maybe
pick,
expected
bro.
with the double duelist comps, but then again on the defensive
All
side,
right.
just
Uh,
that's the vulnerability in this comp. Like, how do you hold off YFP from gaining free space when you're running double duelist? And just didn't work out, I think, the way that it was intended to be right there, unfortunately, for Alliance Guardians, who now find themselves down a map.
Yeah, I think YFP just had a really good understanding of how that defense was going to look coming out from Alliance Guardians, how they were going to look to contest that space, and just ensuring that they were using the appropriate utility to re-clear and to get a lot of that control back here. Now it's up to Alliance Guardians in this best of 3 to bounce back on their map pick coming up next of Corrode.
It's going to be an interesting one. Should be a fun one, too. I'll always love a good Corrode, but we're in break already, so never mind.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
Kill.
One enemy remaining.
round's gonna be big and bodies. Well, if they need it. Only a scuffle, so pit. Good sound, Renz. Oh, the high-low. There it is. Oh, and even more than that, Zerona. Dimensional drip from Tonza. He's gonna know what you're planning, what you think before you've even executed. And the real executioners are sleepers.
Well, if you want to take your map pick, that's a pretty good way of doing it. YFP taking down Alliance Guardians on their map pick of Pearl. Welcome back to Valorant Challengers League North America. I'm your host, Elizabeth, joined with Roy and Emily on the desk. And if you're just joining us, YFP are technically one map away from continuing their VCL journey, but Alliance Guardians are now one map away from elimination. But Emily, that was pretty clean from YFP on Pearl.
No, I think it was. I think they had a lot of really good proactiveness on their defense, right? You know, when AXG or Alliance tried to kind of exec onto them with this like double duelist comp with running that Phoenix, they were really good at shutting it down. We saw them throw all their utility on the chokes. It made it really hard for them to get out of that. When we saw them go towards mid and start doing inserts, we saw YFP taking that space back, cutting off those inserts and picking them off, and Alliance just didn't have an answer to that for that first half.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, Roy, it was a 7-5 half in favor of YFP. So it was a little close at the half, but at the end of the day, I just don't think Alliance Guardians could get anything really going on the end of the second half.
Yeah, I think for me, the concerning thing is the fact that Alliance Guardians won both pistols and still only managed to close the game out with 7 rounds. That means they only won 3 gun rounds out of all the rounds that were played. That's a little tough of a statistic, to be honest. I feel like if you win both pistols, that you should be closer to 10 rounds at the very least. But in regards to YFP's performance, I think we're kind of seeing the reason why they picked this map, right? We talked a lot about their comfort on both sides. Managing to claw the first half back from a deficit into a 7-5 finish is amazing, and the fact that they came up, I mean, full shutout in the second half just proves to how strong of a team they are on this map, and it's kind of in line with what I was expecting.
And most importantly, our caster curse may not be a curse; it may be a blessing. So sorry to not like maybe we didn't activate it last.
I need to ask the very serious question. Like, if we're cursing in one game and then blessing the next, like, does that just cancel out? Is there like a neutral somewhere? Like, well, what's the rules here? Who do I ask about the rules?
I think we're like salty and sweet. You know what I mean? Like a chocolate caramel thingy. Like we're both, and you can't pick and choose because we are the best. But I mean, Emily, my turn.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, I'll go to you, Roy. With that timeline moving forward, just clear as day. But I mean, to YFP's credit as well, 14 first bloods.
And that's really sweet. And Alliance Guardians is salty, is what I was gonna say.
Oh, good one. Wow. Everyone say good job, Roy, in chat.
Yeah, everyone, please. Can I get some claps? Thank you all so much, very much. But I mean, 14-6 is crazy, and I think out of those 14, 8 were on Ferp's head. So that, I mean, that just shows it's a very clear description of what went wrong. Obviously, for Alliance Guardians, they just got battled out in the opening of the rounds, and that put YFP in the driving seat for the remainder of the round. So yeah, shout out.
They didn't really have anything to stop Ferbza though. Like, we saw them, especially in that A main, we saw them trying to just like run up, spam flashes, throw Phoenix Molly. But what can you do when Ferbza is dashing, stunning you, and the team is there to follow it up and trade you out? It felt like, yes, they do have firepower on the side of Alliance, but they were like kind of playing right into Ferbza and their whole team's utility and their kit.
And I think, Emily, you spoke about the nuances of Waylay dynamicism, and Ferbza is literally kind of that Waylay that we talked to, like the classic Waylay, if you will. Like, I call it the "what can you do" Waylay. Like, what are you supposed to do when Ferbza is just doing, dare I say, Ferbza things? 8 first bloods, Emily.
Yeah, and like, honestly, Alliance were kind of feeding Ferbza into that by just running at him. I feel like with this comp, it's not something, if they're running this heavy utility that they are, you can't take those fights in main or anywhere on these chokes. You can't take those early fights. You're gonna get overwhelmed, especially because they have a Waylay that can just dash in your face, right? Like, you have to play a little bit smarter. You have to be able to kind of come back and re-clear rather than take those first fights.
I think that one of the impressive things with Ferbza as well is his, like, how dynamic he is with how he finds the opening kills. Like, they're not all set plays. Like they're not all, okay, we're gonna do this flash and you're gonna take this fight. Like he's able to do so many openers in so many different fashions, whether it's the op, right? Whether he's contacting out on defense in mid and allowing his teammate to get the second kill as well, whether he's finding his timing through smokes, whether he's brawling for control, like, and whether he is doing those set plays. Like there's so many different versions of FERPs on the openers, and I feel like that tends to be where teams struggle, is finding out like how he's going to be playing and kind of. And once the FERPs chain starts going and he's finding those openers and he starts feeling himself, that's where things can kind of get lost and you start to lose control of the game, because FERPs he's opening up the rounds with so much success, and now it feels like every single round you're just fighting from a deficit. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show like how good he is with his reactions. You can't predict all these little micro things that he does, especially on that way. Like you just can't. And obviously Alliance struggled really hard against that.
I would like to give a shout out to Riker on the Phoenix, though. I think that was a really cool pick. And I appreciate, kind of the ingenuity and technically it's GTs, but kind of the adaptation from Riker to do that. But Rory, we are heading to Alliance Guardians pick of Corrode next, where they will be starting on the side of the defense.
Yeah, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, right? That was the YP map pick. It made sense why they picked it. They're confident in the gameplay. Now we're entering, the Alliance Guardians territory. This is their most played map by far in officials. Maybe not just only in challenges, but it also includes third-party events. But they still have 14 officials since the beginning of January on this map. They're quite good on it. They're 8-6 record overall. It feels like they're able, they found kind of their new form with the KO composition, with no sentinel, so they're doing the double controller. It feels like it kind of fits their style, and it opens up a lot to how they want to play, which is slow, methodical. That should work on Corrode if YFP allows it.
Emily, I'm gonna pause at a question. I feel like I'm asking you so many questions today, Emily, and I apologize.
No
but
worries.
I mean, do you think YFP will allow that? I mean, the train, if you will, the YFP train is running. They are one map away from continuing their role and eliminating AXG from challengers. It's kind of the ball is in AXG's court to do something kind of magnificent and unique and new here.
Something magnificent and not get caught off guard as much as they did in that first map. Like if YFP continues to be proactive, especially on a map like Corrode, where it can bring you so much value, whether it's re-clearing that mid or holding that mid space, or like pushing through one of the mains to get that info so you can stack towards the other site. Because on this map, if you don't have mid, the rotations are pretty long. So Alliance will have to do a good job at, if they're trying to go for that same exec heavy like we saw early on in Pearl and it's not working for them, we have to see them make these adaptations and also not allow YFP to kind of pick them apart whilst they're doing that.
The only bad news I have for AXG is that every single game, including the Austrian one I'm talking about, has been 2-0 today. So there could be just a trend, Shuffle Rebellion Black defeating Pigeons 2-0. We could see Alliance Guardians be eliminated here, but Riker is no longer on the Phoenix, just going straight for the Waylay, Roy.
And he's looked so good on the Waylay as well, so I have hope here for Alliance Guardians, but a mirror composition to possibly close out the series here. It's going to be the test of wits and skill. There's no mind games. Both teams familiar with the style. For the defensive side, you obviously have the KO timings and the Sova to kind of push, pull, re-clear parts of the map and decide where you want to allocate your aggression and where you want to allocate resources. And for the attack side, the name of the game is pushing, pulling, and making sure the defenses are not overstepping your bounds, while the double controllers get value from the recharges and from the illusion of smokes. So I'm excited to see how Alliance Guardians will handle it and how YFP is going to dismantle them on this attack side.
I mean, Emily, anything you're looking for specifically on the side of Alliance Guardians to move this to a map 3 besides being caught off guard?
I think they're gonna have to play this mirror comp pretty well, because both sides obviously have the same amount of utility. It just depends on how you use it and how good you are at trading that out and baiting that out. I feel like having the KO flashes on both sides to set up our waylays, it's a big role for them, because they can literally cancel each other out. They can get info and set each other up. It just depends on who does it better.
Yes, and I mean, again, the ball is in AXG's court, to bring it to a map 3 where it will end on split, but YP could make this a clean 2-0 shift. Ash, it's do or die for AXG. Take it away.
Do or die indeed. And I love the fact that we're just getting a flat out.
It's time.
We're
bringing it back.
Matchup here. Both these two teams coming in with some pretty significant experience. The map overall, maybe not
What'd you eat?
necessarily in Challenger.
I made hella breakfast burritos.
Since the map has come out, there's
and I forgot to eat one before I started stream.
Some confidence for these teams
because I ate like
the table. So
because I woke up a little early today.
That's all I'm gonna say, Ash. What do you got for me?
And I ate when I woke up, and I forgot to eat right before I started stream. So I ate one of my breakfast burritos.
About how we have such like the same composition, right? Coming in, it's going to be a clash of the play styles when it comes down to, you know, expecting very similar looks.
Yeah, no.
These two teams.
We're good.
These comps, when it comes down to the initiators and the Omen picks as well for both sides, are absolutely primed to help these waylays break into a lot of those choke points. I think that Emily definitely hit the nail on the head, though. It is going to come down to a lot of that mid control, which I think will determine how a lot of these has swing.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. So, well, this opening pistol, pretty aggressive.
All right, let's see it, bro.
Moving forward into A.
AXG start defense.
Forward. Not
bro, they fake A pressure. They leave Ferbsa in A, and they're gonna go back into B.
Guardians are gonna get clearance at mid.
Bomb's still there actually, but there's still these two guys. And the Silver's already leaning back into B. Into mid, I mean.
They're just seeing if AXG is gonna give them anything, but the patience that they have right now and understanding how they want to go, you know, for more of these retake plays. Really nicely done. Kind of feels like we're almost at like a little bit of a stalemate on the map.
Are they gonna send the Silver Dart?
The insert
only the Silver Dart
over in.
It's gonna come back up in a second. Yes.
From that, everything else
I think he
has
gets
been
the sensor
across the board.
Get the kill on
First blood does come through over onto A. It
All
is
good
traded
trade.
back, so that doesn't necessarily give.
Dude, Alice is gonna leave because they only think it's the one guy
behind that, but. The smoke being placed at B actually has Guardians thinking it's going to be a B hit, so opportunity for a free A hit to come out.
That's rough.
And not just hit, but plant behind that.
Plus,
you still have Jack rotating around mid, so
they just
small advantage here for YFP on the post plant. Just comes down to who wins the pistol fights here for AXG on the way back
I didn't
in.
even play that post plant. It's fine. We can still win this. 4v4. I know the Silver's going to be somewhere around mid.
Riker at the very least able to spot one out. But look at that positioning from Jack. This late wrap towards mid is pretty crazy on that timing.
Ooh,
damn.
Little bait and switch on the corner.
Okay, last two guys on the site. Only comes through. Good kill on 2Z. Nice beside him.
YP to make sure the spike is not in a defusable position. 2v3 situation. Bodyguarding this play is slammed for now. Paranoia is out. Poseidon
we get half.
The defuse.
Nice.
And the tags are in. The shots not fully landing, but enough
we got
space
this.
To allow the defuse.
Dude, good stick, Poseidon. That's what I'm talking about, man. Oh my gosh. Dude, listen.
Nicely done there.
Another pistol win.
Just giving so much
now, let's make sure. Obviously, we have to get things into Eco, which we haven't been struggling with, but we need to make sure we actually like lock it in.
Secured and all the picks that did come through on the side of Alliance Guardians, we do have that stinger buy impending coming out from them. This is one of those, you know, high risk, high reward plays.
Ooh, they buy up here actually. That's rough
for Alliance Guardians to go and, you know, go for that buy up. Otherwise,
they'd still be able to win
round 3 where they should have the advantage and they no longer do.
Which can lose a couple
come
games.
down to that weaponry. So
which
curious to see
isn't anything new. Like, bro, they buy 5 classics, we lose a couple guns, bro.
The opener.
Good kill. Insta flashing through. Oh, Atlas.
Atlas is perfect, getting 2. Stallion in a really good spot.
Nice, Atlas. Big round, bro.
Instead gets the trade and then
sensational, bro. Come on.
With the judge on the unexpected corner, so a couple of kills come through, but largely speaking,
how is that one cleaner than one they buy 5 classics? What's up with that?
Spectre, sure, whatever, but those two in particular, oh, there we go. Those would be really significant tools here for the bonus for Alliance Guardians.
Pretty comfortable. YFP will be stuck onto sheriffs across the board that we saw from this team. Nice attempts at the trades to come in at the very least there, but I think just going for that burst play wasn't going to pan out inside on the favor of YFP, considering the crossfires that were being held there.
Well, Snarly will get one here. A couple of shots from the sheriffs chipping some damage in, but not enough to really make any moves to winning back mid-map here for YFP. So Alliance Guardians in a really strong spot to start this off this half. Atlas once again finding more connections early. Already almost at a null command through 3 rounds of action. Spike looking like it should be planted here. Darkest going to commit for it. Jack looking for some damage off the shock darts, not able to bounce him into position. But Ferb's up top. Turns this to a 3v3. A bit cluttery on the site. Riker trying to hold down with the scope. 1v1. He is at half health though. Gonna put the pressure onto the spike, but Ferbza, who was on the retreat, backs on up.
I'm employing FNS tech. I'm employing FNS tech. There's no chance.
Saved round.
Massive round for YFP to be picking up, considering that buy situation that we had talked about them being in. That operator now being online here for Ferbza as well, anticipating again that defender-sided aggression out from Riker on the other side, I'm sure. And man, we saw, you know, a little bit of the conversation when it comes down to that mid control, I think, come to fruition in that round too, when it came down to, like, you know, a bit of that spam damage that Snarly was able to do on the Vandal alone.
Oh. Wow.
It's a great pick.
It sure is, because not only do you get that 5v4 advantage in a pretty key early round, but it also gives you the convergent paths to put extra pressure on the defense that may find itself sitting on site.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even though you only have an op for Verbza, this does give you the impact on the site that you want.
Nice dash out at the very least. Drax's very aware of Alice's positioning here.
Nice.
Great spam to clear him out too. Yeah. But still maintaining this mid control for Riker is massive when you think about cutting off that rotation, maybe going for a bit of a later flank, but YFP are constantly aware of it with how Drax positions.
Yeah. Well, the null command fragment has Poseidon in a spot of bother, but still able to lock the headshots in. Riker also chasing, but can't find the connection onto Jack. Has the defense now re-swinging this, mostly focusing from entering from the front. YFP setting up their post plant on the backside of B. You need an opener somewhere, and it may be the contact at B-Link to get this kicked off. Stallion versus Riker. And just too much shoulder seen, but Stallion can't lock the shots. So now Riker has provided the opener. Here comes the paranoia from the front. Darkest in some trouble, has the flash to keep him safe to at least get back over towards where the spike is planted, but Poseidon gets the isolation. To the 2v3. Tuzi around smoke. Snake bite in front of him. Pressure on the spike, but the spam works out. Follow up also good. Tuzi with the stab. Tuzi.
Yo, I give up. I give up. FNS tech will not save me.
Really
I need I don't even know.
To ensure that round win there.
It was looking so good for a second, bro.
Now,
all good.
Back into a half buy coming in next. And this is just really great mid.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb, bro.
Coming out from the YFP side too, just that understanding.
Susie just decides I'm gonna get the last pick of the round because I'm tough like that. Nah, it's cool, bro.
That was gonna be taken by AXG with that mid information alone. Now, what did AXG look to do on this eco round?
Bro, I'm tweaking out right now. I swear I hear a default Apple alarm just constantly going off.
Everything else being set up though for AXG, trying to win.
Oh my gosh!
Choking Ferbza.
Oh, Snarly, you're the toughest of all time. Look at this, Riker.
Turns into a swing that may have Riker opened up for a different angle, but cannot lock down the freebie shot, and YFP will hold the numbers in a 4v3.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to be able to get one more before he went down. It's okay.
Drone looks to re-clear and contest towards A main. YFP.
I thought Riker was going to be able to get killed before Darkest killed him. I'm actually kind of sick about it.
Try and find some sort of advantageous fight here for Alliance Guardians.
This mid-round call is an important one here for both teams, honestly. 38 seconds on the clock. The defense largely investing into a B setup. And Stallions now.
Oh, good. This is an eco, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Poseidon can no longer afford to stay at mid, so it's going to be a free rotate to A. Stallion is going to teleport over to join the rest of the forces.
Yeah,
and that's also going to get you some backside control. Should
Whatever,
be a
man.
comfortable third round on the board here for YFP.
Yeah, nicely cleared with the from the shadows. You got the smoke over towards CT there as well. With the weapons that we talked about, should be just done and dusted there. YFP, I think looking into the next round, you mentioned convergent paths are available. On the side of AXG though, you do have the null command as well as the Hunter's Fury that could be invested for the defense, so that would be huge in some sort of like retake scenario, or even if it isn't a retake, if Snarly is able to get onto some sort of line that will allow him to have like a potent Hunter's Fury in one of like the extremities, that could also be huge depending on how AXG want to play it.
Yeah, I think especially considering that they have shown so much defensive presence at middle, you could still afford to do that. But like you mentioned, also have the ability to connect and hit the choke points on either side of the map with the Hunter's Fury if you want to contest. Otherwise, if you want to invest heavily in the mid and try to play for retake, you get the extra clearance from Hunter's Fury to give you, some entryway back in. So lots of opportunities. Comes down to the discussion of what you want to do here if you're Alliance Guardian. Having dropped the last 3 in a row, you also have an Odin and an Operator being pulled into this. So there's a lot of firepower on the table here for the defense.
Yeah, that Odin,
Hello,
I think
hello.
that's where things get a little bit more daunting towards mid. We've seen just like the spams that you can connect.
I bet Nima
with
is happy you're cheering for AXG.
Those paper thin walls and like denying any sort of push that those mid attacker players might want to do.
Let's go, YFP!
Kind of curious that.
Come on!
The Hunter's Fury too. It could be a really nice response up against a convergent pass as well. Trying to delay that push out from YFP. I'm sure it's a bit of the conversation of how I actually want to approach this round here.
Yo,
first time out.
now that I think about it, hold on. That gave me an idea.
All right. Well, let's see where exactly this defaults to setting up at. Because I feel like in certain regards, you just kind of base it not off the Hunter's Fury, but off of the Odin Operator. And then you've got a bailout tool in the form of the Hunter's Fury. So will that be the case?
Thank you
Here
for
we
the
go.
clip
Off
after we win that.
Focus purely on what
Hello?
the defense wants to do. And for YFP, there's also the consideration of how quickly can you recognize these extra tools? And do you have anything set up to try to stop the Hunter's Fury from being effective? And it looks like they're going to show early Force to Beast. You can maybe draw it out early. And yeah, they are able to draw it out early. This is not a commitment onto the site as of yet. Paths come through, but the isolation with the Hunter's Fury is good. Riker also connects to the Operator, and this round has fallen apart very quickly.
Really nice threading of the needle there from Stallion at the very least. That could be
There's just no way!
as Darkest, or sorry, not Darkest.
There's just no way!
Here as well. It's gone really awkward too.
I mean, this round's not over yet because of Stallion's position.
And if you're gonna give him ones,
yeah, I'll say. And now you've got a crossfire setup if Stallion even needs it. I mean, yes, it's just one of those rounds that gets a little bit out of hand early because of the ultimates that are thrown in, plus the commitment onto the site. But Stallion slips through the net, finds 4. No worries, no problems. Apparently in the 2v5 situation, I think at one point. Unbelievable.
I'm sick of watching this, bro. 5v2. We get the kill up. He gets the kill up, but that's whatever, right?
Paranoia is just perfect.
It's unfortunate. Atlas, let me give him a 1. The blind? No, let me just sit here and spam.
Massive recovery there.
Let me just swing with my up.
For Alliance Guardians.
Oh my gosh.
That you called out there too, Shift, right? And all for naught now back into half by.
Man. I know it's early in this match,
so
but
done.
that
I'm
feels
so
like a
done.
very important
I'm
round.
so done. I'm so done. I'm so done.
But Slam gets you 1 to get to the 4v4 early, Ash.
They do. And again, it's just such good awareness.
Darkest
from the
just
player
has an
on
op, bro.
YF.
Like,
Jack is constantly hanging back. Sure, has the Hunter's Fury this time, but also aware of the holes with that flank, especially with Stallion pushed up so far in spawn. They're anticipating someone going for that wrap, and it just leaves Slammed now. In that 1v4 with the judge, like there isn't really anything that he's looking to do. Maybe try and recover some sort of weapon over towards mid and look to save it.
Josue, I want to glaze really bad. I want to be able to glaze really bad, but Josue, I need you. I need you to give me something to glaze, please, bro. Like,
map and how these rounds are playing.
We win pistols and we win anti-ecos. Yes.
I think it's going to be interesting in this next round to see how AXG try to respond.
Revolutionist, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
Again, their ideas have not been anywhere near bad. Like, even in the round where you see the takeover moment from Stallion, the idea is the right one. The execution was also not poor. It just came down to the response not fully being there because you just don't, you just can't deal with the unexpected, which is Stallion slipping through all of that noise.
Yeah.
Now you get into a round though where you still have like, I guess what I'm trying to boil this down to is how much are AXG going to trust that they're not making huge mistakes in terms of what they're calling? It's just a couple of anomalies that have led to 5 in a row. And you're going to feel that, of course, but I just think if you're AXG, you don't need to reinvent the wheel here. You've done well in a lot of these rounds to be at least competitive. It's just been a couple of things that have gone awry, and that's sometimes just VALORANT timing for you.
Yeah, certainly.
VALORANT timing.
Nice 0 point to get that information over towards
Stallion's
mid.
dead. 10 out of 10.
So
Let's go, bro.
uncomfortable. Stallion can't smoke himself out.
Look what's about to
there
happen.
as
Bang.
well. I like these adjustments
Slammed.
from AXG. This is what we were looking for.
Look at this. Look at this.
And
Slammed is ready for another one.
I think the thing about it is it's
Another
nothing
one.
crazy. You know, we're just
And he ain't ready for slammed.
understanding in terms of what is YFP
Bang!
responding with in form at this aggression that we've shown them at mid, and now they know it's like it's not as maybe as heavy as we thought it was. So let's take an extra step, find those eliminations, and give ourselves the numbers. But a response does come through, finding slam.
Wait, Rikers are ahead of this.
When your
This is
controllers out of the
actually.
picture. Yikes! Flash beyond.
I can't.
All of a sudden.
Decided, just keep your gun, bro.
Everything afterwards is falling apart.
I mean, what are you gonna do when Darkest is
I
throwing
can't
flash
anymore.
at the exact time you're planning on swinging the smoke up against them, right? You're talking about that timing, and you're so right. That is what it
Wait,
has
hold
been
on,
coming
hold on,
down
hold
to.
on.
The-
Look at this, look at
with
this.
these rounds.
Look at this 3v1. Surely YFP don't win this one, right? No, I mean, think about it, think about it, think about it. YFP can't possibly lose this. It's a 2v1. They got the Molly out already. They have the Viper ults up. Surely not, right?
May still get a chance at this.
I mean, Poseidon's tough, but like...
But nope,
No, you might be right. It might not be doable. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
All of a sudden, and again, I just
The Jinx thing might be true. I really tried. I really tried my hardest that round. I really tried my hardest that round to like get like the anti-Jinx. It's not working. It's not working, bro. I tried my hardest. Listen, I give the anti-Jinx, bro. We go up 5v2 and then just get 4K'd.
1 to 2 players alive.
I don't know how strong my Jinx needs to be, Osway, because
absolutely putting in the work to try and get.
I'm watching some things happen.
YFP have just been doing such a good job of recovering as well in those moments where they are down in numbers. Again, heavy investment over towards mid, looking to explore even deeper than we have seen previously as well.
And that's again just that tags, that'd be insane.
All good, we out.
That's just another follow-up though.
All right, they're going to A.
Understated that yes, there's been battles at mid, but it has not been.
We're big chilling. They used this a little early.
Or even on angles to stop us from taking an extra step. So let's try to take that extra step. But YFP this time respect that.
All right, let's see it, bro.
Have Jack in position
Riker, you
to
can
watch
ult
for the
through.
long flank. Everyone else on site getting ready
Drone
to
comes
receive where
through.
this retake is going to come from.
Freaking hell out way ahead of the ult. Good ult.
That's a really big convergent path there for the retake.
We are very slow on that.
But the flash stalls.
What was thrown? What was thrown to where we were that slow off
Hindrance
that?
has been shrugged off, and keep your eye on the video.
Dude, and now Jack's on our back, bro.
The opener. Trade is out, but it's not going to make a difference. The hit from the front
Nice.
of the site turns into a convincing.
Oh my gosh.
And another one of those moments that as soon as the paths get hit, you have Jack on the aggression saying, all right,
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
we're not hitting the flank.
Give me another
I'm
timeout,
just go
man.
ahead and go rogue on my own accord, and it works out beautifully. Into round 10 we go. 7-2 YFP in runaway mode.
He's just a constant thorn in their sides. Like, Jack, a bit of an unsung hero in that sense, with the fact that, you know, he's been putting in work, being that lurky kind of presence. Like,
This is
you don't
doable.
always expect
This is
on
doable,
that
bro.
initiator
Listen, it's
in
not that far
particular.
out. If we
Like,
lose this
you're
last
thinking,
round, I
okay,
really
it's
need
gonna be
another
the Viper,
timeout.
but instead, Tuesday, you know, that Snakebite has also been so imperative.
I don't know what you
in
do,
delaying
but another one needs to
on the
happen.
chokes too. No, please.
Oh,
He missed a shot. He missed a shot. This is
we're
doable.
up to have a chance at first blood.
My
there.
gosh, he didn't just sit us down.
But once again, we're just walking onto the corner at A.
He didn't start 4v5.
And taking the numbers to the outside of the site.
All right, Riker, show me something.
Shotgun could hit hard from this position.
No, he didn't get out. Unlucky,
And
bro.
that's going to be now numbers with weapons.
Oh, good. Look who's here now. Slammed. Nice, good kill. DP's out. Oh, he wasn't far enough.
The judge looking nice there for
Dang,
Sam, but
man.
Tuesday, such great trades to come through there as well.
2v4, bro.
Unfortunately,
Dude,
just short for the
this
teleport
isn't
there for Slam.
looking
And
good.
now,
This isn't looking good at all.
again, I mean, it is an eco round here for Alliance Guardians. kind of want to see the adjustment over towards mid. We saw a bit of a glimmer of change a couple of rounds ago. I feel like, again, you just got to get that Odin back online.
Okay, these last 2 rounds are very
down
important.
Towards the mid side, like lay down that suppressing.
Defines
fire.
whether this is a
It's little bit
basically
too comfortable for
full
YFP to
slam
scale up in those areas.
from
But
YFP.
the other problem with that too, Shift, is there are times
Or if it's
rounds where
doable.
YFP they'll play super far back in mid.
I'm
and not
heartbroken,
actually end
polrrz,
up
cheer me
touching
up.
it until that spike's already planted on site.
What do you want me to do? I need you to cheer me up, Josue. What?
Well, important timeout here. Try to figure things out into, I mean, what has been a half that, again, is just going to feel like
Josue, listen.
Last two to even have a chance, if you look at the map. There's an op on the other side.
I'm going SoCal right now, bro.
You would think by round 12, you're going to get a null command for sure, but it just feels like we just need to be better in the mid round. Like, that just seems like what the conversation has to be here.
We need to sit there and just comfort each other, bro. While we watch this game.
Like
I'm going SoCal right
Deal
now.
with Jack a little bit more, I think, as well. Like in those post plans, the information that he's able to get on the flank watch and then the late backstabs, I think, has just been such a big key to YFP's success. On top of the fact that, you know, they're absolutely fragging out on those site hits. Like, I feel like we go swap to Tuesday's POV and he's getting like a 2K almost every single round. But I think that, you know, there's a lot of information that YFP has just been able to hold across the map that is helping Darkest with a lot of these calls too.
I didn't watch the video yet. I just saw the preview of it.
Trying to get aggressive and take away that space doesn't work.
Yo, look, we're up 5v3, bro. Come on. Yes, 5v2, and it's not Stallion. We can win the round, bro.
I mean, everything going according to plan. You stop the aggression. You get a pick with the Odin. And YFP
look, Riker, no. Snarly, no.
Covering that push up mid.
It's fine. We still have a Viper. They're going A.
He's such like an impactful
Oh my
player.
gosh! Wait, stop.
Now this reposition here as well. Sure, a 2v1 in CT that we're looking for, but Jack should have, you know, a safe plant towards site at the very least.
Why?
Give him the ace.
Why? Why can't we win a 5v2? We started so good. We start so good every time, and then we just give them 7 1v1s. Bro, please. I actually can't do it.
Taking over the round and turning it all on its head. I mean, this was another 2v5. It just can't happen.
No, it absolutely can't.
Wait, it's Poseidon alive though. It's doable.
You know, you'd be looking.
Wait, hold on. You have to trust.
Together.
There's no Molly either.
Poseidon.
Look!
It's an absolute clip here with this.
Yes, Poseidon. No.
Jack's gonna put that one to bed. I think
Can't take
how
it.
this
I
round
can't
ended,
take it anymore,
how
bro.
This first half also looked. Yes, we've talked about how, yeah, want to give credit to
Bro, you want to know? You want to know what I looked over to my second monitor and saw, bro? Like, bro, what is this?
like break up any of those.
Yo.
Well, this half is getting.
No, listen, it's a 9-3 half. Listen, it's a 9-3 half, and they come back, okay? Look, good ult from Snarly. Big ult even. Can you get a tag? Thank you! Okay.
To turn the numbers now in favor of AXG. So 4v3 from here on out. Aldrone trying to recontrol and rescan mid.
Okay.
Where Stallion has
big kill, Poseidon. Big kill.
And now it's a 4v2.
Poseidon, I don't want you anywhere near B right now. Poseidon, I want you to AFK and spawn and wait for your team. Look, you're gonna hear the tap. Yes. Stop walking.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's gonna go for one here, but I don't.
Yes.
So Poseidon to catch him off guard and.
Now we have a 4 versus 1. We're going into a Viper's pit.
Collapse on Tuesday on site here.
Yeah, you sure are.
Knife spots him. We know he's closer.
Spam is already coming
Poseidon, if you die, it's fine. It's the other three I'm worried about.
Gets one.
Why'd you go on the other side?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
If he gets
gosh.
around the corner, maybe
Oh my
they
gosh.
can't.
Oh my gosh.
Too close. And that will be a 9-3 half. You know what they say about that tally, but again, for YFP, it's just been too many in a row and a lot of missed opportunities for Alliance Guardians.
Alliance Guardians, at the very least, the one thing I'm really holding on to, I think, into this next half is the fact that they've been
We're good.
rounds. Then the pistol is where it all starts if they actually want to make a comeback here into Corrode. Again, this is an elimination matchup for the Swiss stage.
Okay. 3 to 9.
Lose in this best of 3.
Now, it all starts with the pistol, which we have been 100% for the whole series. Let's make sure we win this pistol and not just lose everything else, please. If we can win the pistol, we're gonna win the pistol. I'm not even worried about the pistol. I'm worried about everything that comes after that, okay? We're gonna be fine as long as we can win some damn rifle rounds, bro.
Through A, only one reveal onto the Viper off that knife, as Guardians will get with pretty much everyone on the site. And the defense will have to make a decision with these 3 members at mid. Do you want to hit the long play? Or do
Get the plant down.
5v5
5v5 post plant. Why are you just standing there in the open with the frenzy by yourself? No, it's cool. No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool, bro. 3v4. 2 guys are low. Tuesday in heaven. We don't give anything to this, right?
Shock darts are in, but don't connect.
Nice, good kill.
Stops one.
Marcus is still 7 HP, by the way. He's so 7 HP.
Poseidon. It's gonna get credit for Jack's low health pull falling off tower. And Tuesday's gonna laugh at him a little bit.
We lost the pistol.
Through and it's double digits for YFP.
I'll take the blame for that
Yeah,
one.
now
That's on me. That is on me.
What?
I'll take it. I'll take that one.
Have to,
Considering the scoreline,
Shouldn't have said we were gonna win the
you know,
pistol.
they
No,
had
it's
a little
cool.
bit of
No, it's
extra
cool.
money in the bank with that
'Cause,
fight
you know.
third on the B site.
When I say something, all of a sudden we don't want
But
to.
if they don't win
Nah,
down
it's
here,
cool. No,
that
it's
also
so
spells
chill,
even
bro.
further trouble
Tuesday
and a
17 and
potential
6.
match point
Just
win
like,
on the side of YFP. So
just for fun, bro.
AXG in this round 14, they've got to make a
Dang,
start.
this team's gonna drop. I know. It's over for me, man.
Looking really, really good across pretty much every account. Adjustments, responses to low number situations. Obviously,
Are you guys out? If we lose this map, yes.
5s have been tallied in this map in particular. But even just on their setups, getting the reads.
All right, this is a big force here. We need this round like bad. Nice, guys. 5v3. Don't you dare!
You're good to go. Tuesday in some trouble, trying to back away. Is able to at least keep their life and get another
No, it's cool.
response.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's just we have to
Simon, why would you?
together. We have to be challenged on this together. Oh my goodness, Ferbsa saves a life.
Why would
And
we
now it's
want to go
3v2.
that deep? Why would we want to go that deep, actually? No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's still a 2v3. This is highly doable still. Nice. 1v2. Atlas with the Bulldog.
Shoulders coming through. Shots not fully landing. Tuesday gets it to halfway. Here comes the swing and the finish.
Oh, we lost eco. We lost eco.
Dude.
We lost
This
our
is
force. We
Tuesday's
lost our
map. Like,
force.
he's been crazy.
We lost our force,
so
boy,
far on
bro.
Corrode. I feel like we did give him
Fnatic scoreline. Come on.
He's not gotten the chance to like speak enough about his micro in those situations. Just his
Come on,
ability
Fnatic
to
scoreline, bro.
Isolate those 1v1s
I would.
while buying time.
Let me
for
TP into
the
heaven.
cavalry to get
And then
there
just
as
run
well.
at them. Like,
And that's
Poseidon being up there jiggling, that's whatever,
isolated
right?
from the two players
Yeah.
I
on
get
site with
that.
snake
But
bite
then
from
why
Poseidon.
did
He
Slammed
fought at
TP
first,
Heaven?
but
Like, TPing Heaven,
actually
yeah.
they just continued
But then
to
why is he, like, running at them?
It's been one of those days.
He TP's Heaven and tucks and plays off of Poseidon jiggling, no? Am I trolling?
And now you've got the ability for Jack.
Clearly I'm not smart enough for what's happening here. Clearly there's something I'm really missing here.
A couple of toe tags.
damage.
But Ferbsa, trigger discipline. Don't let your teammate die. Okay, I was about to say, I understand that we're trying to find a second, but a little vulnerable right there for a moment with Stallion, but the kill comes through, and now it's a 5v4 by total number, but the health pools being as low as they are means that things like fragments can be huge, and it looks like it should be a pretty casual match point to be earned here for YFP.
No. Clearly
And
there's
yeah,
something I'm missing in a lot of these rounds where we just lose. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they shouldn't
A,
just be
nowhere to
losing
go from
every
there. Got the ball right in
round.
the corner, and there's just no chance.
Bro, they
This
lost
has been
2
dominant from YP.
5v2s
Absolutely
in a 4v2 this
What are you
map.
gonna do when
How?
he was 20-6 last round? Let's see. Okay, 21-6 there for Tuzi.
Guys,
It's
we
just
can,
actually insane.
we can
the
do
hit
it,
that
bro.
he's had on this
Listen.
matchup. I think the call
NRG versus Edward Gaming at Champions Paris.
Hard for AXG to deal
It's
with.
possible.
He's constantly kind of one
It's
step ahead
possible,
of
okay?
AXG when Alliance Guardians are, just finally trying to figure out the answers to their questions of how to find that success.
Could this be the moment for YFP? The weapons are not as terrible as they were prior for Alliance Guardians. Aldrone sees a little, and yeah, Jack's taking chows like that.
Why
You
is
gotta know
Jack
YFP's
like?
feeling pretty
Why is
confident
Jack
in what
like
they're doing
just
right
swinging
now.
and killing him, bro? Jack,
So
don't
that's
do
a good
that.
first blood.
We're missing our slows now, man.
And so that means
We're
an
throwing
opportunity
slows on our
for
teammates.
Hunter's Fury behind this.
Kill him! Yes!
And it is. So
4v4.
just like that, and Tuzi's into
No more 1v1s for the rest of the game. Poseidon, you're the only one allowed to have a 1v1 because you're alone.
Come through. Opportunity.
Damn it!
Timing again on the execute, not perfect. Darkest will find one from the top side of B tower, and a frag.
What? He's blind. He's blind.
Series 13.
He's blind,
They are
bro.
looking in full form on the side of YFP. The conversation being, Tuzi was absolutely insane on
He's
this map. It was so
blind.
hard
He's
for
blind.
YFP to deal with
He's
him. Like, his
blind.
micro plays, just his repositions alongside his mechanics, had him surviving.
Oh my
moments
gosh,
where
man.
You wouldn't expect a player to be able to
I didn't expect it to be
during some of
that
those
rough.
fights. And then you layer that with the calling from Darkest,
That
reading
rough.
really well into AXG, just adjusting on their side a little bit better than
I don't want to
Alliance
open
Guardians,
Twitter,
who,
bro.
Unfortunately, we've got to say goodbye to them today.
Yeah, it just felt like the snowball.
I don't
want
wanna
to
open Twitter, bro.
too quickly, and not to like make mountains out of molehills, but it's just
I don't want to open
early
Twitter,
stretch
actually.
of rounds in a row for YFP in the first half. It just felt like the mental just got a little bit too slogged down for Alliance Guardians. It's just like, we should have had that one at 2v5, 2v4. Like, it just kind of gets stuck on them. And I don't think that by game plan, they were too far off the mark. Obviously, you've got huge number of situations. They just can't close out the rounds. And mistakes are punished in major ways by YFP, who have one more chance to try to make the playoffs after, again, a lot of anticipations are surrounding this team. So, with some conviction, they're looking pretty solid here in this one, with some momentum now building for potentially a qualification match to come.
Yeah,
Before we, of course,
Just
farewell,
like,
though, Jess will be back
damn,
on the backside
bro.
break down the day, and
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's a rough one. You know what? We'll watch the interview. Why not, bro? Why not? We'll watch the interview. I'm not just gonna end stream. Dog. Pack your bags, buddy. Yo. Chill. Bro, listen. listen. You have to understand. That's not my fault. You think it's my fault that they lost 2 5v2s and I'm 4v2? You think it's my fault they can't win anything other than pistols? Pack my bags. Am I going to the boot camp? Like, fuck, bro, it's... Ah! All good. They come back split too, bro. It's chill. They don't get relegated off this, right? Because they won 2 games, so I think they're big chilling, yeah? They just don't qual. Like, I don't think they have to play... Well, who plays Pro Morelli? Is it only the teams that go 0-4? Am I trolling? Oh, and only one team goes 0-4. Am I stupid? Who goes promo really? I actually don't remember. Wait, can I full screen this? Am I stupid? Here we go. Bro, what teams go promo relegation? I actually don't. Bro, I have no clue. I have no clue which teams go promo relegation. I think they're good, no? Someone's gotta tell me. I have no clue. Dude, damn, bro. Alright, man. Alright, man. Alright, man. Listen, this interview's gonna come through and it's gonna be gorgeous, okay? It's gonna be calm. Everybody's just gonna it's gonna be chill. And then I'm gonna end stream after the interview because there's no chance I'm doing anything on stream after this. I got a TikTok to make anyways, bro. I gotta talk about China, man. I gotta talk about China, bro. And all gamers and Edward Gaming. I mean, damn. Games today were fast.
Well, folks, a match so quick, you're blinking, you miss it.
Okay.
Welcome for the final time back to VALORANT Challengers League North America. I'm your host, Elizabeth, joined with Roy and Emily on the desk. And if you're just joining us, you missed it all. And you missed a 13-3 YFP keeping their challengers game alive. 2-2-0.
Nimado.
But Emily, I had a Red Bull. I thought we were gonna go long.
Nima, I don't want to see it.
No,
I don't want to see it, Nima.
That's not what happened.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought after first map, you know, second could go either way. We could see something crazy being brought out on the road.
Yo, this guy's glazing himself in my chat, bro.
It was a stop. It was a 13-3. It was one of the fastest matches I've ever watched.
Nima, bro, I tried every technique I had, bro. I tried anti-jinxing, bro. I started fake rooting for YFP. No matter what, it couldn't work, bro. Dog, I fake root for YFP. We go up 5v2 and lose.
Yeah, there was no lack of opportunities for them, right? They even started to come out. They got the pistol. They got they defended against the force buy from YFP. I thought everything was going to go well. They're going to start with a 3-0, but then that thrifty on the third round was brutal. And then 2-2.
All good, bro. Y'all aren't even in playoffs yet, bro. Yo, who do y'all even play now?
2 is almost a 0% chance. Like you round up those odds, like you're close to 5% chance, maybe at most. 2 of them in 1/2 is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's
think it'd be ADG?
Heartbreaking if you're Alliance Guardians. Like
yeah,
so many opportunities to make this a very favorable.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be scared. I'm not gonna lie.
There, but they just couldn't capitalize. It's tough.
Unless I made you lose. I mean, wait, who are they playing?
It just kind of seemed like YFP was just this.
Yeah, I think you'll be playing ADG.
Solve no matter what AXG.
Be scared, bro. Be scared, bro.
Anything going, and it's. I mean, we saw the 9-3 half, right, Emily? I was like, oh, maybe like a 9-3 curse. You know, we get something moving. You know, you didn't choose start on your chosen side.
I'm good. I beat y'all. That's all I wanted. Right? You don't want to make playoffs. You just wanted to beat Alliance.
And then just nothing on a second half for AXG.
Yeah, I mean, them securing that pistol on the side of YFP on that second half kind of just sealed the deal for me.
We're playing for stage 3.
Yeah.
Going for that.
I mean, I guess nothing else matters. What, you just want to win? You think you're going to win stage 3? Man, you need points, bro. No, but that's the only thing that matters. Fair enough, fair enough. Wait, I thought you get points throughout the year. Am I trolling? I thought you get points throughout the whole season. Polrrz dropped for 10s. Yes, bro. 10s is gonna go. If you win stage 3, you go playoffs. Yeah. So you think you win stage 3? Nah, trust me. By the end of the year, AXG is going to playoffs, bro. No, but that's the only thing. I mean, fair enough. I mean, yeah, if you think about it, this didn't even matter, bro. This is like a show match, man. I mean, a show matching your Jinx. Okay. Okay. No, that's cool. No, that's cool. No, that's chill. That's chill. No, that's cool. I get it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I might need to add a command. Nima, tell me, bro. Any team I support, I drink. This isn't true. This simply isn't true, bro. Listen. I was rooting for NRG at Champs Finals. SRB also had a rough split. Hey, that wasn't me though. Oh boy. What's up, Rocket Bullets?
Congratulations. I mean, I don't even know where to begin because I mean, let's just start.
Yeah,
with
I just got you
right?
guys win.
That's not your map pick. You know,
Definitely
you
did not
win your
win.
first map pick of Pearl. You're like, okay, you go to Crowd of AXGs, and then it's just you are doing things that are statistical anomalies, literally, right? You are pulling these things off. I kind of said like you're just an impenetrable wall. Talk to me about Corrode. How was Corrode just like putty in your hands?
I think it's recently we picked up the map. Like we've been practicing a lot more. And just kind of trying to get as many maps as we can in our pool. And I think we're very confident. Like I think you saw a lot of like man down situations or like 2v4, 2v5. We're really confident in those situations. We kind of slow everything down. We take our fights like.
See, they're just confident in it, bro. Listen, it's not.
I think it's become like.
It's not Alliance's fault.
Better maps recently. We've been putting in a lot of time into the map for sure.
I mean, you can tell that was absolutely brilliant from you all. I mean, I'm getting the sense about that you had a very confident vibe from your team, but this was an elimination match, right? This was a do or die moment for YFP. I asked this to T-Dog earlier about just his team and how they're feeling.
No
how is
racism,
your
you look
team
like
feeling?
Vito.
Is your team feeling the pressure? Has there been like a
None
serious
taken, bro.
conversation,
Listen,
or is it just
I
kind
get
of
that all the time. It's
business
fine.
as usual?
I get it.
I think our losses have been pretty close. Like the last couple losses, especially all of our losses have been really close. So we just there wasn't really any pressure. We knew like these maps we could easily close out. It's just like little things going wrong for us. And so yeah, coming in today, like we knew it was an elimination game, but we still wanted to, play with confidence, business as usual.
Boy.
Keep it going.
I think, YFP are a team that, like, at least speaking on behalf of production, we've always been, like, you guys have good fundamentals, like kind of what you're talking about, right? It's coming down to these little things. Moving forward, what do you think, will keep the kind of YFP moment in bringing it to playoffs and continuing your VCL run? Like, what is it about YFP that will continue your run in VCL?
I think we just have to keep playing with confidence. I think like a lot of our losses, especially, we kind of, we play really well like the first map, and then we kind of slow down, and that's like important. We've been having more talks about that and trying to like figure out how we can keep that momentum going into the second maps. So I think going forward, like that's like a pretty big thing for us, is just kind of keeping it as consistent as possible.
Not only a whole caption, but a whole tweet.
Asking kind of a different question. I think there's like kind of a lot of talk about VCL and like where the teams are standing, where everyone is. Do you think YFP are an underrated
Wait,
team?
that might be true.
I think so. I think we're definitely like, we've shown that we can be, beat some of the better teams in the league and like compete with the better teams in the league. Especially like our scrim results and stuff like that. We've always like are very competitive with that. I do think we are kind of seen as more of like an underdog team, whereas like you have like the SR and stuff like that. But yeah, I do definitely think that
it's so,
we're a team to watch for sure.
It's so
Well,
sickening.
watching, we are. Congratulations, Stein. I'm let you go on your way to enjoy your win.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
You too. You too.
It's so sickening. It's so sickening. Oh my gosh, I can't. Listen, man. GG, y'all. Love to everybody. You know what I mean? It's an unfortunate game. Bro, when even is split 2? I don't know. Alliance come back split 2. That's all I know. All right. I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all. Bye bye. In March? Yeah, I got you. Thank you.